Investing is not for everyone, right? Wrong. Wealth comes from pennies. Like oaks come from acorns. Wealth comes from the decision to invest, to bury your acorns, give them time to grow into a mighty oak like squirrels do. You see, investing was never meant to be an exclusive club. You just didn't have the right tools for it. Now you do, buckaroo. Acorns. Grow your own. Look at that. Beautiful.
Coach. And this guy played nose guard at Iowa, okay? So, I mean, he's tough. But you look at his time away when he was able to spend time with Belichick, and you get around those people, he's off the charts intelligent to begin with. But then you start, your acumen becomes even better and better because of the people you surround yourself with. And like I said, I think he's one of the brightest minds in football, period. And knows how to build a program, and he has done that in Illinois.
Yeah, and he's with Bill Snyder and Barry Alvarez, too, a couple of Hall of Famers.
Pretty good names, aren't they? Yeah. Pretty good names.
No question. All right, let's talk about your guys now. You have the reigning Big Ten Offensive Player of the Week, Max Brosmer, with the big day last week. And I think I ask you this every week, whether it's on the coach's show or in this pregame segment, but, man, is he good.
Yeah, all the accolades don't matter. I know that sounds really – that's for end-of-the-year stuff. I know that doesn't influence our kids at all. We celebrate that on Sunday, and then we let it go. And it's interesting because they're little just pieces of paper. Yeah. And if you put value in a little piece of paper, and we always joke about that. These aren't massive trophies that are 6 feet tall. It's just a little piece of paper, and we got to talk about that, about, little insignificant piece of paper. We've earned it, but we've moved on. These kids are so focused on the process, and that's why they're so fun to coach.
All right,
they're
Gopher
not
Nation, how's it going,
They're not worried
guys?
about mid-season awards.
Oops, sorry about that.
They just want to keep doing better for each other. That's refreshing. That's what makes coming to work so
Sorry
exciting
about the
every
late
single
start
day.
today.
They're a great group of young people to be around.
Parrish, of course, Coy Parrish was freshman of the week, his second
Welcome
winner
to
of
the
year in terms
Fighting
of,
Illini
honor.
week
So
for the Gopher Radio simulcast.
And now, hey, go get us
I'm excited for this game
A
today.
small piece of paper. Not
I
even
really
a
am.
Small piece of
Little
paper.
one.
Little piece of paper.
I feel like this could be a moderately big game for us.
It's really hard to find kids.
We're slight favorites here. We're 2.5-point favorites, which is interesting considering that Illinois is ranked.
The process.
I don't really know a whole lot about Illinois, especially when it comes to their offense. They're talking about Coy. Let's listen up.
He could care less about all that stuff. He'll trade all of that just to go out there and play backyard football for 8 hours straight. That doesn't matter to him. He's a football player. I'm glad he's ours, and he continues to work his butt off.
Well, at the end of the day, the good news is if your players start showing up on those lists on a regular basis, you're playing winning football at the end of the day.
Yeah, and then that's the whole thing. Individual accolades are a direct reflection of team success, and our players have played really hard all year. Just because we didn't win 3 games doesn't mean we're not considered a success within the program. This team's given everything they have every single day. We've had a challenging schedule. These guys have looked at it as one-game championship seasons. They learn the lesson from the event, leave the event, and then live in truth from there on out. That is hard to find, Grimmy. I'm telling you, that is really, really hard to find. That was hard to find in normal college football era, let alone this era. That's why these guys are so fun to coach, no matter the result.
Well, let's get 4th in a row here today.
You got it. Row the boat, Sky Mile, go Gophers. Happy Halloween, everybody, and happy November. Finally, November's here.
Here we are. It's November, first Saturday in November. We'll take a break. PJ Fleck is sponsored by the Minnesota Department
All
of
right,
Public
PJ's
Safety.
fired up
Kickoff
today.
Is coming up.
Just checking game statistic or team statistics rather. Like I said before, I don't know a whole lot about this Illinois team. They're scoring 27 points per game. For reference, Minnesota is scoring about 28 points per game. So, pretty even matchup when it comes to that. I think Illinois has played some harder teams than we have. Yeah, they played ranked Nebraska, number 22, went overtime, won that game. I actually watched that game. That was kind of an interesting one. Went to Penn State. Had kind of a Big Ten fight, 21-7, lost that game. On the road, though, so, we'll give them some credit where it's due. Went to overtime and absolutely pulled like a Pac-12 out of their ass and had a 50-49 game here in overtime against Purdue. So pretty high-scoring game. Their quarterback threw for 379 yards, so kind of interesting. This is a real statistical anomaly. High passing, 80 yards. High rushing, 54 104 yards. There must have been a couple defensive touchdowns or something in this Michigan game. One over ranked Michigan. I hate even to have Michigan ranked because I feel like they shouldn't have won the Minnesota game, and they should have been a lot lower a lot sooner. So we'll give this as a decent quality win, but I feel like by the time that the season ends, this might not be that quality of a win. And then last week, obviously, they played Oregon. We were watching that as we watched we were popping in and out of that game while we were listening to the Maryland game last week, Gophers versus Maryland. And they got schlocked by Oregon, but that's to be assumed. I feel like Oregon, is going to schlock a lot of teams this year. But let's go back to their statistics. They haven't let up a whole lot of interceptions, which I was perusing this while I was listening to PJ talk about Coy. Rush yards, 144 compared to the Gophers. I feel like we're down on our rush yards per game of 108, but our pass yards, I feel like, is where we're making up some difference. Plus, we get some big turnovers in the defensive game. Like I was saying before, if we go to passing interceptions, they only have 3, but they've let up 23 sacks for 144 yards, while the Gophers have 4 interceptions, but only 17 sacks. So I'm hoping to see a big game from our defense today. I'm excited. I'm interested to see what's going to go on, and I hope we get a second-ranked victory. I feel like our teams are fairly comparable. It's just that Illinois kind of has taken a little bit of a different trajectory than we have. I mean, they've beaten 1, 2, 3 ranked teams. We've beaten one ranked team, but it was the number 11 ranked team. We could have won that Michigan game if they had that call, that kickoff call correct. But whatever, shit happens. So overall, moderately excited. Moderately excited. I'm interested to see what we got. We're on the road today, and I feel like we don't play as well on the road, but I don't know. Let's see how Max Brosmer does.
Our next project, and that also can include
Paul
porches.
Allen on the radio.
TimberTech.com is where you find the free samples. Once again, start at TimberTech.com.
Let's check out the game time weather. I feel like that could be
Justin Jefferson
a little bit of a factor here. So we're at Memorial Stadium in Champaign, Illinois. Right now feels like 52, and by the end of game, let's say about 3 o'clock, might be 64 degrees. So, I don't know. Could be, I don't know, 8 mile per hour wind, air quality fair. That's always good to know. Yeah, I feel like I'm feeling optimistic. If we go yards per
athletics.
If we go yards per yard, Max Brosmer's got about 100 more yards, but he's got 3 less TDs, 1 more interception. Darius Taylor is obviously way better than their running back. 104 carries for 513 yards, 7 touchdowns, compared to this Fegan guy who has 67 carries for 306 yards and 3 touchdowns. And in the receiving game, it's got Daniel Jackson compared to P. Bryant. It looks like Bryant has less receptions but more touchdowns. So I'll be curious to see. I feel like they're known, Illinois this year is known to be a bit more of a passing team, obviously, if we check just by their statistics. So let's go to the, I want to see their Illinois, and I want to see Illinois and kind of understand where they're at in terms of wide receivers.
Turn the tide on Brett Bielema and the Fighting Illini. That includes last year's improbable come-from-behind, last-minute, stunning 27-26 Illinois win in Minneapolis. The Gophers at
Pat
one point were a
looks like their number 1 wide
95% chance
receiver.
to win.
7 touchdowns
Just a
for
player
Pat
or two
Bryant.
away from ending it.
Ethan waits for the snap out of the pistol. It is a little quick hitting pass, and he threw it
6'3",
too tall.
200.
Stop the clock.
Okay, so he's not a
Kellogg was
massive
open,
receiver, but
it
he's,
was too
kind of
hard
tall.
and too high. Altmaier from the goal line throws over the middle, caught by Fagan. Lindenberg wraps him up at the 14, a yard shy of the original line of scrimmage, which brings up a 3rd and 11, under 2 minutes. In fact, 1:45 and counting. And the Gophers now trying to force another stop, leading by 5, 26-21. Altmaier waits for the snap. Waits, pressure comes. Hit ball loose. The ball is out. It's still loose. It's scooped up by an Illini, and it will be a timeout, Illinois. Strigo got the sack. Krutz got the fumble
I'm expecting a
recovery.
big day
He's tackled
today
at the
from our
15,
defense.
and the
I'm
Illini take their
interested
final
and excited
timeout.
to see
Now, they did
what we
recover,
can
and
pull
they
out.
now are down to, for the
Do we see
moment,
another Cole
potentially their
interception?
final
I feel
play of the
like,
game on fourth
the answer is going to be yes.
and 11. Brett
He's all over the
Bielema
field.
is 9-0 against Minnesota, 7-0 with the Badgers,
Oh
2-0
yeah, I
with
forgot
this
they
group.
have Brett Bielema.
And the Gophers trying to
Got him from
turn the tables,
is that
change the
Arkansas
fortunes.
before?
Minnesota by 5, 1:25 to play. Wants to throw. Has time, pressure comes, wings it, it's caught. Rolling right, wings it, again caught near midfield. He's trying to get toward the center of the field, and the clock will stop on a first down. That's Bryant, a gain of 14 into Minnesota territory to the 46. Oh boy, the Gophers had him 4th and 11 and couldn't get the stop.
This is from,
and now all of a sudden they're in Minnesota territory,
last year, I
60
think.
seconds left and counting. Pressure comes, throwing deep.
This
He's
is
got
the
a man there. It's
stupidest
a touchdown. They beat the
We're watching
Gophers
the California
on a
House
long
Rangers
play,
guys.
and they have gone
First off,
85
that's a school.
yards, and they lead it
Second off,
27-26. They'll have a
I guess it
two-point
does the same
conversion
way in
coming up.
California.
Isaiah
Anyway.
Williams wants to throw.
let's check out what the
Fires
Big Ten's
over the
got
middle,
going
and
on
it's
today.
Incomplete behind Chris Altman-Bell.
I want to see
And
conference
the
schedule for
Illini
Big
are
Ten
going to go
today.
3 straight
We've got
wins against Minnesota
this was
with
the
25
was
seconds
this the
to
college
go.
game day
So
game
after
today?
all
I'm
of
pretty
that,
sure it
and
was
my
Ohio
apologies for
State
bringing
at
back
Penn
those
State.
memories,
That could be an
is
interesting
revenge on the
game.
mind of the Gophers this
I
year.
honestly want to see
really.
Penn State
If you
win,
listen to
or
senior
Ohio State
linebacker
win,
Cody
because
Lindenberg
Minnesota
of
plays
Anoka.
Penn
That was in the
State
past. All the
next
good
week,
things
I
that
think.
have learned.
2
There's
weeks.
obviously a lot of
They
things
don't.
that we
They play
can
Rutgers
take
next
from that
week,
game,
and then
even
2
now
weeks.
being a year later. But
They've
right now, we're
got,
certainly just looking at being.
Well, I guess that's
want to know
isn't
this
that
week,
technically
doing all
3
we
weeks
can to
'cause they're,
continue to get better.
off on
Looking
that,
at things from last year, how that may
what
have
is that,
felt.
like the
There's certainly
13th
some
or
things
something?
that stick with you.
13th? No,
But it's
they're
a
off
whole
the,
new year, whole new
16th,
season.
excuse me.
For this 1 week game, this 1 week season.
So,
doing whatever we can to be 1-0 this week.
Minnesota
they
senior
will be at
receiver
home
Daniel
against Penn
Jackson
State,
says
which is
they
kind of
haven't brought that
interesting.
game up much this
That'll be
week.
a senior day event, so you know maybe we could see Penn State a little weak, a little low, and a little less motivated.
I mean, this is a new year, new team, so all we can do is learn from the past and continue to go forward.
So the focus is right here,
got,
right now. in
Northwestern
East Central
at
Illinois.
Purdue
We're at Memorial Stadium
this morning,
and
which
we're ready
is
for big-time Big Ten
an interesting
football.
game. I
A
wouldn't really
crossroads
say it's something
game
that
today.
I would like
and
to
the
watch.
Gophers indeed turn the tables. Minnesota and Illinois.
Oregon at
Kickoff
Michigan.
is on the way.
That could be
This
interesting
is
only
Golden
because
Gopher
Oregon's on the
football
road
from
in kind of a
Learfield.
hostile environment. I think Michigan is still technically ranked. I think they're
10
ranked in
miles an hour over
some
the speed
polls.
limit. 15 over. 20
I don't know
over.
actually. Now that I think about it,
just might
now I
put
want
you
to say no.
6 feet under.
A message from the
Their top
Minnesota
defensive
Department
back
of
is
Public
out
Safety.
against Oregon, so that could be interesting.
Gopher
You might
fans,
want to see
looking to
Tez
take the
Johnson
family to a
over the
Gopher
top
game this
for
season?
Dylan Gabriel.
Check out
So that
the
could be kind
Cub
of
Family
interesting.
4-pack.
What
Get 4
other
tickets,
games do we have? We have
4 soft
UCLA
drinks,
heading to
and 4
Nebraska.
mix and
That
match
could be
soft
interesting.
pretzels and candy.
UCLA,
All that
as we
and
saw a couple weeks
$5
ago,
off a
is
$50
better than
purchase
what
at
their
your neighborhood Cub.
record shows.
Go to gophersports.com/tickets and click on the Family
They
4-pack
did
to
beat
learn more.
Rutgers.
That's
Yes, they did beat Rutgers last week.
gophersports.com/tickets.
I remember seeing something about that. I can't remember what I saw about that. I think it was it a kick? Was
Head
it
coach
a
Ben
game-winning
Johnson
field goal or
and the
something like
Golden
that?
Gophers open the regular season
Anyway,
against
heading
Oral
to
Roberts on Wednesday,
Nebraska, that could be
November
interesting.
6th. Get your
Nebraska is
tickets
always
now
a
at
fiery place to play.
gophersports.com.
The Heartland Trophy, Wisconsin versus Iowa tonight on NBC. I think that might be a game I'll watch after this one.
Golden Gopher football on the Gophers Sports
I might take a nap in this middle area because I got up at 5 a.m. this morning, and I'm rocking and rolling at 9 a.m. And we've got USC heading to Washington, classic Pac-12 matchup. So, interesting.
Cal 17.
Brought to you by your local Toyota dealers.
Tickets as low as $27 for the
Toyota.
Gophers
Let's go places.
against Illinois.
Coop Health, the MVP of health plans. And a
So
proud
Big
sponsor
Ten's
of
got
Gopher football.
not a great
And
slate
by
today. I mean, I guess it's a little
Bluestone
top-heavy
Financial,
with
your neighborhood credit union. It's
you know,
true.
if I'd have to put rankings. Oh, I forgot that Indiana. I think I just skipped right over this game. Indiana is at Michigan State, but I don't think Michigan State's going to get this year. Michigan State is 2-3 in the conference, 4-4 overall.
We are in Champaign, Illinois, ready for Golden Gopher football. Minnesota wearing
we're on the road.
Maroon helmets, maroon pants, white jerseys with maroon trim on the road. The Illini all orange, head to toe. Orange helmets, orange jersey, and orange pants. It's time for our affiliate salute presented by Minnesota Corn. Using university research and advances in technology, Minnesota's corn farmers are driving towards sustainability while considering people, planet, and profit. You can learn more at mncorn.org. As the Gophers take the field, let's pause 10 seconds on the Gopher Sports Network.
All right, I guess if we're getting a quick pause in. Last night, Boise State versus San Diego State. That was an interesting game. Ashton Genty had a very slow first half, but a crazy second half.
We're ready for the coin toss here.
We've got the Army-Navy game. I hope Navy win, Army-Air Force game, rather. Army-Navy's always last week of the game.
In the Big Ten,
last week of the season.
Overall, ranked 24th in the country, and coming off of a loss last week at top-ranked Oregon. And remember, their two losses have been number 1 Oregon and number 3 Penn State. The captains, Jordan Newman and Derek LeCaptain. The coin toss brought to you by Huntington Bank. The Gophers are back. New year, same traditions. Get to the bank. Huntington Bank
Brett
Stadium.
Bielema taught PJ Fleck how to beat Wisconsin. I think that was the thing that they had a highlight on a couple of years ago. So.
Larry has not turned on his microphone, so we will try to interpret through just body language here. Throws the coin. Looks like Minnesota has won. And now we'll get the official announcement here.
Minnesota's won, so I assume we're going to kick the ball.
Is one the toss?
Receive in the second half.
We'll defer.
Yep.
Illinois.
I'm going to go for Cup this morning.
So Illinois will receive. They will go left to right as we look at it. A beautiful sunny day here. Temperatures in the mid-50s. We'll get into the low 60s by the end of this game. Late arriving crowd. They expect about 55,000 when it's all said and done. But here at the kickoff, this is often the case at a lot of Big Ten venues over the course of time. It's a late arriving
Oklahoma
crowd when it's an 11 a.m.
Tickets
game.
as low as $7. I wonder
the
why.
Gophers will start on defense, and they last
FCS
week
Maine
turned
playing
Maryland
against
over on downs on the
Oklahoma.
opening
I watched a little bit of Maine
possession, and I
hockey
thought
last night,
Kerry Brown's tackle
actually.
set the tone for the rest of the afternoon.
No, it absolutely did set the tone for the game, and I think that's what we're going to need to see today. We're going to see early tone sitting out of this Illinois team.
Georgia versus Florida could be interesting. I don't think Graham Mertz is playing today, though.
They had some injury issues, but none of the guys injured last week for Illinois were listed on the injury report today. They will miss backup cornerback Terrence Brooks, a Texas transfer, and that's about it.
Fine.
As for Minnesota, Tyler Cooper, the left guard, is out. He will not play. We're waiting to find out how they'll shuffle. Will Tony Nelson just slide in and start the game at left guard? He is the backup left guard. Or they move some guys around and maybe move Phillip Daniels in at a tackle and Quinn Carroll inside and shuffle that way. We will find out.
I don't want to see Quinn Carroll on the inside. I feel like Quinn Carroll is not built to play guard. I feel like he's more built as a tackle.
Concrete to the Twin Cities and beyond. We thank AVR for their support of Gopher Athletics and for paving the way to kickoff.
I guess this slate might be a little bit more interesting than I thought. We've got ranked Pitt at SMU at Gerald Ford Stadium. They have packed that place at home, and they've been rocking, so that could be kind of an interesting game. We have any interesting FCS games.
And Dragan Kesic will kick off. This will be his 44th kickoff of the season. He has 37 touchbacks.
The boys of William and Mary going to North Carolina A&T.
Justin Guard is standing by, and JG,
Minnesota St. Thomas going to Moorhead in Kentucky.
I can't complain. We've had some years where it's been a little choppy and a little dicey. I always remember that Northwestern game, Grimmer, where we lost like 100-0. It was raining and snowing and freezing and windy.
Watching, yes.
Yeah, 9 people were there. Exact opposite.
Northern
here
Iowa at North Dakota State. That could be interesting.
Here. This is tremendous. Can't beat this at all.
How about those white jerseys and the maroon hats down there for the Gophers? What a sharp-looking group.
You stole my word. In honor of my dad, Big Mike Guard, the Gophers are looking sharp.
Yes,
they're looking sharp. That's a very Iowa middle-aged word that you just dropped on us there, Grimmer.
I hate the word sharp.
Big Mike and Little Mike, we'll call it.
Grandpa
Although
or
not
grandma.
that little, talking about about me, that's for sure. All right, here we go. Thank you, JG. His sideline reports all day long, brought to you by Stephen Carey, Minnesota's original Know Your Rights injury attorneys, representing people hurt on the road, at work, or anywhere else. Visit knowyourrights.com. Here we go for kickoff. Minnesota and Illinois, longtime Big Ten rivals.
Sounds
the
like
left foot's into it, high end over and kick sails into the end zone, and it will be a touchback. Time for the opening drive. It's brought to you by the Minnesota Department of Public Safety, reminding you that on the football field, excessive speed is a good thing. On Minnesota roads, it could be deadly. Please slow down and drive smart. Gophers, as we mentioned, wearing those sharp-looking white uniforms. Starting lineup brought to you by your local Northland Ford dealer. Visit buyfordnow.com and your local Northland Ford dealer today. Eastern and Redding are the tackles. Joyner and Strigo are the tackles. Jack Henderson, the nickel. Baranowski and Lindenberg are the linebackers. Wally and Robinson are your corners. And Brown and Gooseby are the starting safeties. Altmaier, the quarterback, and it's a quick-hitting pass near side. And there's a lot of space for Bryant, their leading receiver, across the 40. And a quick-hitting pass to the right side. Justin Wally ushered him out, but
this is the one thing that we need to stop. We need to stop their throws to this Pat Bryant kid, and then they have a pretty decent tight end from the stats that we were looking at.
You want to get into someone hot
second
right away, get it to your
receiver,
main receiver, and they do that to get into very nice field position to start out the game.
He was questionable all the way up to kickoff. He was in concussion protocol, and he makes a play on the opening play of the game. And here's a handoff left side, and Lindenberg stuffs the running back, Lawfery. He's the starter out of Gibson City, Illinois. Had 69 yards rushing. Half of that came on one play last week. Each of the last 2 weeks against Michigan and Oregon, Lawfery has had 2 big runs and then shut down the rest of the time. It's a gain of 1, 2nd and 9 from the 45-yard line. Out of the pistol set, 2 receivers wide to the right, 1 wide to the left. Davis and Priestley are the tackles. Geske and Henderson the guards, and Kreutz is the center. Back to throw is Altmaier. Wings it, and he fires it far and wide. Intended target Bryant. Ethan Robinson in coverage. Had that throw been on target, I think Robinson would have been the guy catching the football.
Big play to start out the game. That feels like that's always how the Gophers start. And then 3rd and 9.
Outside shoulder. And
not a lot of plays in the playbook for that, so good start.
A great job.
Let's see if we can hold them out on 3rd down.
Very pleasant surprise, the grad transfer.
Big 3rd down here. The Illini on 3rd down this season, converting at 43%. 3rd and 9 here from their own 45. Josh Kreutz calling some signals as the center. Back to throw is Altmaier. Has time, fires far side, and he overshoots the intended target, Zafari Franklin. He's their leading pass catcher in terms of total receptions at 36. He's second in receiving yards, and the Gophers force a punt. 3rd down. Turns to 4th down, and Minnesota will get the football.
It just feels like Illinois got a little bit greedy there. They were really successful just kind of with that short passing game early. Then they had the handoff, and then that pass there of slightly overthrown.
Yeah, we need to catch them with their hands in the cookie jar. Get them a little greedy, and then
on the inside inbounds,
take it when we can.
There to pick up a key 1st down.
31-year-old Hugh Robinson to punt. He's an Australian punter, good friends with 30-year-old Mark Crawford, and Hugh Robinson will get it away.
Oh, yeah,
and it's
Mark Crawford's a pretty old guy.
Diagonally punted away from Parrish, and it rolls all the way to the 1-yard line, and that's where it will be downed. Wow, good punt there, as it was short of the return man. 54 yards and down at the 2-yard line officially
Illinois
by
here.
the Fighting Illini. So Minnesota will start deep in its own territory from its own 2-yard line. Rex Brosmer's the reigning Big Ten offensive player of the week last week. 320 passing yards, 4 touchdowns. He was 26 of 33, and now on the year,
let's see if I almost said Aiden. I want to say Kaliak Manis, but it's not. It's Max Brosmer. Let's see if Max Brosmer can build out of his incredible game last week.
They take 60, and he's right about 70.
I mean, 70 is such a high bar. The last person I remember that consistently at 70 was the quarterback that was at Madison a long time ago, but it is a very, very difficult bar to maintain.
Running back is Taylor in his end zone. Gets the handoff from Brosmer, trying the right side. Waits, now bounces it outside. Turns it up at the 5, and he gets out to the 10. And a gain of 8 on 1st down. And a nice job for the Golden Gophers up front. We'll try to get who is the starter at left guard.
Who's the starter at left guard?
It's not Tyler Cooper.
That was their
Nice
defense.
patience by Darius Taylor right there. It is difficult to be
They don't really
patient
have
when your
defensive
feet are
stats
in
on
the
here.
end zone, but the offensive
Rush
line did
attempts.
such a good job at the line of scrimmage. You can't have people sprinting through. A lot of bad things can happen when you're in
No
the end zone, and
defensive
none of them
stats.
happened there. Darius Taylor able to pick up 9 yards and get him out of jail on first down.
Ashton Beers has moved to left guard.
Cool.
Daniels the right tackle. Quinn Carroll moves inside to right guard. That's where he's probably at his best. He's just not played
Really?
guard much. Here's a quick hitting pass. It's a first down. Elijah Spencer, who's
They
been
like,
on a heater the
Quinn Carroll
last
at
2
guard?
weeks, has a gain of about 4. And the stop made by Xavier Scott.
From what
their
I've seen, I
leader in
don't feel like he's got,
interceptions. He's a Jim Thorpe finalist, one of 15.
I mean, I guess I don't know the
So he has had a
internal run
tremendous
scheme
year,
for the Gophers, but I
that
haven't seen him have that
Spencer
speed.
got it out to the 15-yard line.
Max does
And he
such a
played
good
tackle
job
in
of
high
just being
school, but
consistent
I
and being
guess
accurate.
high
And
school
then
is,
finding Elijah Spencer over there on the perimeter, and he's
a little
got
bit
4 touchdowns
a
this
moot
season. Having a
point.
very, very nice year. Glad he came back.
Finishing that lineup up front, Ursery is the left tackle as usual, and Johnson is the center. He was our pregame guest. No score early on, 2.5 minutes in, and Brosmer wants to throw on a straight drop. All kinds of time over the middle, off the hands of the tight end Frank Bierman, and incomplete. Minnesota early in the season, Darryl, amongst the
I've
leaders
not
in the
been
country
happy
in
with the
drop
play
passes.
of,
That has dropped
Frank Bierman.
significantly, and the success has gone up in the last 3 or 4 games, but that's when a tight end's got to catch.
I feel like we've had a
you're right.
pretty
He's gotta catch
decent
it. I think
run
the
of
other
tight
piece for
ends,
Max is that
whether
he's
it's like a
communicated with his,
traditional like
you know, all of the
blocking and
receivers that
receiving tight end,
everyone is
or just an
available. I'm gonna throw
exclusive
I can't throw the ball to everyone
block,
in practice, but
just an
I
exclusive
can
blocking
in the
tight
game.
end.
And
I mean,
he's gonna
Koke
go
got
to that third,
drafted
fourth,
and
and fifth
has played
receiver,
a
so everyone
decently
knows that they are a
significant role in
viable
the
option.
NFL for the
Wide
years that
side
he
to the
was.
left now on
I
second
don't know
and
if he's
10.
still
That
in
would have been a
the
6 or
still in
7
the
yard
league or not,
pickup
but
on first down. And on second and long, it's a handoff to Taylor. Patiently waits, cuts it up at the 15, and works his way to about a 5-yard gain to the 20.
Okay.
Matthew Bailey is the man on the stop, the sophomore. He was the leading
got a lot of
tackler
plays
heading
in the
into the
playbook
game
for
about
3rd
2
and
weeks
5.
ago. And then Rosiak, the middle linebacker,
with our
on
tight ends,
12
we've had,
tackles and 12 tackles in back-to-back weeks to take the
what's his
tackle
name?
lead. And now
Brevin
it's 3rd and
Spanford.
5 here
He's
for
on
the
the,
Gophers, who on the
practice
year
squad
are
for the
47%
Cowboys
on
right
third
now.
down, 47 of 100.
I think he gets an occasional playing time, but not a whole
Illinois on
lot.
third down defensively, allowing
All right,
just
3rd and 5.
45%. So we'll see what the Gophers
Let's
have in
see,
store here.
I'm going to say
was
probably
lined
a
up
run
as a
again.
receiver, now comes settled in the backfield to the right of the quarterback, Brosmer, and working left, that's the wide side of the field. Waiting for the snap, Brosmer wants to throw. Dumps it out to Taylor, catching and losing yards. He lost 4 as he was hit right at near the line of scrimmage. And a good job there by the Illini, and even worse, Darius Taylor is the injured party.
Hopefully he just got the wind knocked out of him. I think he got maybe a shoulder pad and a helmet to the ribs there, so hopefully it's just the wind getting knocked out of him, not any worse than that.
Let's get up, DT.
Tackle for the Illini made by Jaheim Clark.
Jaheim did a good job of getting inside of Lemeki Brockington. Lemeki was trying to block him on that play, and he couldn't quite get a piece of him on that play, and he was the one that made the play on Darius Taylor there.
Sophomore out of Florida. They're attending to the injured Darius Taylor. Took a hard shot to the thigh. He's up and jogging off, so that's a good relief. Okay. Probably just the pain of the hit.
Yeah, hopefully.
Set him back a minute, but that's a 4-yard loss in the pass. And it'll be 4th and 9, and the Gophers will have to punt. Okay. No score, 11:35 to play
Big
here.
Ten
Quiet
football.
start.
Yeah,
This
you
is
gotta punt the ball.
Really a docile building right now as they keep filing in. You'd think the last time they played here, it was one of their big wins. They were rededicating this as a 100-year stadium, and this place was a field rush and all kinds of stuff, and not yet. I mean, who knows how it turns out, but it's pretty docile right now.
No, it's a little bit quiet, but it is, it's still morning time. People are still finishing that last couple cups of coffee.
Here's an end-over and kick, looking into the sun as the return man, and a good job there for
being a West Coaster. It's still 9:12 in the morning.
The 35 and a 46-yard punt and a 1-yard return at the 42. And good field position for the Illini. When we come back, stay with us. No score. We're in the first. 11:17 to go, and this is Golden Gopher football from Learfield.
No matter who you are or what you do, there's a Ford vehicle that can help you own the day. Make life on the go a walk in the park with the new
traditional
Ford Explorer.
Big Ten start.
Become the MVP of the work site with the unrivaled performance of a new built Ford Top F-Series truck, the best-selling trucks in America. Yeah. Or discover what it really means to adventure in the great outdoors with a new Bronco Sport. Whether it's for
Penn State game kicked off. Yep, they had college game day there. Like I thought. Let's see what does Corso have to say on the game here.
Listen, when in doubt, go with your heart. I'm going with my love.
First love.
The first love ever.
First love. First helmet he ever picked.
Oh, he's got Bucky in Bucky. Jesus, he's got the Buckeye in Penn State.
Not happy with LC, who's got Ohio State. Keegan Michael Key, you're the best. Thanks for being with us. Enjoy your college football Saturday.
Wow. All right, well, Coach.
Some people just know they.
Coach Corso likes himself the Buckeyes, but who knows if that's
5,000 Hills Lifetime Grazed Beef is a dietary staple of all Golden Gopher athletes. Loaded with nutrients including omega-3 fatty acids, delicious grass-fed 1,000 Hills beef is the protein that powers the Gophers. 1,000 Hills Lifetime Grazed, the elite meat for the athlete in you. Find at your local food co-op
Army
or
Force
ask your
and Air
brochure.
Force Punt.
LifetimeGrazed.com.
Army Force and Air Force Punt.
Okay,
Sorry
true stories from Huntington
fast.
with Veronica and her banker Roger. Veronica, you were nervous about trying to get a home. Why is that?
Nobody likes to hear the word no. One day I just said, okay, I'm going to go talk to the banker.
How'd it go, Roger?
If there was a bump in the road, we hit it.
God, it still bothers me that Stanford versus NC State is an ACC matchup, but
Getting more than money from your bank.
I promise.
Welcome to Huntington. Real people compensated for true stories. Loan subject to credit application and approval. Equal housing lender.
Excuse me. I feel like after a couple down weeks from Ole Miss, I don't know. I guess they beat Oklahoma last week. But they did lose to LSU, and then they lost that shocker against Kentucky. I feel like they're going to come pretty motivated, so I'd be interested to see how they respond. I think Arkansas beat a ranked team.
Three and out on its opening possession after forcing
they beat
after
number 4
one
ranked
first down
Tennessee
Illinois
at home a couple
Illini
weeks
now in
ago.
good field position from their own 42-yard line. Running back now is Josh McCray, standing to the left of the quarterback. Altmaier now shifts to the right and has a handoff working left. No, it's a keeper, and Altmaier is spun. Oh, the ball comes loose, and Minnesota's on it. What are they going to call here? They say Minnesota football and a turnover.
Let's go.
The quarterback looks a little shook up as well.
Baranowski comes
I hate
up
that
with
he
the loose
shook up.
ball.
I hope he gets better.
He
but
knocked it away.
Maverick Baranowski
Wally
with
knocked
a
it away. This certainly will
fumble
be
recovery.
under review.
Wally's got the force fumble.
And unfortunately, we don't have the benefit of replay in the booth here that they provide.
Oh, damn it.
As
No
he was
booth
elevated
replay.
by Wally, and then the ball popped out. And the question is, did the elbow hit first? And I have a feeling we're going to see a review here. If it stands, Minnesota will have it at the Illini 44.
I'm telling you, a big game from the defense
next
here.
to the head linesman. He may bang a timeout here if there's no review.
You can go back
from
and
upstairs.
check it in the replay.
I would imagine that he will.
Exactly what I said. Big game from the
moment,
defense. I didn't say Maverick Baranowski, but I did say, we're expecting, I'm expecting another Coy Parrish interception. I hope Altmaier there is doing all right.
We talked about in the open that turnovers will be the key. Both teams have done a good job keeping care of the ball and getting takeaways. Alone in the backfield is Brosmer. The running back is
they called it.
Darius Thomas Wright. They throw it to him. He's got it at the 40. Puts on a move to the 35 and to the 30-yard line, and a gain of 14, make it 15 on first down.
It's Big Ten football. You got to hold on to the ball, and you got to, the team that puts up the most turnovers is most likely going to lose the game.
Receiver runs just kind of a quick out route.
Classic Big Ten football.
Puts the ball on the money, and then he's able to use his running back skills and his power into that run to pick up 3 or 4 extra yards into that after that catch.
Yeah, good to see him back in the game. Remember, he walked off under his own power.
DT was
That's
out
his
for
35th reception. He
play.
has the most catches in the Big Ten for a running back. Patterson was in coverage and brought him down. Brockington in motion. Handoff to Marcus Major now. He bangs his way to the left side and a gain of 3 to the 27. Big turnover by the Gopher defense. Wally and Maverick Baranowski combined.
I like kind of the smash and dash we have with DT and Marcus Major. I feel like Marcus Major is kind of more of a speed back. He's more comfortable in like a traditional running back position, but is okay catching it on a screen. And then DT obviously does not mind the
injury that he was kind of dealing with. He got hit right
Sorry,
there on that
left
pad.
quad injury. I want to get that.
Series defensively, just
DT's
on the
obviously
exercise
comfortable
bike, trying to
catching the
stretch
ball.
it
He's
out,
obviously
and as you
running the
mentioned, he
ball.
looks good to go right now.
He's back in the game.
I like
on
the
a second
dynamic,
and 7, wide side to the right.
play we get
and
to
it's
see
play
from
action.
DT.
Brosmer wants to throw. He has Jackson near the end zone, and he missed him just wide to the left, and he claps his hands as the quarterback Brosmer, knowing he let a scoring opportunity go by the wayside. You could see it developing. He had beaten the great defensive back Xavier Scott badly,
running back
but the
is is both leading our rush yards and our receiving yards. I mean, I don't love that,
exactly what Max did there. Unfortunately, Daniel Jackson could not quite get to that ball. That was a greatly conceived play by Greg Harbaugh, the offensive coordinator for Gophers.
Yeah, that was a touchdown most days, unfortunately, and I don't know if the wind played a little role in that. It was just up a little too much. So now it's third down. They are in field goal range. Marcus Majors, the running back. He's lined up, though, as a receiver in an empty backfield. And now a marker comes out, and
just
somebody
a little
jumps.
bit of a delay. I feel like I want their setting on this just to have a delay.
5-yard penalty. Third down.
That's Philip Daniels making his first career start at right tackle. If you just joined us, Daniels starting at right tackle.
Maybe I just need to lean back and just listen instead of like actively stare at the last play.
60-year senior from St. Croix Falls, Wisconsin, had started every game.
All right, 3rd and 12. Don't have a lot of plays in the playbook for that, but we're potentially in 4-down territory.
On the fringe of field goal range, and you don't want to take a sack here. No score.
Certainly
under
not
10 minutes to go first quarter. Gophers have forced a turnover. They have the ball in good shape. Now need to continue
our wide
the
receivers down
Blitz
there.
Comes, picked up by Major, firing the ball, caught by Spencer, and close to first down yardage. He's got it inside the 20 to the 19 in front of Matthew Bailey. And there again is a strike for the Gophers. Brosmer gets
I like the dynamic duo that we have with Elijah Spencer and Daniel Jackson. I saw a thing somewhere.
Talk about catches that people need to make, and that was not an easy catch. Tremendous reach back and catch that ball back behind you.
Brosmer now wants to throw again, flush from the pocket, rolling right, waits, and he has to throw it away. Receiver went out of bounds anyway. Gophers in the Case IH red zone, brought to you by the team on top at Case IH. Visit caseih.com/Gophers. Brosmer now 4 of 7, 27 yards, and he did have that drop on the opening possession from the tight end. But in the last 2 games, both his guys, Jackson and Spencer, have been unbelievable.
Combined,
Sports
they have
28
Gophers
catches for 330 yards, and that was a great grab by Spencer for the first down.
Absolutely was. That to instill
Illinois coach calls Daniel Jackson the most underrated receiver in the country, and I think most Big Ten fans would agree with that. Well, I think most Minnesota fans would agree with that. I think Big Ten fans aren't watching Minnesota a whole lot.
It'll bring up a 3rd and 6. Thought maybe from up here it looked
3rd
like
and
he
6.
bounced out. He might have some
got some plays in the playbook for it. Maybe we can go back.
Kept it inside the tackle.
And dual out routes by
defensive
Elijah Spencer and Daniel Jackson.
He's listed as a
they can only cover one of them. There are no defensive stats, but it seems as if their defense is pretty good. I mean, they've obviously won enough games, and they've held them to 0, 17, 9, 7. I mean, I guess 49 is the outlier.
3rd and 6.
And then 38.
Taylor still out of the game. Marcus Major stays in at running back. 8.5 to go first quarter, no score. Brosmer on a straight drop, looks left, fires it out there, caught, and that is inside the 10 to the 9 and all the way to the 6 and a first down, and that is Daniel Jackson on the grab. No, make that Lemecki. No, I'll go 3rd time. It's Elijah Spencer.
Elijah Spencer with the ball again. Let's
Elijah, another
go.
Nice catch, and it just shows you the confidence that Max Brosmer has in Elijah Spencer. He is targeting and looking for him every single opportunity, and Elijah a little bit taller. He's 6'2", 6'3", does a really nice job of catching the ball.
So it's 1st and goal, Minnesota at the 5. And into the game now is Darius Taylor. He missed the last 2 plays. Let's see if the Gophers get the ball to him from the 5-yard line. It's play action, waiting. Brosmer comes off his primary target, rolling right, and he just heaves it toward it is in the first row. Literally landed in the first row. Akis was the man pressuring. They were looking, I think, for the tight end on a
first and goal. Why are we
right.
not handing the ball
yeah, first of all, a couple of really nice catches by
right down the middle.
Here in that section.
Jam it down their throat, score a touchdown.
Taylor is definitely still dealing with that left injury to the quad.
I guess DT's got dealing with a little bit of a quad injury, but you know.
His gait just not as fluid as normal, so it looks like it's going to be something he'll be dealing with for the game.
All right, good work there, JG, on the Minnesota sideline.
Get him on the old bike.
Second and goal, no
Help roll out that quad or whatnot.
5. Bierman goes in motion. This time they give it to Taylor, waiting, spotting a spot left, and he's got it to the 1, and a good gain there. It'll be 3rd and goal. Akis again on the stop for the Illini. And, man, I'm so impressed.
Just like we said, DT right down the middle.
With his vision, man, and his patience.
So his vision, his patience, and there we saw the good work
of
the
offensive line
and the new people in there. Daniel, Philip Daniels, Quinn Carroll on the inside, back at his natural position where he'd like to be. But, you know, a lot of times you do things for your team, and the offensive line right now.
I did not know Quinn Carroll wanted to be a guard. I feel like he's built more like a tackle. He's like 6'7", something like that.
Two running backs with Newman and Taylor. Snap to Taylor directly. He gets the direct snap hit and no gain. They sniff that out. It'll be 4th and goal. That was from the 2. I thought he got to the 1 and they spotted him short. I thought they shorted them a yard on the spot. I was surprised when I looked up. And I
why are we doing trick plays at the 2?
Also maybe didn't call a play thinking it was a foot to go, and instead it was 2 yards to go, and it will be
this isn't Seth Green and the Green Line in 2019. We were putting Jordan Newman back there. Come on.
Limping off even a little bit more. Took another shot.
Yeah, and we're putting our already susceptible running back in the position again to get hurt. Keep Brosmer in. At least then you have like a threat.
Hold for Dragan Kesic, who is 9 of 15 on the year. This will be a 20-yard field goal attempt. Spotted the ball just inside the left hash. Snap back, spot down, kick is up, and Minnesota is on the board first. They have
at least we got a field goal.
And with that field goal,
it's Big Ten football. That might be enough to win.
To the Golden Gopher Fund. Old Dutch Foods is proud to be a longtime supporter of the Gophers and the University of Minnesota. Old Dutch Foods, quality lives here. 3-0 Golden Gophers. Minnesota on an 11-play, 42-yard drive. It took 4:46, and the Gophers turn the turnover into points, 3 points.
That's what a good football team does, is they take the ball off of a turnover and convert it into points.
To Special Olympics,
good call.
Minnesota. From the Federated Insurance Broadcast
better than no
booth,
points.
This is Golden Gopher football from Learfield.
All right, so I want to get back to this this article that they posted talking about, is this Brett Bielema, known as Illinois has become known as a strong defense, but they're vulnerable through the air. Opposing quarterbacks have thrown for at least 200 yards in 3 consecutive games, including 291 yards from Oregon's Dylan Gabriel. Jackson has faced Illinois four times in his starting career, averaging 1.8 catches and 23.8 yards per game, and scored 1 touchdown. Can we get the actual article? I don't really care about seeing the... First off, right on the top line, they have SI swimsuit. That's kind of funny. Between assignment with Wisconsin and Illinois, Bielema is a perfect 9-0 against Minnesota as a head coach. If the Gophers want to take him down, they might need a big game from Jackson in the passing attack. I feel like to get a win in general, we might need a big game from Jackson in the passing attack. But if they're going to keep all their eyes on Jackson, then we got to get the ball to anybody who's got hands. We got to get the ball to DT. We got to get the ball to Bierman, and we got to get the ball to Elijah Spencer and Lemeki Brockington and whomever else can catch the ball. So, I like this. Minnesota wide receiver Daniel Jackson has officially found his chemistry with Max Brosmer, and together they've produced elite results over the last 2 weeks. Jackson is averaging 9.5 catches and 103 yards per game. This season he has 51 catches, 568 yards, and 3 touchdowns. I feel like that number is higher. Didn't we check in our pregame stats that it was more than that? Whatever. So Brett Bielema clearly knows what he's going up against in Daniel Jackson, and he's probably leaning his safeties that way, so expect a big game from Elijah Spencer. And we've seen that so far. He's got 3 receptions for 27 yards. So cool.
Hey, when you're out of town and want to keep up with live
perfect
college
timing,
sports, be sure to download the free Varsity Network app, available on both Apple and Android.
And Penn State is doing the same thing as the Gophers have. They I think they started with the ball, it looks like. Ohio State has no stats here. 3 points, a field goal.
A little disappointing. He had it first and goal at the 5 DT and couldn't punch it in.
So is Army
from the 2-yard
putting
line,
up 3.
20-yard field goal, but they're on the board and it's 3-zip.
It is. You want to put points on the board, and you're right. It is a little bit disappointing, especially with that fumble by Luke Altmaier to get that ball with nice field position.
Is Altmaier going to be back in the game? They said that he was.
3 times.
They said that he was kind of hurt.
Line to get in. You feel like you're going to get in, and they just can't quite do it. It's a little bit of an emotional lift for Illinois, even.
Wilcher and Beatty deep. And
all right.
With a booming high end over in kick sells.
How many plays until we see a Coy Parrish interception? 15.
DJ Fleck just emerged from the injury tent, where Darius Taylor just emerged from the injury tent. This looks like it was a different injury than the left thigh or the left hip that he suffered earlier in the drive. It looks like they were taping his left ankle. The doctors had the tape in there, so he is back out by the bench. Came out with a head.
At least he's back out.
He was mad he had to go into the tent in the first place, and now he's back out with the team. So look for him to make a return.
All right, we'll keep an eye on number 1 here for the Gophers. He has a nice grab, 4 rushing attempts, 17 yards, and 2 catches for 10 yards. McCray's the running back next to Altmaier, wide side to the left, 3 receivers that
Altmaier
way,
is back in the game.
And it is a straight handoff to McCray, and good run-stopping coverage there. Devin Eastern was the second man there. I believe it was Wally who got himself in there from his cornerback spot. Loss of a yard. That'll be a tackle for a loss for Justin Wally. And
it says rush of 1 yard here, but
for a loss all season. He had the pick 6
even though it says second down and 11, I don't know how that's possible.
Sure is. With 2 picks and 24 tackles coming into this game, he is a prime-time player for us right now.
In motion comes Franklin, and it will be a quick-hitting pass to Franklin. Got a block, and he has a seam. He's across the 35, and he's brought down by Aiden Gooseby, but not before it's a gain of 13 out to the 42-yard line.
He's got 2 completions for 33 yards.
This is
what they did last time, right? I mean, they got a big play, and then we stonewalled them at midfield. They punted the ball, and I mean, we didn't do much with that, but they still did it.
Mark and the tight end is tucked in now. He was lined up wide left, now tucked in left. 2 receivers that way. That's the wide side of the field. McCray stays in at running back. 1st and 10 from the 38. And Altmaier wants to throw, wants to go deep. Sideline. Bryant's out there. Incomplete. Crowd wanted interference. Sideline for the Illini wanted interference. Wally step for step with him.
No call.
There was some contact, but I think it was kind of just a hand fighting between the 2 guys, right?
It was mutual, and I also think I know that Wally was looking back.
No call.
To make a play, so it was.
Don't pull out the sword. What they say, no weapons now.
And
they had that clip with Coy saying, like, basically calling the call bullshit or whatever, and then I think it was Jordan Newman who was like, no, we're better than that. We need to do better than that. Let's go. 3rd and 13. You don't have a lot of plays in the playbook for that. You're going to look to throw the ball. And
on that play, they detected that. It looked like
you think? Right? I think that they knew exactly what was coming. So you recognize this formation. This is what they're going to do. They had outside contain and an inside-out pursuit for a nice loss of 2 on that play, forcing 3rd down and 12.
Been watching that film.
3rd and 13 officially. They're
good.
0 for 1 on 3rd down. From the 35, pistol formation. Joyner set up wide to the right. And back to throw Altmaier. Pressure comes, steps up in the pocket, throws it underneath. Caught by the tight end Goda. And he's tackled after a gain of about 6 to the 43-yard line.
Hey, that's 4.
Brown, the redshirt freshman safety
that's
on the
4.
stop. And Illinois will have to punt. And a good series of downs defensively
good
again
call.
For the maroon and gold.
Great series of downs. Great recognition on that play to get them back behind the yardage. And then they rally to the ball to make it so we cannot pick up the 1st down there, forcing a punt situation here.
Hugh Robertson, we mentioned he's 31 years old out of Australia, stands at his own 29. He kicked it directionally and a bit short.
Booted it last time.
At this point, teams will start kicking away or short of Parrish. He stands at his own 15, the freshman from Esco. Robertson shanked one a couple weeks ago here on this field against Michigan. This is a high wobbling punt, fair catch by Parrish, and it bounces off of a Illini helmet backwards. And is taken. It was hit at the 22.
I was going to say probably near the 20.
Gained at about the 26.
They're going to have to, don't they blow it down at the 20?
These guys are going to spot it in between there at the 23. It's a 34-yard punt. That
yeah.
thing should be at about the 26-yard line, right? Off his helmet, he caught
if it hits a defender, then it has to stop.
So they've struggled with spotting here early on, have the guys in stripes. And that
looks
will
like
take
you're going to spot it where it hit him.
Yeah, it hit him.
Yeah,
at the
that's
21.
where they should spot it, right?
At the 26, and they put it right in between. That is correctable if they want, and we'll see if they do a quick review. We got to take a quick break. 3-0 Minnesota. 3:40.
All right, got good field position. We're at the 23-yard line. Better than at the 2 than we were before.
Delivered to your door. Cub is proud to support
Penn State got an interception early in the game. Let's check our stats here. Interception, touchdown. Excuse me.
Because football's exciting.
Threw a pick 6.
Like getting together with gridiron-loving friends. Doing some
Quinchon Judkins.
Maybe.
Run for 1 yard. Runs for 4 yard. Will Howard. Interception to Zion Tracy for 31-yard touchdown. Penn State penalty, false start. Oh, did they false start on the kick? Twice? I don't know what's happening there, but they got the points, so Penn State playing the turnover game early. Army gets a nice punt off here. Air Force has got the ball, and they're going to start the drive deep in their own possession. Or right. Yeah, no. Air Force has got the ball. Arkansas is driving here. That's all right. Do you have any other interesting games on right now? Let's refresh this page and see if there's a... Oh, schedule. I want scores. There we go. Number 5, Miami taking it to Duke. That should be a pretty simple game. I haven't really seen a whole lot from Duke this year. Let's see. How's their season gone? Lost to Georgia Tech. Lost last week against SMU. Playing ranked. Pretty soft schedule early. Soft. Came in without their starting quarterback. Got a close win. And beat a admittedly bad Florida State team. So, a 6-win team, but kind of a fraudulent 6-win team. Kind of interested in this Texas Tech versus Iowa game. I don't know a whole lot about Texas Tech this year. I mean, they're putting up battles. They're on the road in Iowa, or excuse me, in Ames, so that could be an interesting game. Louisville versus Clemson could be kind of interesting.
Correction up above as we thought at the time. It is moved now out to the 26, and that's where Minnesota will start with this drive. Good news, Daryl Thompson, is the other DT.
So
Darius Taylor had a real nice looking chain with DT on it yesterday when we saw him on the team flight down here. He is back in the game. Looks like he's nursing a thigh injury and an ankle injury.
Yeah, but it looks like he's feeling good about himself down there. And I did try to get him to borrow me that chain for a little bit. He said maybe just for a photo op.
Yeah, he wasn't willing to give that up.
For a photo op? I'd love to see DT doing a photo shoot with DT.
With the initials DT hanging from it.
Yeah.
All right, Brosmer under center this time.
Two
wide side to the right from their
stud
own
Gopher running backs
3-0.
of two completely different eras.
Snap, spins, play action, wants to throw, has time, fires into traffic. Oh, nearly intercepted. Well covered out there by Xavier Scott.
That's what we don't want. We don't want an interception.
Forced into Daniel Jackson, the intended receiver.
And, no reason to force it to Daniel Jackson.
Really a little lucky.
Check Lemecki Brockington, check Bierman, check Spencer, check DT. I mean, you got 4 targets, 5 if you want to include Daniel himself. And Jackson's a good team member, so he should be all right as long as we come out with a win.
Minnesota again under center is Brosmer, and this time he straight hands off to Taylor, and he's got a little room right on a cutback and works his way across the 35 and a gain of 12 to the 38-yard line.
There we go.
Clark on the stop for the Illini, and a nice job, and again vision there for Darius Taylor.
Vision, and then also
speaking of DT,
he is a
just
long strider, and right there you see his stride come out there, and looks like he well, we got a Illinois defender.
Okay, Illinois guy down.
Yeah, that is
I thought I was going to say DT's down again.
Middle linebacker in this 3-4
all right.
East Lake, Florida junior, 6'1",
Speaking of, DT's
and
doing work.
Check him out. We will take a break. Hey, Gopher fans, make sure to stop by the Gopher Garden. It's the pregame fan fest located on Oak Street. It's outside the stadium. All home games. It starts 3 hours before all home games. 1 left. That comes up in a couple of weeks. Experience the Gopher football pregame show, the Pride of Minnesota marching band, and more.
I feel like this is a game that we're going to see Will Howard really get exposed in. I've never been a huge Will Howard fan. I never really saw what Ohio State saw in him, especially when he was at Kansas State last year. I didn't really see it. It's all right. You can close it if you need to. Air Force still Ooh, that was loud. Sorry. Air Force still struggling. I mean, they're going to struggle, especially as an option team. You're going to see them struggle, especially early. So and you're playing against a tough Army team who's got the who's the head coach for Army? He was the head coach at Mercer last year, and Mercer had a pretty good year in FBS. So, Ole Miss, I mean, they're gonna take advantage of what they can. Jackson Dart 6 of 7 for 64 yards. So cool. And do we have any other interesting games on?
At RBC Wealth Management, helping the communities where we live and work
Maine
is
and
at
Oklahoma
the heart of what
are
we do.
tied.
That's why we're proud to partner with Gopher
So they're
Sports
in the
on
game
Goldie's
cast.
Family. At every Gopher home game, Goldie's
We'll
Family
take off
gives a
Army
family
versus
staying
Air
at the
Force, 'cause
Ronald
I feel like that
McDonald
might not
House
be
an
that good of a
exclusive
game
game day
today.
experience. By supporting our youth and their families, RBC Wealth Management strives to make tomorrow better for everyone
A
in our
battle
communities.
for the
RBC
MAC
Wealth Management,
today.
a
We've
division
got
of
Eastern
RBC
Michigan at
Capital Markets
Toledo.
LLC,
That's kind of
member
cool.
NYSE, FINRA, SIPC.
I didn't know Memphis was 11, or excuse me,
Bushel
7
Boy
and 1.
tomatoes
I didn't
are
know they were
growing
one
right
loss
here
team.
in Minnesota, year-round, in
Played two
ideal
soft
greenhouse
teams pretty
conditions.
early.
So
North
Gopher
Alabama
fans
from
can
the
enjoy
FCS
garden
and
fresh
Troy from the
tomatoes
Sun
every
Belt.
game
Then they
day.
played
For
at
over 30
Florida
years,
State, one
Bushel
at
Boy
Florida
Farms
State.
has grown
Pretty,
premium fresh tomatoes picked at
earlier in the season, you might have considered that a little bit bigger of a win, but they're not that good of a team, actually. Lost against a good Navy team, beat Middle Tennessee State, another Sun Belt team. Went to Southern Florida and won, kept them to a field goal. Won a shootout with North Texas. That's kind of an interesting game. And beat what I think is a pretty tough Charlotte team from my understanding. No, they're 3-5. Okay. They had an ESPN thing about them in the offseason, so that's kind of interesting. But I did not know that they were 7-1.
Rosiak is off the field. He did not look good going off the field, really favoring one of the legs, and hopefully things are better than it looked as he is being attended to in that medical tent. His backup is James Kreutz, a sophomore. He's out of the Chicago area, and yes, his dad, along with the center
Kreutz.
for the Illini, Josh Kreutz. Their dad is Olin Kreutz, the six-time Chicago Bear Pro Bowler. Here's a handoff to Marcus.
As soon as they said
Mason,
that name, that's what I thought.
Stutter steps, lost yards. Good tackle back there, and a little trash talking back there by Ryan Mead, the other middle linebacker in this 3-4 set. Taylor back into the game. No gain, we'll say, and it's 2nd and 10.
Just a little bit of communication there between the running back and the linebackers that did that play, and that's one of the few times that I recommend.
It's college football. You see some John sometimes. That's always good to hear. You don't want your your running backs just to lie down when they get smacked.
Now, 2nd and 10. And the tight end, an Illinois product, Jamison Gears. Rosemer waits for the snap at the wide side of the right. Straight drop. Has plenty of time. Now has to flush, and he tripped over his own man. Philip Daniels trying to scramble, and that's a sack back to the 24. Coverage sack, though, DT. He had plenty of time. Warren was the closest Illini there.
It was actually a coverage sack, and their defensive line did a nice job of actually keeping Max in the product. Max is good at getting outside the pocket, so he can't throw the ball away. They maintain their lanes, keep him in the pocket, so the coverage sack on the back.
I might have to eat crow on that call about Will Howard being exposed. Touchdown Will Howard to
Gophers on 3rd down today are 2 for 4, and this drive started
I don't know how
promisingly
to pronounce his name.
with the
I don't want to
12-yard
pronounce it
gain by
incorrectly, but
Taylor.
touchdown Will
Now
Howard
he's in the
for
backfield
34
on
yards.
3rd and
Excuse me, 25
14.
yards.
Rosemer next to him waiting for the snap. 3-0 Minnesota. Rosemer to throw. Plenty of time. Fires it, and it's nobody home. Intended target was either Spencer or Brockington. The closest man there was Clark. And it'll be
Bad
set of downs situation for Mark Crawford and the Golden Gophers.
It's too bad. It really felt like we had an opportunity on this drive with the field position and that first carry by Tyler to get in position to score and put some points and try to put a little bit of distance. This Illinois team, we are obviously not going to win with just 3 points. We need to get some more points.
I mean,
Miles
it's a Big
Scott
Ten game.
and
They might win
Hank
with 3
Beatty
points, but
in
I don't
twin
want
safeties
to
deep.
risk
Crawford
that.
stands at his own 19. The twin safeties are alternating, one at the 20 and one at the 26. Crawford rolling right, high end over end kick toward the far side. Beatty does not call fair catch, makes a catch with his thumbs in the middle, centering the football across the 25 to about the 28-yard line. It's a 46-yard punt and an 8-yard return, and the Illini now down 3-0. Will get the football back, and Minnesota's defense so far has been up to the task, allowing just 41 first quarter yards.
We got to let the defense do their job, and hopefully they get a little bit comfortable, or at least they want to throw the ball and put it near Coy.
Maybe not a high
lob something up and let him get underneath
today
it.
that has negative -1 yard rushing.
So we're at 1:34 to go in the first quarter. Freshman Khalil Valentine now making his first appearance in this game at running back in a true pistol set right behind the quarterback. And he's got a straight handoff, and he breaks one tackle and spurts out across the 30 to about the 32. Kerry Brown was the initial guy there, and he broke his tackle, and it was Jackson Howard who finally cleaned it up, a defensive end, to gain a 4, and it'll be 2nd down and 6.
Yeah, too bad that Kerry wasn't able to bring him down for no gain on that play, but one of the few carries that Illinois has actually picked up positive yards so far this afternoon, and this late
Jackson Dart doing Jackson Dart stuff.
We approach a minute to go first quarter. Minnesota 3-0 lead. Altmaier wants to keep. No, triple option. He throws it out to the right, and it's caught by Franklin. And again, he breaks a tackle, but he gets near first down yardage. Let's see if they move the sticks. Nope, going to be just short. Wally brought him down.
3rd and 1.
Gophers again missed a little bit of a tackle initially there, and it's less than a yard to go. 3rd and about a half yard, and they're going to bring in some new subs, and they'll bring in a bigger receiver and an extra tight end here on 3rd and about half a yard.
Big boy football.
Under a minute to go. In fact, under 40 seconds to go. They do have to snap it here as we wind down the first quarter. Offset I formation. Under center, Altmaier. See if he sneaks it here. Nope, he's going to spin and give to the big fullback, and the big fullback has the first down. That is Anderson, and he's out across the 40 to the 42-yard line and a gain of 5.
This is kind of where they've seemed to stall out.
Not say fullback very often anymore, but this is one of the few times
this is where we've held them the last 2 plays. They've kind of made it to midfield
the center and try to pick up some yards in the first down, and Illinois does on that play.
Sophomore 6'4", 240 out of Naperville, and that ends our first quarter of play. So the Illini,
at the end of the first quarter here, Gophers are up 3-0.
Their own territory, but moving the ball 1st and 10 from their own 42 when we start the second quarter. Good news is the Golden Gophers have the lead, 3-0. It's time for our first scoreboard update of the day. Let's send it back to our Twin Cities studio. And with scores, here's Tanner Hoops.
Yeah, thanks, Mike. Plan to keep you updated on the weekend.
Oklahoma just took
a
score.
What that's worth. Up going last night.
14-7 against
another big night for
Maine.
Boise State. They win 56-24. Jeanty 31 carries for 149 yards and a couple of scores. Moving to today's slate. Big one over at Happy Valley, Ohio State and Penn State. Penn State jumped out to a 10-0 lead. Their defense picked up a pick 6, but Ohio State able to get one back on their next drive. It's 10-7 in favor of the Nittany Lions with a minute 50 to go
against,
in the
Memphis
opening
Tigers.
quarter there. Another Big Ten game in progress. Northwestern jumped out to an early lead. Purdue responded with this.
Snap is down here. The kick is on the way, and the kick is good. And so the Boilermakers answer Northwestern scoring drive with one of its own.
Yeah, so 10-3 Northwestern's on top with 11:26 to play in the first half of that game. Elsewhere, North Carolina State's got
Purdue's
a 14-7 lead over Stanford. They just started the second quarter there. Toledo and Eastern Michigan 7-0
Who have
in
they
favor
played?
of EMU. 1 quarter in the books
there. Are they not
there.
a good team?
Oklahoma,
or
their team that's reeling a little bit, needing a win. They fell down early against Maine and then responded with this.
Trips right, handoff. Barnes up the middle, and he finishes it off anyway.
So we're looking at the Purdue. They're 1-6. They are currently dead last in the Big Ten, 0-4 in conference play. The only team they've beaten this year is Indiana State. That's an FCS school. Got smoked by Notre Dame second game of the season, 66-7, and then kind of played it tight-ish against Oregon State. Got hammered by all of their last opponents, and currently they are down to Northwestern. So, Northwestern without a home stadium as of right now, so
on the early slate,
not a good look.
Meanwhile, Minnesota leads Illinois
good time to be a Purdue fan.
Back out to Urbana-Champaign.
All right, very good. We appreciate it, Tanner Hoops. We want to also thank this season and all season long Minnesota Soybean, once again partnering with Gopher Football to highlight the environmental impact created through the use of biodiesel, a soy-based fuel that powers the team's equipment truck all over the country. The mileage traveled for this weekend's trip to Champaign equates to the impact of planting 207 trees. Gopher Football is powered by biodiesel, cutting carbon here and right now. So a relatively good first quarter DT, a 3-0 3-0 advantage. Minnesota with a advantage in the yards gained, 69-55. Gophers with 5 first downs, Illini with 3. And when you look at that, 3-0 is probably about the way that first quarter should have ended.
No, the way that first quarter should have ended was 7-0. That would be the ideal first quarter, especially when you have the ball on that, in the 5-yard line. You feel like, you need to get in there and get that touchdown. That's just being a little bit greedy and trying to take advantage of things, especially when you're on the road, because you're going to need more than 3 points. And we know that both teams will score more than 3 points here to close out the game.
Minnesota's quarterback, Max Brosmer, 5 of 11 for 37 yards. Luke Altmaier, the Illini quarterback, 4 of 7 for 47 yards. Let's go to the sideline. Justin Gard has another Seaman Carey sideline report.
Grimmer, you mentioned it was kind of quiet here at Old Memorial Stadium. I think part of it could be the student section not entirely full to your left here, to my right in the end zone. But Brett Bielema earlier in the week tried to pump everybody up. He said whether it's a coffee, a mimosa, a bloody, a Red Bull, whatever you have to do to get going and get here, be a part of a really good Big Ten football environment. I would say so far the bloodies and mimosas haven't kicked in yet, or they've kicked in too much from last night. I don't know. You can be the judge. It's Dad's weekend here in Champaign, and as we all know,
4-packs in Walmart.
Besides DT, Dads just can't roll like they used to. You know what I mean?
True, no question.
We can't recover like DT.
It was a late arriving crowd too. Now it's filled in nicely. Both sidelines pretty full. The end zone to our right, that's the south end zone, is totally full. And as you mentioned, the student section not so much. So we'll see how that impacts so far. But it has been a relatively quiet day, as JG mentioned. Illinois with it first and 10 from their own 42. And it's a quick hitting pass and single coverage down the sideline, and the ball is caught in great coverage, and that is Pat Bryant out of Jacksonville, Florida, into Minnesota territory. Wally couldn't have been any closer to the pass catcher, but Bryant is really good, like future NFL good.
Crossed over,
and he makes the catch on the back shoulder.
Yeah, that was a wonderful catch, and he was covered on that play by Wally. And sometimes a person makes a great play, got a tip your cap, and that's one of them there.
And a gain there of 23 yards. Waiting out of the offset pistol. Run blitz comes. It's a handoff to the left. A little bit of a seam, but it closed quickly. And a nice tackle there by Jackson Howard again, the defensive end for Minnesota. Gain of about 3, we'll call it, to the 30. 3-0 Minnesota, 45 seconds into the second. But for the first time today, the Illini now into Minnesota territory at the 30. It'll be a 2nd and 7.
Yeah, and you see Corey Heatherman, our defensive coordinator, being aggressive with his run blitzes. That time not hitting home. They ran away from it, and they were able to pick up 3 yards.
Let's put up with Stonewall
one
now.
Receiver that way.
You got him right at the edge of field goal territory. Let's take it to him.
So far today. Still 3-0 Minnesota. Here's a little
another turnover.
Off to Bryant left side, and Kerry Brown comes and puts the hit on him inside the 25, though, close to the first down, and a gain of about 4. Make it 5. It'll be 3rd and 1.
3rd and 1.
There you see, trying to get out.
They got the conversion last time. They gave it to the fullback right up the middle.
After obviously that first tremendous
Hopefully,
pass to Pat Bryant.
That doesn't happen again.
Illinois offense right now gaining some speed.
Gophers with a couple of reserve defensive ends right now, Smith and Jackson. Jackson Howard, that is. Double tights and McCray, the running back. Double tights to the left on 3rd and short. 3rd and less than a yard. Altmaier under center. Waits for the snap, spins, and hands it off to McCray, who's got a big hole inside the 20, and then he is chopped down by Kerry Brown inside the 15 at the 12, and the Illini now on the march against Minnesota.
Here's that bend don't break position.
By him, but he did a nice job of pressing
First
that line
and 10.
of to the right and cutting back.
If they get it, they'll have 2 yards to go.
Sailing almost would have hit his head on the end zone if not for our
so
linebacker.
It's basically
down,
first and goal.
Nice run by that young man.
Franklin and Bryant are the receivers in the formation. Jack Henderson comes back
false start
in.
at some
came out
point
for the short yardage situation.
Illinois.
And we'll see what happens here.
They're going to get too
Right
excited.
They're
going to get a false start. They're going to back them up. It's going to be 2nd
McCray is the running
and
back,
12.
a true pistol set. And Altmaier waits for the snap. 12-yard line, the line of scrimmage. Franklin comes in motion, and it is a keeper. And this is Altmaier hit in the backfield. Danny Strigo stayed home. The quarterback, Altmaier, wanted to throw it left, but that was covered well. That's that triple option play Ohio State made famous a few years ago. Strigo with his 3rd tackle for a loss. It's a loss of 1 back to the 13.
Strigo gets a
and the Gophers finally
TFL.
sniffed
Good
that play out and covered it beautifully.
Well,
Hold them to a field goal here.
You take care of responsibilities, and we did on that play. And Strigo in particular, not giving Altmaier the option to run that ball back to the inside. He does like to run, as we saw earlier in this game.
Judge Joyner back into the game. Dixon now slotted to the right. 2 receivers that way along with Franklin. Valentine now the running back on 2nd and 11 from the 13-yard line. Altmaier gives to Valentine left. He's hit near the 10-yard line and brought down there. Wally and Strigo combining on the stop for the Golden Gophers. And it'll be 3rd down for the Illini. They're at the 9-yard line. And it'll be 3rd and about 8.
Yeah, this is a big 3rd down right here for the Gophers. They need to we need to stop and get off the field right here. Need some pressure on Altmaier.
We do need to
stop. They bring in the pass rush package. Anthony Smith comes in at tackle.
All right, let's go, D. Let's go.
Come out. 3rd and we'll call it 7 officially from the 9-yard line. They need to get to the 2 for a 1st down. Bryant is slotted to the right. He's the only receiver that way. 2 tights that way as well. The running back is McCray, line to the left, wide side to the right. Franklin, the receiver, left. And it is Altmaier. Pressure comes, rolls right. See what he wants to do. Waiting, turns it up, and he is hit inside the 10 to the 7, short of the 1st down. That was Maverick Baranowski, the linebacker, pressuring from Jalen Logan Redding. And a good job by Baranowski. At some point, you have to decide, am I going to run at the quarterback or stay in pass coverage? And eventually, it was Altmaier who committed to the run, and Baranowski comes in and shuts it down.
We talked about a coverage sack earlier by Illinois. That was a coverage sack by our secondary right there. We're doing an outstanding job. Altmaier had nowhere
to
throw the ball on that play. He ran and ran.
They already gave him the points for some reason, but we haven't seen the kick.
Be a ball carrier. Was successful on that play, trying to pick a 1st down or a touchdown.
Field goal unit on. David Ilano is 13 of 16. This will be a 25-yard attempt. Spot of the ball on the right hash. Snap back, spot down, kick is up, and we are tied 3-3.
Ben, don't break.
10:08 to play.
Not an amazing drive for us.
Gophers
11 plays,
3 and the
65
Illini
yards.
3. That was an 11-play, 65-yard drive. It took 6:26, and we are deadlocked at a field goal apiece. We've got a good one here at Memorial Stadium.
Didn't let the quarterback roll out, so that's a good start as well.
Insurance broadcast booth. This is Golden Gopher football.
We see Maine punt the ball back to
fall makes the perfect time to go for a road trip to Lake County, Minnesota. Make your game plan for a North Shore weekend to catch the vivid colors around Lake Superior, chase waterfalls, or explore the backcountry by foot, bike, or ATV. Fall doesn't last long, so just go for it. Visit loveandlakecounty.com for guides, maps, and inspiration.
Lake County,
see Maine score against Oklahoma. Let's turn that off. Can we get this moving along? Apparently Maine's not even good in their own league. Why are we so slow here? Whatever.
Make a better tomorrow.
I'm too impatient.
That's why we're investing in the latest technology to reduce emissions, offer rebates on qualifying energy-efficient natural gas equipment, and provide energy-saving programs that help save
Jackson
you money.
Dart is leading their
Look
team
ahead
in
at
rushing as well as passing. So
FutureMN.
Interesting. I know that
today's game is brought to you by
I know that Oklahoma can kind of be a hot or cold team when it comes to the passing offense.
Everlight Solar is the premier home solar company in the Midwest.
Excuse me, the rush offense is usually pretty hot on the pass
We make going
offense.
solar simple and affordable with $0 down. To learn more about solar,
Army's only up 6-0 over Air Force, so Air Force is still in a decent position. They're trudging down the field.
Trucking awesome. Want more horsepower in the stable? The Tundra I-Force
NC State takes a small lead over Stanford. Stanford just scored a touchdown.
Its segment first performance seats smooth the shocks when things get bumpy.
This game could be interesting. Watching Toledo versus
when nature plays tough.
Eastern Michigan. Eastern Michigan kind of coming back from the depths of
Toyota trucks.
The depths of college football. I'm pretty sure they were not very good last year.
I'm a coffee lover, but buying coffee out is one of my worst spending habits. That's
Memphis still up over Texas San Antonio. Or excuse me, Texas San Antonio still up over Memphis. But Memphis is at the 32-yard line, 1st and 10, trudging down the field. UTSA, the Roadrunners have is it Cade McCown, the Vikings offensive Vikings quarterback coach. Their son, his son.
Broadcast booth. Minnesota 3 and the Fighting Illini 3. Minnesota will get the football back here. Each team exchanging a field goal.
Play for Northwestern.
And the Gophers with an opportunity for their
Michigan
first.
Yeah, they were on that team. They're on that Michigan team that was pretty good a couple years ago. They had their coach taken
Ethan
by somebody.
Machowski, 42 kickbacks, 29 touchbacks. So they have not all sailed into the end zone. Parrish stands near the goal line. JoJo Newman is over near the 5-yard line on the left side. The approach and the kick, and it's a sidewinding kick, and it's angling toward out of bounds, and that's going to be out of bounds. Minnesota will have great field position.
There we go.
Nice. Weren't sure where
now we got to take advantage of the
but it's going to be
penalty.
Gophers ball at the 35-yard line.
Out of bounds. Kick team.
Very nice break cross on that play.
First down.
It's time for an affiliate salute presented by Minnesota Corn. Using university research and advances in technology, Minnesota corn farmers are driving towards sustainability while considering people, planet, and profit. Learn more at mncorn.org. 10 seconds on the Gophers Sports Network.
All right, get us in a good position. Put us at the 35. Hopefully we see an emergence of Daniel Jackson. I know that Illinois is
Gophers and Illini knotted up 3-3. Minnesota from its own 35. Darius
Illinois
Taylor, the running back. Best field starting
has
position
him
of the
as their
day
number
on
one
the fourth
focus right
drive
now.
for
But I'd love to see an emergence of Daniel Jackson.
Stepping, then lowers the shoulder, makes a good decision, runs into James Kreutz, and has a gain of about 4 on first down. It'll bring up a third, or make it a 2nd and 6. And Taylor
second
now
and 6 is a good down.
6 carries and 34 yards. He's averaging 5.5 yards a pop.
A nice carry there by him, although that's kind of boring. I will take 5 yards on first down pretty much every single time. But it's a nice second down and manageable situation, something that Greg Harbaugh, the offensive coordinator, likes to be in that situation, particularly at midfield.
Under center now, Brosmer wants to play action, waits, pressure comes, throws to Jackson, and he's just off the mark again. Good coverage again by Scott. He's tried to hook up with
targeting him, but we got to get the ball into his hands.
Max is just a little bit off the mark the way he has been maybe the last 3 weeks, and it brings up a 3rd down and 5.
He has been, you're right, Mike, has been extremely accurate. He has had a couple balls sail on him a little bit, so I don't know if it's the weather or the temperature or whatnot, but typically he settles down and gets more accurate as the game goes on.
All right, key 3rd down. Gophers are 2 of 5 on 3rd down. They've had to punt twice and kick a field goal. Taylor stays in on 3rd down from their own 39-yard line. Brosmer on a straight drop. Looking underneath to Taylor, makes the catch, has to put on a move, and he's got the first down right near the stick. They'll move it. Scott in coverage, and they again utilize Darius Taylor,
my fire starter, PJ. Get the fire starter underneath this guy. Definitely not ChatGPT, so don't even think about it. PJ's starting the fire underneath the team. We called him Fatwood PJ.
He's going off the field, looks a little ginger.
In our first stream a couple weeks ago, because he's the fire starter, right?
Pretty much just the rest of this game. He's just got to hopefully.
He's getting everybody else fired up. So PJ's getting the whole team fired up. DT doing the work right now. You love to see it.
3-3 score, 8:50 to go second quarter. Brockington in motion to the boundary side of the field. One receiver wide to the left. Brosmer on a straight drop. Looks, fires over the middle, caught by the big tight end Jamison Gears into Illini territory. Hit low by Miles Scott, and it's
Jamison
a gain of
Gears
16
getting involved.
41-yard line.
Max Brosmer is throwing 50% right now for 57 yards.
From the 41. Major stays in, spot of the
Let's
ball,
go.
center of the field, and Brosmer waiting
going
for the snap. Wants to throw again, looking right, throws right, caught. This time it's Jackson, and Jackson to the 32-yard line.
What am I talking about, dude? We finally get Daniel Jackson on the ball, and good things are going to happen.
When they get into this up-tempo, they find a rhythm.
Yeah, they absolutely do. And there you see even the accuracy seemed like it improved. That pass to D-Jack right there was right on the money.
8 minutes to go, second quarter, knotted up at 3. Minnesota in Illini territory. Brosmer again to throw. Fires near side, and again too tall. Open was Jackson. Xavier Scott again talking some business down there to DJ.
You get that juju from last week. Let's keep PJ here starting the fire underneath our boys.
He was just right on the money before that. Then he sails that ball over the top of him. So you just got to kind of maybe settle down. But right here we got a big
we're starting a fire underneath
3rd down situation, 3rd and short.
Yeah, third.
PJ's doing his job. He's working it. He's working it.
And it is, again, Wildcat formation. No, it isn't. I'm sorry. It is Brosmer along with Taylor. It's a straight handoff to Taylor. Bouncing outside. Has the first inside the 30. Carries the man to the 25. And the Gophers will move the sticks on a gain of 7.
All that matters is first down.
James Kreutz on the stop. He is in for the injured Rosiak. And
there's an injured Illini
on the field. They were banged up last week. And this is Alex Bray, a defensive end, a sophomore out of Chesterfield, Missouri, the greater St. Louis area. And they'll attend to him as Minnesota moves the sticks to the 24-yard line. Darius Taylor now 41 yards rushing and 17 yards receiving. And it looks like we're going to take a break here. Nope, they're blowing the whistle, not to indicate break, but to indicate to everybody, let's get the offenses and defenses back onto the the football field.
Yeah, our offense is seeming to find a rhythm. We've been Mac's been just a little bit.
Didn't they just say somebody was injured?
Without being able to withstand that, a few handoffs and a few great catches by the receivers here in a very nice situation at the almost the 29-yard line going in. First down, a lot of room.
That last catch by Jackson pushes him past Bateman, 6th all-time career receiving yards, 2,399 for Jackson. Bateman at 2,395. First down, Gophers. Major now the running back, and now there was some movement. Oh, man. Another self-inflicted wound.
We can't be doing this to ourselves, especially against Illinois. It's not Illinois that's
first and 10 at the 24. They move it out.
It's not Illinois that's the concern. It's Brett Bielema.
Minnesota now 2 penalties.
He's the giant killer. He knows how to get underneath people's skin. He knows how to win Big Ten games.
Very well coached teams.
He literally
a lot of it. It's kind of almost like they're.
He literally taught PJ how to beat Wisconsin.
Built the same.
I'm almost 100% sure I'm not making this up.
Now on a 1st and 15. Taylor back
in the game. 1st and 15.
Center is
throw the ball. Get it in close.
Hand off to Taylor. Waits. Has a seam into the secondary. 20, 10, 5. Reaching for touchdown.
There we go.
Minnesota Golden Gophers 20.
Just keep feeding DT too. Get him the ball however you need to.
His 8th rushing touchdown of the season.
Boy, just imagine if he was full.
I mean, I guess the defense is used to working with an elite wide receiver in Pat Bryant here. So maybe they're not used to running against elite defenders. Or they're not used to running against elite runners.
Left to go here in the second quarter.
So
extra point coming here from Dragan
DT with an easy touchdown.
28 of 28 on the year.
Hit it, Dragan.
Lead at 9-3 with this PAT pending. Out of the hold of Crawford, Ryan Algrim, who is an Illinois product, on the long snap. Snap back, spot down, kick is up, and he line drives it through.
Boom.
And the Gophers are in the end zone with their first touchdown of the game. If you're game for a little
good run,
DT.
Say I'm in. 29 yards. Sounds like it was right down the middle. You know what that means. Give it to me. Uh-oh. Raw. All right.
It takes a co-op.
Holy hell.
It takes CHS.
And I'm sure that's crazy loud for you too. I'm sorry.
With the Golden Gophers, every touchdown is more than just a touchdown. It's a testament to the teamwork, elbow grease, and can-do attitude it takes to make it to the end zone. And while our fields aren't the kind you throw passes on, Case IH knows every successful farm is more than just a farm. It's the product of top-notch tillage, planting, harvesting, hay, and forage equipment at the hands of hardworking growers. Settle the score with superior tools by visiting your local Case IH dealer or go to caseih.com/Gophers. Go Gophers!
At Western National Insurance, we're passionate about the power of nice. That's because nice isn't just a word. It's our way of doing business. It's about surpassing expectations, bringing kindness and decency to our work, and providing a helping hand when you need it most. And we've been putting nice first for more than a century. Find out just how powerful nice can be. Contact your independent insurance agent today and ask for Western National.
Golden Gopher men's basketball is back for the 2024-25 season. Get your tickets now at gophersports.com and help us pack Williams Arena. Sky Yuma and go Gophers.
Welcome back to Gopher Football on the Gophers Sports Network from Learfield.
Well, a nice drive by the Minnesota Golden Gophers gives them the lead. Welcome back. We're at the Federated Insurance Broadcast. Mark Grimm and Thompson with you. 10-3 Golden Gophers. Indeed,
sorry about that. My dog just
capped
started
off by
barking.
Darius Taylor's patience, vision, and speed.
Sure was. And Taylor on that drive, 3 carries, 41 yards, and a touchdown. That last carry, 29 yards to cap it off.
Dog's excited for the touchdown.
Yeah, he's up to 70 rushing yards here in this first half. Minnesota now 139 total offense. Illini 106. Gophers set to kick off.
All right.
And deep is Wilcher and Beatty. So far, Kesic has boomed everything into the end zone, but now working into the wind a little bit here in this second quarter.
Took off a bunch of time there. And
Gophers wearing
doing what you need to do. Take 3 minutes and 30.
Maroon helmet, maroon
There's the word
pants,
sharp again.
White
We're not
jersey,
80-year-olds.
and then the white block M on the side of those maroon hats. Here's the kick. Oh, and a little miss hit, sidewinding, and a fair catch at the 10. And he may have done the Gophers a favor by fair catching that, Hank Beatty. So it'll be a 25-yard line start here.
I thought we had more time of
Illini.
possession
Luke
there.
Altmaier, the quarterback, is 5
I guess
of 8,
there's a lot of
72
stop
yards.
clocks.
He did fumble on
pass,
possession, too, which set up a short
clock
field.
stop.
And Minnesota cashed in with a field goal, and the Gophers lead it here
whatever it is.
10-3.
I'm okay with that.
Luke has, he's a great
good
quarterback.
Spike in the win probability.
He comes into this game with, he has a lot of fumbles, but he also has 15 touchdowns. So he is an outstanding quarterback, and that we saw in that last play. He had the connection between he and Pat Bryant that not really even a back shoulder. He just went up over the top of Wally on that play to catch that ball.
The game clock to 6:55. You got a fair catch.
Add a second onto that. Real quickly, back to Taylor, that 29-yard touchdown run. That's just his third longest of the year. He went 51
Let's hold him to a quick 3 and out, get the ball back,
and
then
had an 80-yarder
hold it till the end of the half.
So
we have a 6-minute drive?
Pretty good when you're talking about a 29-yard
last
run being your third longest touchdown run of the season. Here's a quick hitting pass to Loffery, and he has a good gain of about 10 or 11. Lindenberg ran him out of bounds, and that was almost a similar play to what they started the game with, just that quick hitting pass into the backfield. And Loffery, who's got pretty good speed from a small school here down the road, Gibson City, and he was a
sounds like their pass game has been pretty short, pretty short-term stuff. I think they're afraid to go over top because they're afraid of our safety here.
And a quick hitting pass in front of Wally, caught by Bryant, a 5-yard gain to the 40. So they have now kind of gone up tempo as well.
Yeah, they absolutely have. A lot of times that's a good idea. Just get your quarterback in rhythm and allow them to feel like they're making decisions from line of scrimmage, and it just gives the whole offense a little bit more.
We'll just have one game up. We'll have Minnesota and we'll have Ohio State. There we go.
Second and 5 from the 40.
We're up.
10-3, Minnesota the lead. They love to shut the Illini offense down here and get the football back. Up 7. Altmaier maybe changing the play. The tight end backs up a little in the formation, and the running back shifts. And it's a straight handoff to the running back and hit right at the point of attack. Maybe a yard for Loffery. It's Devin Eastern and Devin Williams, the D&D show. After a gain of 1,
some plays in the playbook for that. Watch the short pass. Sounds like they've been dominating.
They are 2 of 5.
We don't say Devin Williams enough. He is, he comes to this game with 25 tackles and 1 half tackle.
Yeah, I haven't heard much from Devin
Williams. He does a really
Williams.
nice job at that backup linebacker in nickel position.
Yeah, and of course he had that big interception in the USC game that turned the game around. Here's a key 3rd and 4. Minnesota up 7. Altmaier looking left, stares down his target, but it is caught in a first down between 3 Gophers. He stared at Hank Beatty, and Minnesota could not converge. Lindenberg, Gooseby, and Devin Williams all there. And Gooseby gets credited with the stop, but it's a nice gain of 11 and into Minnesota territory at the 49.
Is he just like a
He
long
put
time
some heat
with
on that ball. Like that ball came. You're right. He stared him down.
Or am I
Everyone knew he was
just
going there.
familiar
He said,
with
"I'm
it
just going
because
to get it there
they've said it
before anyone else can get there." And his receiver was able to catch that ball as well. So great play by him.
5 minutes to go on the half. Minnesota up 7 from the 49 of the Gophers. Under center now, Altmaier. Loffery, the running back. Play action. Here comes the pressure. Hit and sacked. Anthony Smith back in Minnesota territory.
There's our defense.
Making Illini territory at the 42. Altmaier
There's
is
our
up
defense.
slow, and boy, did he get off the ball quickly.
Give him a
Smith,
schmack.
his 3rd sack of the season.
Anthony Smith
make him a little
is
bit nervous
awakening. Playing behind Jaw Joyner is not a
Hell
bad thing, but he is really starting.
We haven't heard from Jaw Joyner a whole lot. I'd love to see him
this year.
And
I'd love to see
was Altmaier and some
him do a little bit
subs
more
here
work
coming in, and the center judge will hold things up. They have just Let's see, how much do they have to snap here? Just 10 to snap. They do get in formation. Looks like they'll get the play off. Wide side of the right on 2nd and 19. Play action. Altmaier fires near side, and it's caught, and they got back the yards and then some. That is Franklin. He caught it in front of Coy Parrish, the safety, and it's a gain of 16.
It's the first time we've heard Coy's name called in a defensive sense.
2nd and 19 to 3rd and 3.
Tremendously accurate pass by Altmaier. Came up and limped back.
That's the position in which we need to dominate.
Receiver on the boundary, making this the 3rd down and manageable.
We'll see, too, if it's potential 4-down
territory. That's a situation in which we need to dominate. Is 3rd and 19 or 2nd and 19.
Jalen Logan,
you can't let up 15
Anthony
there,
Smith
but whatever.
Are the
Let's hear.
Defensive tackles. Finnessy and Strigo are the ends. Handoff to McCray, and he's got the first, and he breaks free, and he is gone. A bunch of missed tackles and a 39-yard touchdown.
42 yards for
and
the
tutty. Gopher coaches next to us are slamming their fists, not thrilled with about 5 missed tackles on that play.
The missed tackles will kill you and make you upset as a coach or a fan every single time. Had him dead to rights in the backfield. He's a big back and does a good job of getting his weight down.
But there, 3 minutes and 28 seconds left. We scored pretty quickly in our last touchdown.
And he's not a speed merchant, but everybody missed the tackle. They're all laying on the ground. No one could catch it.
There was plenty of chance to tackle him. They just didn't tackle him.
We got 3:19. And we get the ball back
in
the second half. So
that's a tough one. You set them up on 2nd and 19.
See what we can do here, I guess.
In the end zone, reminiscent of the terrible finish last year back home. 42-yard play officially on the touchdown run. But, man, that looked like last year when you had them 3rd and 4th and 11, and 3 plays later they went 85 yards. They had them 2nd and 19. 3 plays later they're in the end zone, and it's 10-10 after the extra point kick.
It's just a frustrating one when you have opportunities to make the tackle at the line of scrimmage, 2 or 3 of them, and not able to bring him down, and then he's off to the races, and they're right back in this game to tie it up at 10-10 with 3 minutes and 28 seconds to go here in the first half.
His longest run of the year, his 4th touchdown of the year. We'll take a break. 3:28 to go. We're deadlocked again. 10-10. This is Golden Gopher football from Learfield.
A happier way to healthcare starts with Coop Health, a proud sponsor of Gopher football. Coop is a health plan with no deductibles or complicated paperwork. Members can easily search for high-quality, low-cost providers and look up the price of medical services ahead of time. Members also receive 1 monthly statement with flexible payment options. Ready to switch gears? Visit CoopHealth.com
like I said before, we got
for more
3
information
minutes,
on how you
28
can take control of your healthcare journey.
You got a potentially high-powered offense. I mean, we saw last week it can be high-powered. We're playing against a good ranked team.
Hey, Gopher
6-2.
Minnesota-made and Gopher alumni-owned Old Dutch Food is
6-2,
celebrating 90 years
ranked
of creating
24.
taste sensations
So
for generations
we're
of
supposed to be
hometown
in this
Gopher
position,
fans.
and we can
Stock up on your
succeed in this
favorite Old
position.
Dutch
We just
game
gotta
day
do it.
snacks at your local store. Old Dutch is proud to be the official
check it out in the Ohio
tailgate
State
sponsor
game.
of Gopher football
They're
and a
up,
longtime supporter of the University of
14
Minnesota.
to
Old
10.
Dutch quality lives here.
10 minutes to go in the second quarter here. It looks like they're at 4-1 at the 50. Looks like they probably will punt in
Minnesota football.
Do we have any highlights from this game?
This is Golden Gopher football from Learfield.
So watch Gamecast. Is there anything else that's kind of interesting? Army's still toying,
Midland Hills
Air
Country
Force
Club
and
offers
Army
a
are
wonderful
still
setting for any of your
in a battle with each
holiday
other.
events.
Army's actually at
Our
the
facilities
precipice
and
of your
excellent food and service are
of
sure
a touchdown.
to exceed your expectations.
18 yards to go. Second and 9.
Your event a memorable one.
I always love checking the passing stats from these games because they're between the two of them you might see 20 passes in a game.
Either downtown area.
Always gonna be
Visit
interesting.
MidlandHillsCC.org.
That's not the typical starting quarterback for Army?
Prairie Farms Dairy is a proud
I don't
sponsor
think
of
so.
Gopher Athletics and both the men's and women's student athletes
Or
of the
what?
month.
No?
Locally owned by
Is-
Midwest farm families, Prairie
I don't think
Farms
so.
is
Anyway.
committed to quality and freshness
Must have made
that
a
ensures
switch.
the
I thought it was
milk
a
and
white
dairy
guy last
products
game I
served
watched.
at your family's
I may be
table
thinking
are
of,
the very best.
Navy, though.
Visit prairiefarms.com
Anyway.
for recipes and coupons
Refocus.
and enter for a chance to win dairy prize packages.
Air Force
Support
is making
local
their way
dairy
down,
farmers,
so
and remember
interesting.
to drink local.
We'll keep
with
that on
Prairie
our
Farms.
second screen here. Oklahoma's pulling away against Maine. They're up by 20 right now, which is about where you'd suspect them to be.
Hey, if you're looking for a great career,
Jackson Arnold pass complete to J.J. Hester for 90 yards.
Careers.marsden.com to see current openings. Welcome back to the Federated Insurance broadcast booth. Gophers 10, Illini 10, 42-yard touchdown run by Josh McCray on 3rd and 3. The longest run allowed this year by Minnesota.
And a 90-yard
was the running back from Iowa on a 40-yard touchdown way back in September.
Ole Miss dominating Duke, trying to come back.
I don't know if they would have had him short of the first, but certainly they should have had him short of a touchdown there.
Absolutely should have had him short of a touchdown that play. Would have had him, I think the first person that was there, I don't remember who it was, he would have had him actually short of the first down.
Here's another sidewinding kick. This one a little straighter so it doesn't go out of bounds. It goes into the end zone from Majewski, and Minnesota will have it at its own 25-yard line. Interesting how the two drives were kind of similar, right? Nothing fancy, and then the running back breaks it for 29 for Minnesota for a score, and then nothing fancy, and the Illini had it, although the Illini were backed up after the Anthony Smith sack. It was 2nd and 19, and then a great job by the quarterback to find Franklin, and that was the key play to make it 3rd and 3, and the next thing you know, they're in the end zone. All right. 42 yards.
Let's see if we can get a duel back with DT. They got a 50-yarder or a 42-yarder. Let's see DT get a 50-yarder. Fuck it. Let's see him get a 75-yarder.
Manageable. We loaded up
one play, 75-yard touchdown.
Play at the line of scrimmage and short yardage plays. There's an opportunity for a long run, and that's what happened on that play.
1st and 10 Minnesota, 10-10 game. Plenty of time here to score. 3:28 to play in the second. Mosmer wants to throw on 1st down. He dumps it off to Darius Taylor, and he has a gain of about 3 to the 28-yard line. Ryan Mead stood him up right at the shoulders. They'll give him progress to the 29.
We still have our timeouts, I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure we still have our 3 timeouts.
Darius Taylor, now that's his 4th catch.
And that's just an extension of the handoff. I mean, especially for Darius, comfortable as he is catching the ball out, outside of the backfield, just to throw him the ball on 1st down is almost the same as a handoff.
2nd and 6 here from the 29. Under 3 minutes to go first half. Taylor stays in, and Brosmer wants to throw again. Looks right, pumps nothing there. Back off to Taylor. He's to the 30. He's got the 1st down, puts on a move 35, 40, and out to the 42-yard line. And a nice pass play there, as that is a 13-yard pickup, and Ryan Mead again on the stop.
DT is yet again leading our team in rushing yards and receiving yards, which is not great. I would love to see Jackson get more than one catch. I'd love to see Spencer break off another big one.
There. He has the Gophers out to the 43.
We still haven't seen Lemecki Brockington, so hopefully he can
catches. Marcus Major will give him a breather. 2:20 to go. Remember, the 2-minute warning comes up at 2. And it's a handoff to Major left side. Big hole. He's into the secondary and has a 10-yard pickup. Move the sticks into the Illini territory at the 47. Mead again on the tackle. And Minnesota trying to take advantage of some things up front. That will bring us to our 2-minute warning in this first half. Minnesota 10.
So we got our 2-minute timeout is on our side. We're just on this side of the field.
Army to offer a buy one Gopher men's or women's basketball ticket.
Made a 25-yard or 30 yards in a minute.
Bring a non-perishable Thanksgiving food item to any basketball game and receive a buy one get one ticket voucher for a future basketball game. That's pretty awesome. 2 minutes to go first half. Minnesota 10, the Illini 10, and from the Federated Insurance broadcast booth, this is Golden Gopher football from Learfield.
We see Ohio State is doing their thing against Penn State right now. Will Howard's got 2 touchdowns, 1 interception for 118 yards. Drew Aller, which apparently was, I think ESPN had him in their mock draft as like the number 15 pick for, I don't remember who, but Drew Aller is 3 for 7 for 30 yards, which is not great. It seems like their defense has been doing all the heavy lifting as of so far. I would love to see some highlights, but ESPN doesn't want to give us that. Maybe I can hop over to Fox Sports rather and see if they have something for us. Air Force did put up some points. They got a field goal, so they're down 3-6. But I don't think that'll be enough to fight against Army for right now. And yeah. Oops. All right.
Today's game is brought to you by Barbasol Shaving Cream. This is Golden Gopher football from Learfield.
Let's go.
You're free now. Free to fill your feed with impossibly chunky chunkers who chunk harder than you ever thought possible.
Cats, corgis, babies, baby penguins, baby pandas, chunky baby pandas.
Free to make your smart devices do silly things. Free to open a world of remote work and a portal into Gametopia.
Who's the boss now?
Free to be everything you imagine, and then some. That's how it feels to have Quantum Fiber Internet. Quantum Fiber, your world unleashed. Learn more at quantumfiber.com. Limited availability, service in select locations only.
All right, looks like Fox Sports has got some highlights for us.
TimberTech.com not only are the best in the business, but the...
Let's throw that on mute. Let's see what they got for us. Will it play is the good question. It seems as if it doesn't want to give it to us. I am waiting. Okay, so I guess we're... Oops, excuse me.
.com is where you find the free samples. Once again, start at TimberTech.com.
2 minutes left here, first half. Minnesota 10, Illinois 10. Gophers with the ball in Illini territory at the 47. Hey, a happier way to healthcare starts with Coop Health. Say goodbye to complicated paperwork and surprise bills. For more info, visit coophealth.com today. It was part of a cool Coop Health basketball clinic this week, Wednesday night at the Gopher facility. And a bunch of young kids in, sponsored by Blue Cross Blue Shield and Coop. And 3 Gopher men's players, 3 Gopher women's players were there. Corey Tower from Coop. And
did you put on display, Mike? Show them your ball handling skills, your crossover.
I'm Curly Neal for sure, but I want to thank Corey Tower and the great gang at Coop and Blue Cross Blue Shield for hosting that. It was really fun to watch those kids. Their eyes lit up when they saw Dawson Garcia and company. Here's Brosmer on a throw. Crossing pattern caught inside the 35 by Elijah Spencer to the 32-yard line in front of Caleb Patterson. And Minnesota continues on the march. Clock stopped for the moment. 154.
There's our play from Elijah Spencer. Said we were looking for that offensive outburst from the quarterback position.
2 crossing routes. Elijah Spencer, the late crossing route that broke open on that play. Looked at first at Daniel Jackson, finds Elijah Spencer there at the end of that play, but really the offensive line doing a tremendous job of giving Max time.
And now the Gophers willing to let some time run here. 1:39, and now they'll get them set in motion with 10 to snap.
Why are we not going?
From the 33. They don't want to leave Illinois anything if they do get a score here. It's a handoff to Taylor, tries the left side, cuts back, who takes a hard hit, but then delivers a blow himself and gets to the 27-yard line, and a gain of 5 on first down. Matthew Bailey out of Moline, Illinois, the first man there. And now with 1:20 to go, the clock continues to wind, and hopefully Minnesota doesn't just settle for a field goal here. I mean, you take the 3, but they had plenty of time to maybe try to punch one through the end zone, but they're setting this up as if they're just going to kick here. With Brockington now into the game, he's wide to the right along with Daniel Jackson. Jeremiah Warren's come in at one of the defensive tackle, the nose tackle spot. Under a minute to go. Now 2nd and 6 from the 32-yard, make it the 27-yard line. Under center is Brosmer. Jackson comes in motion, right to left to the boundary side of the field. Brosmer, play action, waits. Needs to find somebody, flush from the pocket, and gets back to the line of scrimmage. And let's see what PJ wants to do here on 3rd down and 6. Clock continues to wind. 30 seconds, and the Gophers are clearly going to settle for a field goal.
That's too bad. It looked like they were really trying to set up the motion for Daniel Jackson, trying to get attention to him, and he comes on a crossing route. LeMickey Brockton goes on a crossing route the other direction, trying to get him open, and Illinois does a great job of looking up LeMickey Brockington, not allowing Max to get the ball to him, so Max had to eat it on that play, unfortunately.
Yeah. And now there's a timeout, Minnesota, but there's also an injured Gopher down there, it looks like, late after the play. The trainers rushed out to the middle of the pile there, unless they're just getting water to somebody, but it looked like there was an injured Gopher. Maybe not. Maybe it's just water. It's hard to say as they're all kind of piled up there. The training staff is leaving the area, so maybe a false alarm there on my part. But 29 seconds, they let over a minute run before and after that play, DT. And even if you get the first down here, now you're pretty limited on trying to score a touchdown.
Yeah, I don't have the answer for that other than the fact that you get the ball to start out the second half as well, and you want to make sure that Illinois, although they did gain a little bit of momentum and energy in that last drive, does not have time to get the ball here and score.
Brosmer from the 27. 3 to snap for Minnesota, and they may have to bang a timeout here. They did just get it off. Nope. What do we got? Timeout, Illinois.
Timeout.
Just as the snap was happening.
They're first in
And
that
I think Bielema was going to take issue that there was no delay of game called on that play. He was pointing immediately at the back judge. It was close. They do usually give you the benefit. The official usually is going to watch the play clock. The mechanic, as I understand it, for the official, the back judge, watches the play clock. When it hits 0, he then turns his attention from the clock to the line of scrimmage, and if the snap happens right then, it's allowed. If it takes a second or more, then it's not. And Bielema is really out there. He called the timeout, I think, solely for the purpose of letting the official know that should have been a delay of game. He's still screaming at the back.
They don't call it like all the time. It's very consistent. You get like almost an extra half tick or a second. Maybe not now they might call it, but they do not call it.
And he still has the referee Larry Smith's ear over there. He's screaming at the back judge, pointing to the back judge, and still yelling.
You learned that from Barry Alvarez.
Yeah, and still hollering and not mad.
Making a point for later on.
Yeah, for sure. No question about it. In fact, in the Oregon game, he was talking about some guys the Michigan game 2 weeks ago, guys getting turned by the Michigan defensive backs, kept complaining about it. Eventually got 2 calls out of that.
Yeah.
And so smart, right? He's smart. He knows what he's doing. So they're continuing to scream. I'm surprised that the officials are allowing this. He's just talking to him. And wants to get his point across.
What the hell is going on here?
Again,
He took a timeout. I understand
as I mentioned, you look at the play.
Yeah. They called it on the field. That's how it goes.
Timeout back, as the head coach did not count a timeout.
What did he say?
He said they didn't call the timeout.
He gets the timeout back.
I've never seen that before. Well, interesting.
But they
I guess
still
all things
stop
being
the
equal,
clock?
It shouldn't matter here.
So
29 seconds left in this
play
half.
the game.
10-10. Gophers at the 27-yard
Score the fucking
line.
ball,
with
too.
Taylor next to him to the left. Waiting for the snap from Greg Johnson. Snap is there, and Brosmer looking left. Blitz comes. He fires it up to nobody. Closest guy there was Matthew Bailey, and now the Gophers will have to kick a field goal. Minnesota got to the 32-yard line, Darryl, and just basically set up 10th there, saying we're going to kick a field goal. I know they called the one play. They were hoping that Jackson would pop open, and it didn't. And then at that point, they were pretty content, it seems, to take the 3 here.
Yeah, I mean, I think they were trying to, score on this drive. Obviously, you didn't get that touchdown. I think it didn't work on that play. And then the last, Illinois has played excellent defense on the last 2 plays to take away exactly what Max Brosmer was trying to get to.
Dragon is 1 for 1 today, 10 of 16 on the year. This will be a 45-yard attempt. Snap back, spot down, kick is up, and it is good. Tucked it inside the left upright. His second field goal today, and with that field goal, Old Dutch proudly donates $250 to the Golden Gopher Fund. Old Dutch Foods is proud to be a longtime supporter of the Gophers and the University of Minnesota. Old Dutch Foods, quality lives here. One thing letting all that time run, though, and I'm sure this was part of the strategy, you've left Illinois now after the score with just 19 seconds to go. The scoring drive is sponsored by Affinity Plus. With this and all scoring drives this season, Affinity Plus donates $150 to Special Olympics Minnesota. An 8-play, 48-yard drive. It covered 309. And with 19 seconds left, the 45-yard field goal gives Minnesota the lead of 13-10. As you mentioned, they'll try to double dip. They'll get the ball to start the second half. First things first, you got 19 seconds to make sure nothing happens here for
that's what we wanted to do. I would rather see 7, and I would rather see 7.
We'll be ready.
At this
19
point,
seconds is
earlier in
some
the
time.
game.
They'll probably take at least 1 shot before they'd consider down, depending what happens on that play.
Beggars can't be choosers.
Gophers lead it by 3. And Kesich will kick off. Deep, Beatty, and Wilcher. Beatty had the fair catch on the last one that was mishit by Kesich. Let's see
Arkansas
what Dragon
looks
does
like
here. He approaches, and again, a little bit of a knuckleball toward Bailey and a fair catch at the 2-yard line. And so the Illini will have 19 seconds from their own 25. Stick around for the halftime show. Former Gopher Joe Quinn, who does all kinds of great work with the Golden Gopher Fund, is on the trip. He'll come in. A lot of special announcements and different things going on, not only this week, but in recent weeks with name, image, and likeness with the Golden Gopher Fund, with Gopher Points. And Tanner Hoops is back home. He'll have a chat with Joe, who's here, and he'll stop in the radio booth here at the half.
For at least
19 seconds here. First things first, we'll also hear from PJ on the way into the locker room from Justin Guard.
Out. I don't know for how long.
Luke
but
Altmaier, 9 of 12 in that first half, 111 yards. Minnesota with 187 total yards. The Illini 181.
Yards,
it is a handoff to McCray, and he works his way across the 30 to the 35, and again a 14 on first down. That will, for the moment, stop the clock. Coy Parrish and Jalen Logan Redding combined on the stop for the Golden Gophers.
Yes.
And now Illinois takes the timeout here with that 14-yard pickup. One more or two more quick passes could put them into field goal range. So that's not the play that Minnesota wanted to see start. It reminds me a little, the Gophers scored late against Iowa. Now Iowa didn't score right before halftime, but they ran off 2 long runs. And even Corey Heatherman the following week said that changed to put us on our heels. It changed everything. So hopefully the Gophers can shut the faucet off here.
Absolutely. Hope they can shut the faucet off. But picking up 14 yards on first down on the draw up the middle is not ideal. And Illinois still has 2 timeouts left.
But it's that play, like people say, why don't they just kneel on it? Like, you know, the Vikings had that a couple weeks ago in the injury. Well, because if something pops, now they're 2 completions in 14 seconds away from a chance to tie the game. Altmaier wants to throw, and he's got a man open, and it's caught by Dixon at their own 42. The good news for Minnesota is it was only a 5-yard gain. McMillan in coverage. He did get out of bounds to stop the clock. Illinois does have a couple of timeouts left.
Can we just end this?
13-10 the score. 10 seconds left to play in the half. They're going to probably need about 20 yards here to give their kicker Alano, who's had a wonderful year. His career long or his season long is 50. So we're going to need about 20 or so yards to give him a shot. Dixon goes in motion. And Altmaier to throw. Waits, pressure, fires. It's caught in Minnesota territory at the 45 with 3 seconds to play. And if nothing else, it gets Altmaier into position to potentially throw a Hail Mary. Now, there's an injured player. That is Bryant.
Fired up.
No, that's...
I want to hear him fucking
yell at Bryant.
That is Bryant.
He's their leading pass catcher. And he was the man on the catch. I said that was Dixon. That was Bryant on the catch. And he is injured on the play. So Illinois takes a timeout, so there'll be no runoff here.
He needs to get his team
the injury.
motivated.
And now the Illini have 2 options. They can try the Hail Mary with 3 seconds left coming out of this. Or they can try what would be like a 67. They're going to put 2 seconds on. They could try a 67 or 8-yard field goal, which is unlikely. But, you know, you got the draw, you got 2 quick completions, and now they're in position. We saw this with the Washington Commanders. The same thing. They got in position to make now a pass.
Just not playing as well as I know we can.
The other issue, if you're Illinois, you're looking at Bryant
just over 50%.
That would be a loss for them if he cannot return. He's headed to the injury tent. So much here to shake out.
I mean, it's going into halftime, and who knows how serious it is. But
touchdown receiver.
I hope he's all right, but if he's not, that would be a...
So the offense stays on the field. We thought it would be a long shot to try a 68-yard field goal here. And the Gophers have 3 safeties deep, all near the goal line. In fact, right on the goal line. Brown, Aiden Gooseby, and Coy Parrish. You're expecting the Hail Mary attempt here. McCray's the back in the backfield. They whip it out on the far side, and it's caught. And now that might put them in field goal range at the 37-yard line. Field goal unit comes on. That play took 3 seconds. They had everybody deep. That's what the Bears did last week against the Commanders to allow that underneath. Beatty on the catch, and now there'll be a 58-yard field goal attempt here. Clock stopped because the man got out of bounds, and he's going to try to hit a career high. He's had a great season. In fact, it will be a 55-yard attempt. He's had a great year. He has a field goal today. So that is not how Minnesota wanted that to unfold in any way, shape, or form. To tie the game with 2 seconds left. And the kick is on the way. It has plenty of leg, and it is no good. Wide to the left. And that was actually Machowski, their bigger leg kicker, who missed it wide to the left. And now let's hear from Justin Gard, who's standing by with the Minnesota head coach. Brought to you by Sunbelt Business Advisors. Alumni-owned Sunbelt serves business owners as Minnesota's largest seller of companies. Alumni-owned Sunbelt should be on your team roster if you're buying or selling a business. Get your Sunbelt no-cost confidential business valuation started today. Visit sunbeltminnesota.com. PJ is talking to the referee right now. I don't know for sure what the discussion there is. JG might be able to give us an idea here coming up, but let's go to JG now.
Coach, what was your objective? Kind of take us in the headset and how you ran the clock there after 2 minutes.
I mean, you don't know what you don't know. I thought we brought it down to really good, about 27 seconds. to give us the ability, if we get a first down over there, we're rolling. We're going to clock it. Got 3 more plays, maybe the end zone, plus a few timeouts. Looking good. We don't get it. We kick the field goal, we make it. I'll never complain about that. But at the end, they do a really good job. We knew we had to force them to be able to only get a few chunks. I thought we played it really well. I just wasn't told there was 5 seconds put back on, and there was 3. Very different play call.
I think that was what the discussion was, Grimmer. So defensively, how have you held up here?
Yeah, I just got to know. Somebody's got to tell me that there's 5 seconds from the sideline, which, again,
he's pissed off.
That's fine, but there's a very different defense between 3 and 5. So I got to know that, though.
Not having
Appreciate it as always,
PJ. Before that,
how's the defense holding up?
They're playing their butts off. That's all I can ask. Playing, but 2 really good football teams out there, and they're fighting their butts off.
Appreciate it, PJ. Got 3 with the head coach there, Grimmer.
Yeah, how about that? Good work, JG. We're earning his paycheck today for sure. Minnesota 13, Illinois 10. All in all, you're going into the locker room up by 3, and that is a pretty good first half.
That's all we can ask for. We're playing our.
Stay with us.
I guess PJ says we're playing our asses off against a heck of a football team out there.
Image and likeness, Golden Gopher Fund, and a bunch more. And that is the halftime show sponsored by Toyota. Let's go places. It's coming up next. This is Golden Gopher Football.
I'm excited to talk about shit in the second half.
Slumberland Furniture is proud to team up with Gopher Athletics in support of Minnesotans in need. Reach Gopher football victory. Slumberland will donate 40 mattresses to area youth who do not have a bed to sleep on at night. Through their 40 Winks Foundation, Slumberland is committed to giving children a brighter future through healthy sleep and have donated over 45,000 beds since 1991. A proud Minnesota-based company since 1967, Slumberland is there to help with all your home furniture and decor needs. Slumberland Furniture, a proud sponsor of Gopher Athletics.
The game against Iowa on September 21st recognized the 12th annual Celebrate Ag and Food Day at Huntington Bank Stadium. Both the game broadcast and the presentation inside the stadium celebrated the tireless efforts in the agriculture industry. The Gophers would like to thank the following participating sponsors: Ag Country Farm Credit, Bushel Boy Farms, Hormel, Minnesota Biofuels Association, Minnesota Corn Growers Association, Minnesota Soybean, and Brownfield Ag News for their continued support.
The pride of Minnesota. This is Golden Gopher football from Learfield.
Gopher fans, check out the spot for Gopher Weekly with PJ Flack. The Tipsy Steer in High Pines in Roseville is a great place to watch the games with a large outdoor space to eat, drink, and hang out with your friends. Check this place out. Locally owned refreshing beverages and food sourced from area farmers, serving up menu favorites like bacon lollipops and armadillo eggs. The sassy menu also features brick oven pizzas and acclaimed burgers. Tipsy Steer in High Pines in Roseville, County Road C and Snelling in Roseville, or online at tipsysteer.com. Go Gophers!
This is Mike Grimm for Washburn-McCreevy Funeral Chapels and Cremation Services with 18 Twin Cities locations. Washburn-McCreevy is celebrating more than 165 years of serving Minnesota. When the time comes to remember a loved one and to celebrate life, let Washburn-McCreevy guide you. Go to washburnmccreevy.com to find out more. Since 1857, Washburn-McCreevy and the Golden Gophers, proud of the tradition they've established.
1, 2, 3. This is the Gopher Halftime Show, presented by Toyota on the Gopher Sports Network from Learfield. Also brought to you by Federated Insurance. It's our business to protect yours. Barbasol Shaving Cream, delivering a quality shave at an honest value for over 100 years. Plus, ag equipment that is made for more. Visit CLAAS.com. And by Flint Hills Resources, producing the fuels Minnesotans depend on since 1955.
It is the Golden Gopher Halftime Show, driven by Toyota. Tanner Hoops with you. Minnesota leads Illinois 13-10 at the break. We'll get to some highlights, some out-of-town scores a little bit later on. Right now, a chance to talk with Joe Quinn, assistant AD at the U of M. He's on site in Urbana-Champaign. And, Joe, always great talking to you. Appreciate you taking the time. Some great things happening as far as Dinkytown athletes, NIL, what have you. Nepsis, of course, a big donation this week. Tell us about that and their relationship with the U of M.
Yeah, thanks for having me here. Yeah, so Nepsis and Mark Pearson, their CEO, really stepped up here, and they're going to do $1 million match to our NIL program, and it supports both Gopher football and volleyball, and it's just a great way to leverage more resources for our NIL program. And you know, DTA's done a great job working on that. In my office, the Golden Gopher Fund, we've worked tirelessly in the past year and a half to make sure they also have the resources for NIL. And it's really something you need to have to stay in college athletics to be competitive.
There was a new agreement announced this week between Dinkytown Athletics and donations there counting towards Gopher points. What can you tell us about that?
Yeah, it's really great. A lot of schools have done it around the country, and we're going to do it now too. So all your giving towards DTA, you'll get Gopher score points for that now too. So we're trying to make sure it's beneficial to our donors to give to that area and that resource. So yeah, you'll get points for that. And the match actually goes now through November 10th. So if you're thinking about making a gift to support Dinkytown athletes, now is a great time to do that. And you'll get those points now too to reflect your giving history.
You know, and we've mentioned some ways that folks can get involved, ways folks can donate, but it's never a bad idea to plug it as much as possible. How can they go about doing that? If someone's hearing this, they want to get involved, they want to donate, how can they do so?
Yeah, reach out to the Golden Gopher Fund. We've got a website there. There's plenty of contacts on there. And again, our office, we support all initiatives. So whether it's given to DTA, whether it's given to NIL, or our scholarship program, or if you want to support gymnastics to football, we've got people there that are ready to talk to you to make sure you can make an impact on Gopher athletics.
Anything coming up or anything in the works you're able to share with us? Anything you want people to know about?
Well, the other thing we have coming up is a Give to the Max Day, and I believe that's November 21st, and that's a really important day too. Folks that give on that day, you get double points for that also. So a really crucial day. But, you know, again, if you look at the game we played today and you see a lot of our team out there right now, the reason we were able to hold on to that team this year is because of support through NIL and DTA. So, again, our office working with DTA to make sure the resources to keep this team together, to make sure we have a competitive team out there, it's critical. So anything people can do to help support that, we appreciate it.
All right, Joe, great stuff. Appreciate the time. Enjoy the rest of the trip out there at Urbana-Champaign.
Thank you. Go Gophers.
All right, Joe Quinn, assistant AD here at the U of M. He's our guest at halftime. 13-10, Minnesota leads Illinois. We'll take a break. We'll check the out-of-town scoreboard when we come back. This is Golden Gopher football from Learfield.
How much can you save when you shop Cub? Let's just say you might need a bigger cart. We've lowered prices so you save more. On Essential every day, it's easy to see the savings. Across the aisles, from pantry products to frozen foods to delicious dairy and more. Your family will love it, guaranteed, or your money back. Shop Cub and save today. My Cub, my way. See store for details.
Hey, Gopher fans, it's Guardsy, and I've got awesome news. Dinkytown Athletes, the official NIL collective of Gopher Athletics, is launching a $1 million match campaign presented by Nepsis. From now until November 10th, every new investment will be matched, dollar for dollar, and new investors are eligible to win exclusive VIP benefits, including an all-expenses-paid game day experience for two to the home football game against Penn State, or an all-expenses-paid trip to watch Gopher volleyball take on Wisconsin and Madison. Visit DinkytownAthletes.com to learn more.
Today's game is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. This is Golden Gopher football from Learfield.
A good neighbor would give you a cup of sugar if you asked. At Truestone Financial, we don't have any sugar, but we do have something even sweeter. Open and use the Truestone checking account, and we'll give you up to $350 cash back. It's not exactly what the recipe called for, but $350 can buy you a lot of cookies. It's true, because we're Truestone. Learn more and sign up at truestone.org. Offer subject to terms and conditions. Recipient responsible for applicable taxes. Membership required.
Domino's Mix and Match menu has items for every occasion. Flaked on your friend's open mic night? Flaky bread twists and molten lava cakes should do the trick. Soccer team duty? Medium two-topping pizzas and stuffed cheesy bread are your best defense. Is it your dog's half birthday? Celebrate his biggish day with savory sandwiches and tender specialty chicken. Mix and match 2 or more items for $6.99 each at Domino's. Ask for this offer. 2-item minimum prices, participation, delivery area, and charges may vary. Bone and wings, bread bowl pasta, and pan pizza will cost extra. Local stores set delivery fees and can charge extra for some menu items.
This copyrighted broadcast is an exclusive presentation of Learfield under the broadcasting rights granted by the University of Minnesota. Reuse of this presentation is prohibited without the expressed written consent of the university and Learfield. Announcers are provided by Learfield and approved by the university.
Minnesota leads Illinois 14. Make that 13-10 at the break. Tanner Hoops with you. Our Toyota halftime show rolls on. Time for a look at the out-of-town scoreboard, and that's brought to you by Cub, the official grocer of Golden Gopher football. You know what score is 14-10 at the break? That top four battle between Ohio State and Penn State. Penn State jumped out to an early 10-0 lead. Thanks in part
All
to
right,
their
we're
defense.
back. We're cool.
Howard back.
Something to drink.
Intercept at 30, 20, 15, 10, 5. Zion Tracy. Touchdown, Penn State.
Yeah, but Ohio State came roaring back. Will Howard was able to make up for that mistake and put his team out in front with this.
Howard rolling to his left, looking to throw. Howard plants, fires deep down the right side. Ibuka got into the goal line for a touchdown. Emeka Ibuka, 30 yards through the air. He hauls it in from Will Howard.
Yeah, that's the score right now, 14-10. That game just went to the half. One other game in Big Ten country, Northwestern up 17-10 on Purdue. That game is at the break. Notable games around the country. Number 19, Ole Miss. They are putting it on Arkansas over in Fayetteville. It was the defense that got things going for the Rebels.
On the video, and he was really livid about that previous play. In the end zone, it's fumbled! It's on the ground, and the Rebels recover it! Jared Ivey for the touchdown!
Yeah, 35-10, Ole Miss out in front. There's 3 seconds left in the first half of that game. Number 21, Army still unbeaten. They lead Air Force 6-3. They just kicked off the second half in that one. You've got Virginia Tech leading Syracuse 14-3. Va Tech is bouncing back after a slow start this season. Sticking in the ACC, number 5 Miami still unbeaten, jumped out to a 14-0 lead. But Duke has come storming back. They lead the Hurricanes 21-17, 3 seconds left in the first half there. Maine scored first in Norman, but it's been all Oklahoma ever since. 35-7, the Sooners on top. That game's at halftime. Elsewhere, Memphis and UTSA tied at the half at 24 roll. Eastern Michigan up 10-7 on to Toledo. There's 2 minutes left in the first half of that game. North Carolina State leads Stanford 31-14, and they are at halftime. Some looks at the out-of-town scoreboard. Tell you what, we'll take another break. We'll come back and we'll listen to how this one sounded with our highlight package and get you caught up and set for half number 2. This is Golden Gopher football from Learfield.
Minnesota Corn is dedicated to helping the state's corn farmers be the most sustainable and environmentally responsible corn farmers in the United States. We accomplish this by investing in third-party research that focuses on water quality and soil health, and working to add value to every bushel of corn grown in Minnesota. Minnesota corn farmers, continuously working to improve and become better stewards of our state's natural resources while maintaining a thriving rural economy. mncorn.org.
It's a long football season. As a fan, it takes dedication, it takes commitment, it takes sacrifice, it takes 100%. We wouldn't ask you to give anything less since Cheez-It is made with 100% real cheese. Football is here, and we 100% want and need the cheesy, crunchy snack that keeps us coming back for more. Grab your friends and go after what you really want. A box of irresistible Cheez-It crackers, the perfect snack while you cheer on your favorite team. Want it, need it, Cheez-It.
The Golden Gophers play here.
The 10 to the 5, touchdown!
This is Golden Gopher football from Learfield.
Are you looking for concert or sports tickets? As a local Minnesota company, Ticket King is a company you can trust. They have seats to fit every budget and even offer parking or tailgating passes, and all tickets are guaranteed. Each order is personally attended to by one of our dedicated customer service representatives who are committed to providing you with a courteous, professional, quick, convenient experience. Visit us at ticketkingonline.com or call us directly at 612-341-4131.
Call an audible. After a car, truck, or motorcycle accident, contact the top-rated attorneys at Siebenkerry Personal Injury Law. They will evaluate your case for free, gather evidence and interview witnesses, assess the extent of your injuries, build your case, and go to trial if you're not offered all the compensation you deserve. Siebenkerry, the car accident law firm with a 70-year legacy of trust. Visit knowyourrights.com. That's knowyourrights.com.
Minnesota leads Illinois 13-10 at the break, just about set to start half number 2. First, though, let's get you caught up and hear how it sounded the first half on the Gopher Radio Network. Minnesota has not trailed. It was the defense getting things started, setting up the first scoring drive.
Josh McCray standing to the left of the quarterback. Altmaier now shifts to the right and has a handoff working left. No, it's a keeper.
Trying to calm myself down.
Altmaier is spun. The ball comes loose.
Turmoil first half.
What are they going to call here? They say Minnesota
exactly
football and a turnover.
How that game started off and how that game's gone so far.
Which would prove to be the only scoring in the opening quarter.
Dragan Kesic, who is 9 of 15 on the year. This will be a 20-yard field goal attempt. Spot of the ball just inside the left hash. Snap back, spot down, kick is up, and Minnesota is on the board first.
It was 3-0 after one quarter. Illinois would tie things up. A field goal of their own from 25 yards out early in quarter number 2.
Like I said,
Darius Taylor, though, he explodes for 29 yards to put the Gophers back out in front.
Still have a lot
Taylor
to play.
back in the game. Under center is Brosmer. 3-3 the score. Hand off to Taylor. Waits. Has a seam into the secondary. 20.
We've always been a second half team, especially on the road.
Touchdown.
I don't know how much
Golden Gophers 29
how the game casts have gone
Taylor.
for
Yeah, but 3.5 minutes
Illinois.
later, the Finding Illini respond with a long touchdown run of their own to tie things up. Minnesota drove down to the red zone in the final minute of that first half, but were turned away without a touchdown. Dragan Kesic, though, was able to split the uprights.
Dragan is 1 for 1 today, 10 of 16 on the year. This will be a 45-yard attempt. Snap back, spot down, kick is up, and it is good. Tucked it inside the left upright. His second field goal today.
Well, that's how the first half sounded on the Gopher Sports Network. 13-10 is our score as we get set for half number 2. We'll take a break.
Right,
we'll get there
check.
after this. Minnesota 13, Illinois 10.
Minnesota
this is Golden Gopher football from Learfield.
Gopher fans, make the most of your stay in the Twin Cities by choosing one of our Gopher Athletics preferred hotels. Courtyard Minneapolis downtown, Hampton Inn and Suites, Home to Suites University area, Aloft Minneapolis, and Days Hotel by Wyndham on University. Our preferred hotels offer convenient location, competitive pricing, and a wide variety of amenities to suit any Gopher fan. Visit gophersports.com/preferred hotels for more information and to book your next stay. Hotels participating in the Preferred Hotels program are proud sponsors of Gopher Athletics.
Game, a little bit more heavy towards, well, no, that's not true.
We know you're a fan, but is Gopher pride in your blood? Here's your chance to prove it. This season, Abbott and the Big Ten are kicking off the largest blood donation competition of our lifetime to fight one of the worst blood shortages in a generation. Simply visit bigten.org/Abbott to sign up for the We Give blood drive and help settle once and for all that the Gophers give the most spirit. Again, visit bigten.org/Abbott.
Okay, so they scored 13 in the first and 10 in the
Today's
second.
game is brought to you by Barbasol Shaving Cream. This is Golden Gopher football from Learfield.
In the first, 10 in the second. So pretty balanced
You
there.
can guarantee yourself a Minnesota maroon and gold win when you sell your business with Sunbelt Business Advisors. Sunbelt is a local alumni-owned company and proud sponsor of Gopher Athletics. Sunbelt provides business owner brokerage services to small businesses as well as mergers and acquisition services for companies up to $150 million in revenue. Are you thinking about selling? Sunbelt can help you make the most from your life's work. Visit sunbeltminnesota.com for a free confidential value range. Minnesota's largest seller of companies. Sunbeltminnesota.com.
That's you trying to fix the plumbing yourself to save a few bucks. Doing things yourself doesn't always end well. The same goes for insurance. That's why Auto Owners works with local independent agents who tailor coverage to meet your needs and offer discounts for life, home, car, and business insurance. Because sometimes you need a professional to get the job done right.
That Iowa game, we did not show up in the second half.
Ask the McGuire Agency in Roseville if Auto Owners make sense for you.
And the North Carolina game was not great for anybody, really. It was better for them, and we missed the field goal. So
welcome back. Gopher halftime rolls on. Mike Grimm and Daryl Thompson with you from the Federated Insurance broadcast booth. We're at Memorial Stadium in Champaign, Illinois, and a beautiful day here in the central portion of the state of Illinois, and the sun is out and just gorgeous. You look out as we're high atop here. The leaves in this sector of the country really turning now, and it's one of the fun things about traveling around the Big Ten when you see this time of year and some of the things going on. What went on in that that first half as Minnesota was pretty good. 13-10, they've got the lead. They had 187 yards of total offense. The Illini 219. 42 of that came on the touchdown, and then another 40 or so came late when B.J. Fleck was talking about they wanted to give up yards underneath.
13 in the first, 13 in the second, gets us 26. I mean, that's going to put us in a position where we feel pretty comfortable. Hopefully,
when you have
score a
the
little bit
5-yard
more.
line, you had an opportunity to put it in the end zone, and that was the missed opportunity in the first half. But you come out of it 13-10 at halftime. You have the lead. You feel like you've boxed. You've kind of figured each other out a little bit. I don't know whether or not Pat Bryant's going to play in the second half. Doesn't matter regardless, because I think Luke Altmaier is a really, really good quarterback. When he figures out that he should throw the ball more than he runs the ball,
I'm curious to see if Pat Bryant does come out in the second half. If he does, that'll
we have an opportunity here in the second half to get a little
definitely
bit of
change
right here. If we can put some points on the board,
the outlook of the game.
First drive right here would be ideal.
And
we talked about some of the keys to the game: pass pressure, pass protection. Gophers with 2 sacks, Illinois with 1, and turnovers. And the 1 turnover led to 3 Minnesota points in that first half. Gophers forcing a fumble of the quarterback. So the Gophers will start with the football here, as we're just about ready for second half football. Gophers in this third quarter will have the wind at their back as well.
That's good.
Justin Gard is on the Gopher sideline. He's been with us all day. And Darius Taylor, of course, in that first half early on. We had a DT watch going a little bit, but figuring that he had 75 rushing yards and 35 receiving yards, Justin, it sounds like
we can get an interception or maybe
Yeah, it's nice to see him continue to get involved. And really, this is probably the best and most consistent that the Gophers have run all season long, right? There haven't been a ton of games where you look up and they've got that type of yardage at the half, let alone the consistent run. So it's good. I know Darryl wants that DT necklace. I told him during the break when he gets to the NFL, maybe he can get a hand-me-down.
There's always a chance.
Here's the kick. It's going to be an opportunity here for Parrish, who takes it at the 7-yard line on the run to the 10 of the 15-20, and he spins forward to the 26-yard line. Just not much of a seam there for him as he kind of went in there sideways spinning, and Minnesota gains a yard or so from had it been a fair catch or not, and will take over there. JG mentioned the rushing yards, 88 rushing yards in that first half, 99 passing yards, 187 total, and we'll see what the Gophers have in store, wearing those sharp unis with the white jerseys, maroon trim, and then the maroon helmet with the white trim, and then maroon pants, and then a gold and white piping down the legs.
I don't hear the word
sharp-looking unis from their own 26, leading 13-10. Minnesota gunning for a 4th consecutive win. The Illini, and trying to get bowl eligible, by the way, are Minnesota. The Illini trying to get back in the win column after the loss last week and get to win number 7. Brockington goes in motion, wide side to the left, double tights that way. Quick hitting pass right side. Daniel Jackson puts on a bit of a move.
Hey, look,
and on first
Daniel
down,
Jackson
that's like the long handoff we've talked about. It's a gain of 4. Alex Bray, who was shaken up in that first half. A defensive end did play toward the end of that first half. He makes the play there.
Wise move, getting Daniel Jackson going. Just 1 catch for 9 yards in the first half, so try to get the ball out to
he's a second half player.
One of your primary receiver playmakers early in the second half to get him going.
Yeah, previous 2 games, 19 catches, 206 yards, 2 touchdowns. So he's a guy that you got to dial in on. Taylor starts the formation wide to the right, now comes set in the backfield. Under center now, Brosmer, wide side to the left. And on 2nd and 6, it's a handoff to Taylor, and he tap dances his way for a gain of 2 across the 30 to the 31, and right away it's a 3rd and 5.
Yeah, 3rd down and 5 is not an ideal situation, but you're not really
not
back
ideal,
behind the 6. It does leave a lot
manageable.
of options for draws and other things like that. So
you got plays that we can use.
We've not seen much of this, Mike, but for a screenplay out of the Gophers, we have not seen that much of that.
Yeah, Taylor has 35 receiving yards, but none have come on what you would call the traditional screen. 3 receivers set wide to the left on 3rd and 5. Minnesota in that first half, 4 of 8 on 3rd down, 50%, pretty good percentage. Brosmer, the lone man in the backfield, wants to throw. Straight drop, flush from the pocket, running for his life, and he throws it away, and it'll be a 3 and out. Gophers will have to punt. Not a great start for Minnesota.
Not a great start.
It was Alex Bray again in pass pressure.
They want to
see, the punt unit comes on
see a little bit more. Maybe see some points up on the board. But
first, Max out of the pocket. Actually, we've seen a few of them, but that time Max got forced out a little bit early. Didn't look like he might have had Darius Taylor open early on that route, but he got forced the opposite direction. Didn't even get a chance to look Darius's direction.
We just got to force them to make an error.
Is on now.
They haven't made a ton of errors. They made one error,
and early on punt returns. And the snap to Crawford from his own 20. And a low end-over-end kick, Australian style, and Beatty catches at the 18 on the sideline and dances forward to about the 24-yard line. Good punt and good coverage for the Golden Gophers. And the Illini will take the football after a 51-yard punt and a 4-yard return. Let's see if the Gopher defense can return the favor on a 3-and-out.
All right.
See if Pat Bryant goes back in the game here, if he was able to recuperate at halftime. Receiver for Illinois.
Does not look like he's out there. It's Bryant and Dixon, the two receivers. There is a third. Is that Bryant, or is that I think it is Bryant in the slot. It looks like it's Bryant in the slot. Right. We'll try to get a good look at it. I think that is him.
Glad he's healthy, but I wish we
Bryant. Yep, it is. So he will play here in the
wish
second
we had
half.
that.
And Altmaier wants to throw a ball, tipped it, almost intercepted. Lindenberg got a right hand on it and then tried to grab it with both hands.
We need to do a little bit more in
the
defensive.
Pressure was coming on a corner blitz. And
forced them
took
to make
a shot
an
right
error.
to the chest as he threw it. That was a safety blitz. That was Kerry Brown on the blitz. 2nd and 10.
Well, that's one thing that our defense coordinator Corey Heatherman is going to do. He is going to fire shots at the offense, and right there, another corner and safety blitzes are common for this defense.
Two linebackers in, plus the nickel back, Jack Henderson. Lawfrey, the running back, he has the handoff, and he's got a big hole and a first down. Man, he took a hard hit at the end of that play, as he was knocked down there by Jalen Logan Redding, but a monster hole and a 10-yard pickup on 2nd and 10.
Sounds like
both teams now kind of establishing or trying to establish some ground attack here, as Minnesota, as we mentioned, had 88 yards in the first half.
You got a couple pops in the quarterback, but they've manhandled us in the running attack, which shouldn't be a thing that happens. Granted, it's a Brett Bielema team, they're going to be they're going to have the big boys up front, but still.
1st and 10 from the 33. Bryant goes in motion. Ethan Robinson working him. Play action pass. And Altmaier wants to go deep. Bryant's out there, but it's really the ball is incomplete. I thought that Wally had great position, and then Bryant, make it Franklin, almost had a fabulous catch, and Wally knocked it out at the last minute. Could have been offensive pass interference, as it looked like Wally, as he was going to get it, kind of got horse-collared. Franklin is injured there as well.
He did get horse-collared on that play. It was tremendous coverage by Wally. He actually was running that route with him.
Yeah, he was running down the sideline, and he had the good position. That's why I was surprised. He got horse-collared and yanked down, and then the receiver dove to catch it, and then he hit the deck hard. We owe you a break. We'll give you a station ID as well, but first, let's take the break. 12:31 to go, third quarter, 13-10 Minnesota. The Illini will have 2nd and 10 when we come back.
Pretty decent right now.
Gopher football from Learfield.
Their receivers are trying to make some crazy catches, but we can only do what we're doing, and we're putting up with them. They got that one rush for 10, and it's 3rd and 10 right now. Cool. Let's just take a second just to maybe it's just me. I know it's just me, but just calm ourselves down a little bit. We're fighting against a team who's ranked. We're putting up a good fight too. We're not screwing around. We're not dicking around. We're doing a good job. So we're in a position to succeed. I need to calm down. The team needs to calm down, and PJ needs to get fired up. He needs to figure out what juju to give him, because we need it, and we need a turnover here. I'd love to see an interception or a forced fumble or some shit like that. Oops.
Helping the world keep promises.
Just gonna lean back a little bit. Let's just listen.
This is Golden Gopher football from Learfield.
Do you know how plastic bottles become shirts, shoes, or backpacks? What happens when your recyclables leave your curb? Can they really become something new? Visit WM.com to learn how WM helps turn your plastic bottles into everyday products, giving materials a second life. WM has the recycling infrastructure, innovation, and expertise to serve our Twin Cities community and care for our planet. The recycling process starts and ends with you. Visit WM.com to learn more.
We are gathered here to... what's with the blanket?
Oh, it's my Securian blanket. It's an unsubtle metaphor for the security I feel knowing I have smart insurance and retirement solutions from Securian Financial.
I see. And, sir, do you also trust Securian Financial with your insurance and retirement solutions?
I do.
Prepare for your future. Talk to your employer, affinity group, or a financial professional to get started. Learn more at Securian.com.
Insurance issued by subsidiary companies. Securian Financial Services. Member FINRA.
Minnesota 13, Illinois 10. Time for an affiliate salute presented by Minnesota Corn. Using university research and advances in technology, Minnesota corn farmers are driving towards sustainability while considering people, planet, and profit.
You love to
can
see
learn
it.
more at mncorn.org.
It's a big lump with
We'll
knobs.
give you our affiliate salute after this 2nd and 10 play. Illini from their own 33, down by 3. Altmaier with the running back Lawfrey, a handoff to him, and he's hit right near the point of attack. Got a yard, maybe two. Devin Easter, the first man there. Gooseby cleans him up. Let's give you 10 seconds on the Gopher Sports Network.
Oh, station identification. Okay. I was like, they're taking another timeout. God damn it. We're good. I feel like
3rd and 8 for Illinois, down 3. Bryson and Parrish now in at safety on this pass set. Gooseby also a safety, so 3 extra defensive backs are as safeties back there. An extra safety, I guess, is the best way to put it. Arkin in motion to throw. Safety blitz comes from Parrish. Oh, and the quarterback spins out of one man, but Jack Henderson's there to sack him, a loss of a yard. Henderson had a sack 2 weeks ago, a tackle for a loss last week.
This is what I am right
and
now.
I'll get credit for a sack there, but it was Parrish on the safety blitz, a la Antoine Winfield Jr.
Hell yeah.
The quarterback Altmaier
keep saying his name.
I
want to manifest Coy Parrish into Antoine Winfield Jr.
Also, some really nice early coverage by the Gopher secondary because Altmaier couldn't find anyone to throw the ball to, and then Parrish comes in on a blitz, and the rest of the team is there to take away any play at all right there to get their defense off the field.
There we go.
Robertson with Parrish
We're good.
waiting.
We're
short,
fine.
kind of hanging punt.
I'm fine. I'm
and,
cool.
They make the fire call or the Peter call or whatever you want to call it. Short punt. And Minnesota will have good field position. Bounces at the 33. Takes a backwards bounce to about the 36. And that's where the Gophers
Not
will
bad
take
positioning.
Over 1st and 10 when we
Got
come
ourselves
back
in something advantageous. I like to hear it. Good.
11:09 to play 3rd quarter from the Federated Insurance broadcast booth. This is Golden Gopher football from Learfield.
All right.
Gopher fans, this is Mike Grimm. As a business owner, you understand the importance of protecting your reputation, workplace, employees, and financial assets. Our team is ready to help yours by creating a custom lineup of industry-specific coverages and risk management services to help you stay at the top of your game. Contact your local Federated representative for more information. Federated Insurance. It's our business to protect yours. Proud sponsor of Golden Gopher Athletics.
Programming is supported by Flint Hills Resources Pine Bend Refinery in Rosemount, a leading producer of the transportation fuels Minnesotans rely on every day. Pine Bend is one of the nation's most innovative and efficient refineries, having earned the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency's Energy Star certification 5 years in a row. For more information
nothing but
about
time
the
on the
Flint
clock.
Hills Resources Pine Bend Refinery, visit
We're good. We're fine. We're cool.
pinebendrefinery.com.
Today's game is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. This is Golden Gopher football from
Let's just
Learfield.
relax. RELAX.
Hey, honey, the battery light on my dash lit up. I think I'll take it to a shop today.
Really? I can take care of that.
Are you sure?
Of course. Okay, got my battery. Let's just drop it in and...
Are you okay out there?
I think so.
Should my car be smoking like that?
Some things are better left to the professional. When you need your vehicle fixed, trust your local repair facility. And when you need a battery, trust FVP. Visit FVPparts.com for an installer near you.
Marston is a full-service building maintenance provider servicing Gopher Nation since 1952.
This is like
Marston
the
has
perpetual
job
state of
openings
Gopher
throughout
fans.
the Twin Cities area. If you have a valid Minnesota driver's license and a
definitely
reliable
not
vehicle,
panicking. I'm
reach
not
out to
feeling anxious
Marston to
about
learn more about
being
part-time and
slightly up
full-time
over a,
opportunities in your neighborhood. Marston offers benefits and training and is an equal opportunity
being slightly
employer.
up
Join our
over a ranked
ever-expanding
team
team of
coached by
building
Brett
maintenance
Bielema on the
professionals
road.
by visiting careers.marston.com or call 651-641-1717.
No, we're good.
Well, I
Welcome back to Champaign. Guardsy here on the field. The Gophers lead 13-10 over Illinois. 11:09 to go in the third quarter. Gopher ball after a well-timed safety blitz from Coy Parrish. And I'm wondering, guys, did Coy Parrish lobby publicly, and was it successful? Coy joined Paul Allen on KFAN earlier in the week. P.J. Fleck joined immediately after that appearance, and Coy actually got to ask his head coach a question on the air, and the question was, why don't you blitz your safeties more? I don't exactly know what P.J. said in response, but maybe he filed it away, and now Coy, being the do-everything freshman, got his wish here in Champaign.
He sure did. I think the answer was, well, would you like interceptions or sacks? And then he said, oh, yeah, maybe don't blitz me.
I take either now.
We'll take both. He was close to a sack.
Honestly, I'll take both.
He helped his teammate Jack Henderson get a sack. 3 sacks now for Minnesota today.
If that helps us get a sack, then we'll do whatever we need to do.
6-yard line, leading 3
You can play fucking wide receiver if that's what we need.
And 11:09 to play.
A win is a win
in the third quarter.
Stats are stats,
the tight end. Double tight end set, one to the left and one to the right. The
running
back is Darius Taylor. Under center
is
Brosmer. Hand off to Taylor, right side. Waits, cuts back, good plant of the foot, and turning it upfield for a gain of about 4 to the 40-yard line.
Yeah, 3rd and 6.
It'll bring up a 2nd and 6.
Or 2nd and 6,
and a good job there. Leverage is always talked about. Seth Coleman on the stop, but DT, you know way more than I, but it looked like he used pretty good leverage there.
He did use leverage. He also did a good job of stretching out the stretch play and planting his foot and getting north and south. When it looks like he's fast. Fast guys like to get to the outside, but a lot of times that speed
not to DT, but to like an actual receiver.
Play like that, you can pick up 5 yards, and he does an excellent job of being patient and doing that there and using his blockers.
13-10 Minnesota, 4.5 into the third, 2nd and 6. Play action. Brosmer spins, passes, and it's caught in Illini territory. Jackson on the slant. He got in front of Jaheim Clark, and he's tackled at the 45-yard line. A good gain there of 15.
Nice coverage by Jaheim
pass
Clark.
To an actual receiver, and especially Daniel Jackson.
On that play with the kind of a tricky deal for Max. He kind of fakes the handoff, spins around, and tries to identify and throw that ball, and he does right on the money to pick up the first down there.
I love to see it.
Gophers now in Illini territory at the 45. Would love to punch one into the end zone here.
Would love
to get this third quarter rolling. They lead it by 3, under 10 to go.
Get us a 10-point buffer.
Straight handoff Taylor. Got a seam, but it's closed quickly in a gain of a couple. We'll call it a 3-yard pickup. From up here, it looked like maybe there was more, but a good job by the Illini. Bailey, the safety, was the first man there, and it'll be 2nd and 7 from the 42.
Real nice backside pursuit from Illinois on that play, but still Darius able to pick up 3 yards there on first down. Not bad, but nice defense by Illinois on that play.
We mentioned it a couple of times. Just a great day here in Illinois. Temperature in the 60s now, and all sun. Few clouds to our south. We got the great view. Brosmer on a deep drop here, waiting, and then throws it underneath, and it's caught, but a loss of a yard. That's the 2nd catch by Taylor today that he has lost yardage. Just nothing there, and he lost 4 on his first reception, lost 1 there, so he goes from 35 receiving yards to 34 receiving yards, and it brings up 3rd and 8.
Tough play right there, and Illinois defense did a nice job. We had crossing dodge by Elijah Spencer.
Not much you can do when defense makes a good play.
Illinois covered both of them. Then he ends up throwing that check down route late to Darius for the 1-yard loss, forcing a long 3rd down situation here.
Empty backfield. Taylor, a receiver wide to the right, along with Jackson. 3 receivers left and a 5-receiver set, including the tight end. Brosmer on the drop. He throws right. It is caught right near the sticks. Did they give him progress? That is Scott in coverage, and a first down. Darius Taylor lined up as a receiver, and he makes the grab.
He's getting those yards back.
I like how Coach
Flick hated seeing it go backwards.
The sticks with his own mark there, and this is a great route by Darius on that play, and a pretty friendly spot actually by the official. Coach Fleck did a good job of getting there and giving him
good route by DT there. Make sure you get past the sticks
right
and
to
sit.
The ground where the official should go to work. And so Taylor now at 42 receiving yards, 7 catches. That's tops on the field for either team. First down on a 3rd and 7. They got 7. Brosmer with Major now next to him. Wants to throw again. Pressure comes, and he's sacked. Nobody picked up the blitzer. That's Otaluga. He does not play much, but boy, did he come free there, the outside linebacker, and that's a loss all the way back to the 42. Brosmer had no shot there. Not sure what happened.
No shot at all. It looked like they're trying to get a wheel route. Marcus Major was running the wheel right there, and they did not have enough time to get him the ball, so sometimes you have that but it wasn't even a late blitz. So it was just a quick blitz right away, just not enough people to pick him up, and you got to get rid of the ball, and Max did not see him.
Kanena Otaluga, no sacks, only 5 tackles through 8 games.
Or a field goal.
And he's got the sack there, and it's a loss of officially 9, and it's make it 7, 2nd and 17. Rosemer to throw. This time he has time, fires on target, and it's Spencer breaks one tackle, and then a host of Illini knock him down. But that's nice on 2nd and 17. It's a gain of a dozen.
Just like I called. Spencer getting the ball.
But it's 3rd and 5, and so that picks up
3rd and 5
much
is
of the
manageable.
lost yardage and
good
then
call.
some.
Good play by Spencer there.
All of his 6'1", 205 pounds on that play to catch that ball, break that first tackle, and make this a 3rd down and manageable situation. Picking up 12 there is a big deal.
They're in field goal range, but they'd love to get the first and keep moving. Gears the tight end along with Jackson in there. Taylor started lined up at receiver. He'll come back to the backfield on 3rd and 5. 5 to snap for Minnesota. From the right hash, in motion goes Gears. It's a handoff to Taylor, trying to get outside, turns it up, breaks a tackle, and has the first down.
Boom.
He got a 7-yard gain.
There you
He
go,
got
DT.
hit in the backfield, DT, and then just kept going. Ackes finally brought him down, but what a run. That was pretty
You're not
going to
take him down, make him pay.
Single effort also, you know what? You're
not going to take him down, make him pay.
And south. Get your pad
Easy
level
call.
down, run your legs, and try to pick up the
First
first
down
down.
at 23 gets us in a good position to get a first down and put ourselves in
I'm a big yak guy. 7 yards per carry now. Taylor, 13 carries, 91 yards.
Nice.
Major going to give Taylor a breather after the 7-yard pickup there from the 23. For Minnesota,
Spencer.
2 receivers right.
Not DT,
it's
Daniel
a
Jackson.
play action. Back to throw. Brosmer over the middle. Caught and then dropped. The second drop by a Gopher tight end. The first one was Bierman. This one was Gears. And Bailey's letting Gears hear about it. That was a perfect strike.
PJ,
and you got to make those catches. That would have put them at about the 10-yard line.
Absolutely. That is really, really frustrating. That ball was just a tiny bit behind it, but it was right on him. You work on that all week long at practice.
Sounds like it hit his hands. You got to catch that.
Kicking himself a little bit. Hopefully we'll be able to survive that little setback.
Well, we talked about the drops early in the season. The Gophers amongst the leaders in the country. Then they did away with that. They were catching everything, and now the drops have come back into play a couple today. 2nd and 10 instead of 1st and 10. They're at the 23 instead of at the 10. Spencer comes in motion. Rosemer, a handoff to Taylor, trying to cut back, sidesteps one man and got to the 19 and a gain of 4. Kreutz and Ackes combined on the stop. The Gophers now in the Case IH red zone. Brought to you by the team on top at Case IH. Visit caseih.com/Gophers. Minnesota up 3, 13 to 10, 5:15 to go, 3rd quarter. They spotted at the 20. I thought he had gotten to about the 19. So it'll be 3rd and 7 instead of 3rd and 6. 11th play of the drive. They've so far moved 44 yards. Remember, the short punt gave them short field position, or at least good field position. And now it's 3rd down. The Gophers are 6 of 11 on 3rd down. And Brosmer out of the pistol. In motion, Christian Driver in there. He reverses field and goes back to the right. Here comes Brosmer, lobs it up toward the end zone, and it's incomplete. Jackson, the intended target. Helping out was Mac Rasetich, and it's incomplete. And now a football bouncing late as they threw it in. Is there a marker down? There's an injured player. That's what it is. Darius Taylor is injured on the play and holding his right leg.
Damn it.
And that is not a good sight at all.
Fuck. Come on, DT. You got to get up, man.
It's not good at all.
We've not gotten the benefit of the replay. They don't really have a TV that shows high definition here in our radio booth, so we've been kind of.
How do you not have a high def TV in the booth?
But no replay yet to see what happened to Taylor. PJ Fleck is out there. Mike Sipniak and Joe Wisniewski out there, and the training staff as well. And he had been into the injury tent a couple of times today.
Oh, it looks like he might have hit knee to knee with the outside linebacker defensive end, so it might not be that bad.
Yeah, he's jogging under his own power, and that's good to see. But it's 4th down, and Kesich will come on to try to give Minnesota a 6-point lead.
I was afraid
it's
of like a break or something.
Drive, but unfortunately,
I don't want to see any of that shit.
11-play drive, but unfortunately, it's going to result in a field goal attempt here from the 20-yard line. Twice now they've thrown toward Jackson in the end zone, and twice he was more open on that first attempt on the opening drive where he missed. He was a little open there, but they just haven't quite been able to hook up. No. This will be a 38-yard field goal attempt. Spotted the ball on the left hash, and that should play well for the natural draw that Kesich has on his field goal attempt. To give Minnesota a 6-point lead, they lead by 3 now. Out of the hold of Kesich, Algrim the snapper. Snap back, spot down. The kick is up. It's on the way, and Kesich has it right down the middle. His third field goal of the day. And with that field goal, Old Dutch proudly donates $250 to the Golden Gopher Fund. Old Dutch Foods is proud to be a longtime supporter of the Gophers and the University of Minnesota. Old Dutch Foods, quality lives here. Gophers 16,
gotta hold them,
and the Gophers go 12 plays, 44
force another
yards,
turnover.
633.
It sounds like we've been getting close to the ball when it comes to attacking on offense, but we gotta do a little bit more here.
Special Olympics, Minnesota. From the Federated Insurance broadcast booth, this is Golden Gopher football.
Joe Aller looks like he's back in the Penn State game.
Buying coffee out is one of my worst
good.
spending habits.
If we're going to see Penn State do something, then we got to see him stay healthy. Okay.
By enjoying 20 cups of deliciously rich coffee with coffee
good, I guess.
for the price of one coffee from a coffee shop. It's a no.
Let's take a look around the FBS here. We're obviously up 6. Penn State is down by 7. Duke is playing the upset right now. There is 10 minutes to go in the third, and they are up by 11 against number 5 ranked undefeated Miami. Ole Miss is whooping down on Arkansas. Army is up by 10 against Air Force at the end of the third. Oklahoma is beaten down on FCS Maine. Northwestern is in a battle with the Purdue Boilermakers, undefeated in the Big Ten, winless in the Big Ten right now. NC State is whooping down on a not very good Maryland team. Virginia Tech is coming back against Syracuse. Buffalo is up big over Akron. Eastern Michigan and Toledo are in a battle right now. I'm going to put this up on my board because I'm a big fan of the MAC. I feel like the MAC is a very underrated conference. In the American Conference, we've got a tie ball game between UT San Antonio and Memphis. What's the stat line for Cade McCown's son here? 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, 12 for 21. Hell of a game so far by, isn't his name Owen, I'm pretty sure? Yeah, Owen McCown here. So good play by him. And we got Vandy and Auburn are 7-7 at halftime. Vanderbilt kind of coming out of nowhere this year and putting up some big wins. They obviously got the win against Alabama and threw the goalposts into the river there in Nashville. So kind of a cool scene. And interested in this this Big 12 matchup. Pac-12 isn't really a thing anymore. This Big 12 matchup, undefeated Iowa State goes and plays Texas Tech. That's in Ames. That'll be kind of an interesting, a fun game. Is there anything else that we might see this afternoon? South Carolina played a tight game a couple weeks ago against Alabama. They beat Oklahoma, which was cool. I think Louisville-Clemson might be kind of an interesting game. We've obviously got the battle for the Heartland Trophy. That's Iowa versus Wisconsin. Over-under is 41.5 points. I feel like I'm going to take the under in that game. It's in Iowa City, too, so I'll take the under in that game. I feel like the over-under should be 30. The only other ranked matchup we have this afternoon is Pitt versus SMU, and that's tonight in Dallas. Let's listen in.
I was glad when I saw that in the replay. And I don't want
touch
to see
back by
anybody go down, but I was
like,
he didn't get twisted up or anything like that. They banged knees in that replay, and he went down. I said, that's
Let's see what we can do. 4 minutes, 30 seconds left in the third quarter.
Logan Redding was late coming onto the field. Altmaier with Valentine behind him.
Feeling a little bit better.
Set in motion.
Anxiety is going down.
Matt Bryant, who was shaken up in the first half, it's a handoff to Valentine, trying to sidestep a man, and he does kind of dodge forward for a couple out to the 27. Anthony Smith and Devin Eastern combining on the stop. Minnesota leading by 6. We approach the 4:20 mark here in this third quarter.
We see Barry Lunny, the offensive coordinator for Illinois, being patient, continuing to hand the ball off to his backs, and he was rewarded in the first half with that long run from Josh McCray, but it's eventually you've got to put the ball in the air.
Oh, and now a whole bunch of guys move. Did the Gophers jump in and hit the center, or did the center move first? Cruz came up with the ball, never snapped it.
Offside.
Yeah, Gophers jump.
Contact. Defense number 91. 5-yard penalty. Second down.
So that's a free 5 for the Illini. Devin Eastern jumped in. I just didn't know if he was drawn off. Kreutz just kind of stood up after he got hit and never did snap it. And shucks, instead of 2nd and 9 now, it's 2nd and 3. I guess 2nd and 8, it's 2nd and 3. Pistol set with McCray, the running back. Kreutz now is going to try it again. He snaps it to Altmaier, handoff to McCray. He finds a bit of a crevice, and he has a first down yardage, and a whole rugby scrum forms, and good movement out to the 42, and that's a gain of about 7. Jack Henderson was the first man there. Logan Redding also there. Gophers lead by 6, 16-10. 3.5 minutes to go, third quarter.
And Josh McCray, 6'1", 235 pounds, exerting himself, as you talked about that rugby scrum there at the end of that play, Mike, using his 235 pounds and his big 600-pound squat rack record to move the pile.
Altmaier out of the pistol
by
play
Penn
action.
State.
Blitz
They're up
comes from Terry
17-13.
Brown. It's picked up. Altmaier fires it far side and too high. It's caught, but Bryant couldn't get a foot down. His foot lands out of bounds. And it will be 2nd and 10.
Glad to see that Pat Bryant is back.
Great effort by Bryant.
Glad to see even more that he's out of bounds.
Come down inbounds, but he was clearly out on that play. Absolutely no opportunity to catch that ball and get your foot in bounds.
Bryant, 6'3", 200, good wheels, good hands. He'll be in the NFL next year. Today, 4 catches, 61 yards, playing a little banged up. Weren't sure if he would play. He got a concussion last week, past protocol, and he's out there today. Altmaier on a straight drop, no play action here. Has time, now flush from the pocket, lost the football, picks it up, and then ends up with positive yards. He just simply lost the handle of the football with nobody there. Luckily for him, it bounced back up into his breadbasket, and he ended up getting 2 yards out of it. Baranowski on the stop for Minnesota.
North Dakota State is in a battle against Indiana State right now. Kind of an unexpected battle right here.
Yeah. Stop running around.
North Dakota State was ranked a couple weeks ago. I don't know if they still are.
Touchdown passes. Live to play another down.
3rd down now. And 7. Out of the pistol, straight drop for Altmaier. Blitz comes, throws, it is caught, and a first down in Minnesota territory. That's Dixon, and he caught it in front of Kerry Brown, who was a little late getting there.
Right
There's
now.
a marker in the backfield, though. And
Holding?
Let's see if this is, it's one of two things, probably hold or a roughing the quarterback.
Holding. Offense number 73.
Let's go.
10-yard penalty from the previous spot. 3rd down.
That's Josh Geske, so that's a nice
3rd and
break
18,
for Minnesota.
rather. Good call there.
Not sure exactly who he was holding. We do not have a TV
why
that has a clear enough picture to really see much.
You can't get an HD TV. You can
Nor
get
do
that
we
for
have
like
the replay.
$40 nowadays. Go to
Good
freaking
news for
Walmart.
Minnesota is it goes to 3rd and 18 for Illinois. Empty backfield now.
Ugh. Anyway,
Valentine, the running back, lines up wide to the left in a 5-receiver set. Wide to the right, 3 receivers. Altmaier to throw. Pressure comes, hit, and sacked. Back at the 28, and another flag comes out. And let's see what this is all about. Jaw Joyner got the sack.
There's Jaw finally, but it sounds like we got a face mask.
I think that's a face mask.
Could be a face mask or another hold.
Face mask.
Face mask.
For a first down.
Number 17.
Fuck!
10-yard penalty. Automatic. First
We
down.
cannot win with this shit.
Down, so it goes from a sack and a punt
We cannot win
to
like
a
this.
face mask and an automatic first down.
Yeah,
Man,
the late raise by
damn
John.
it.
That wasn't that much of a face mask on that play, but it was just sometimes you just get there and you just trying to get somebody down and their head's in the way. That's a tough break.
Jesus
it sure
Christ.
is. Well, this has been quite the drive. They looked like they had a first down. It was holding. They bring it back. Looked like it was a sack. It was a face mask. All kinds of stuff. And now Illinois is confused. They don't have a play in. Down to 9 seconds. They're going to have to take a timeout. All kinds of stuff going on there.
Illinois.
Good
promise
problem.
I'm good. I'm just.
Will be a full media.
We can't win if we're making this many mistakes, and we can't win if we're making mistakes in these critical situations.
All right, we'll take the timeout. 16 Minnesota, 10 Illinois, 1:41 to play in the third quarter. Washburn McCreevy.
It sounds like it wasn't even like
Cremation
that much
Services,
of a
family owned and celebrating over 165
face
years of
mask.
serving
I know it
families
doesn't
in the
have
Twin
to be
Cities.
that much,
Proud
but
supporter
still.
of Golden Gopher football. Visit the webpage at washburnmccreevy.com. From the Federated Insurance broadcast booth, this is Golden Gopher football from Learfield.
You want the best for your child,
so does M Health Fairview Masonic Children's Hospital. As the Twin Cities' longest-running, top-ranked children's hospital, many of the world's leading medical experts just happen to come with the most caring hearts. This combination of compassion and expertise
and we gotta
is
play
why
a lot
Masonic
better.
Children's Hospital was once again recognized as the Twin Cities' top-ranked children's hospital by U.S. News and World Report. World-class, kid-focused care is available for all. Learn more at mhealthfairviewpeds.org.
Right now.
Gopher fans, looking
not
to
even
take
like
the
a good
family to a
FCS
Gopher
game
game this season?
later on today.
Check out the Cub Family 4-pack. Get 4 tickets.
North Dakota State
4
plays a
soft
bad
drinks,
Northern Iowa
and
team.
4 mix and match soft pretzels and candy. All
back
that and $5 off a $50 purchase
South Dakota
at your
State plays a
neighborhood
bad
Cub.
Murray State team.
Go to gophersports.com/tickets
Young-
and click on the
Young's-
Family
Youngstown
4-pack to
State
learn more.
beat
That's
South Dakota State last week. I'm pretty sure.
gophersports.com/tickets.
Maybe that could be a good matchup again. Or they beat North Dakota.
The
excuse me.
Gophers play here.
And it is a
That could be a good
This is
matchup.
Golden Gopher football from Learfield.
What's poppin'? Justin Jefferson here.
Battle of the Illinois.
A lot of explosions, a lot of energy.
Eastern Illinois doesn't look like they're very good.
It's a whole different vibe with these open earbuds. It's like you're
All the
in
good games are kind of early. We've got Harvard versus Dartmouth. Dartmouth is undefeated and 3-0 in the Ivy League.
He's so light on your ear. It means a lot to me. Putting that music into my ears.
The guys on the other side of the river, St. Thomas, is playing tight against Morehead State.
Check out Bose.com.
St. Thomas receiving votes.
You're free now. Free to fill your feed with impossibly chunky chunkers who chunk harder than you ever thought possible.
Cats, corgis, babies, baby penguins, baby pandas, chunky baby pandas.
Free to make your smart devices do silly things. Free to open a world of remote work and a portal into Gametopia.
Who's the boss now?
Free to be everything you
Their
imagine.
strength and condition
then some.
coordinators.
That's how it feels to have Quantum Fiber Internet. Quantum Fiber, your world unleashed.
And
Learn more at
getting their,
quantumfiber.com. Limited availability, service in select locations only.
Not a good week for college football, I guess. I mean, I guess this Penn State game is kind of interesting. I guess we'll have this on our thing right here.
It's true. Truestone Financial is a proud sponsor of Gopher Athletics. Truestone offers a full menu of exceptional financial services, and they're in your neighborhood. Learn more at truestone.org. Welcome back. Mike Grimm and Daryl Thompson with you. Minnesota 16, Illinois 10. And it's been quite a drive here for the Illini. They have it first down. It looked like they were going to have to punt. Face mask. Gophers with 2 penalties on this drive. The Illini with 1. Illinois earlier had thrown for a first down. It got called back due to holding. Eastern had an offsides to start the drive, or early in the drive. So from the Illini 48, it's 1st and 10 Illinois. McCray, the running back, wide side to the right. 1:41 to go in the quarter. Altmaier wants to throw. Blitz comes from Kerry Brown. Throw ball batted in the air, and nobody could get to it. Baranowski, the closest man there.
At least we got our hands on something.
They got a hand on it. Anthony Smith, we think, got a hand on it as there was pressure coming. 2nd and 10.
Anthony Smith gets his hands on a lot of balls. 3 tackles for loss, a couple sacks, 11 tackles coming into this game, really evolving as a player. But and also he has a block kick this year too. That may be what I'm thinking about. He's a long, strong player that has a bright future.
Securian Great Coverage Moment, sponsored by Securian Financial, insurance and retirement coverage on a confident financial future. 2nd and 10 for Minnesota, or for the Illini. Valentine, the running back. Here comes another blitz. The handoff it's a keeper, and they had to throw it away. More great coverage from Securian. Baranowski was the closest man there. Intended target was Franklin. It was a play action, and the Gophers now have blitz from that right side, DT, back-to-back plays.
Yeah, they have. They must have identified something they like, or that that forces Illinois into a situation that they're getting the ball out quicker. In that play, they get the ball out quick, almost an intentional grounding, but there was a receiver in the area.
Yeah, Franklin was close enough, but you're right. Otherwise, the rest
wanted
of
the intentional grounding.
You were begging.
Yeah.
You were begging. It did not go across the line of scrimmage, and I don't think he was out of the pocket yet or out of the tackle box. So the fact that the receiver was close enough. Key third down here. The Illini on 3rd down, 4 of 8. In motion goes Dixon. Altmaier to throw. Fires it left, and it is almost intercepted. Lindenberg had both hands on it above his head.
Come on.
He couldn't
we
hang
need
on.
that. We need a turnover. I mean, it's 4th down. They're going to punt the ball.
Both of his palms down to the
we got him at the 49, just on their side of the field. They're going to be able to pin us deep unless either something screws up on our part, something screws up on their part, or Coy gets a good return.
High school at Anoka, taking that back to the house at the running back position, and most likely it would have been a pick six. I think he's got enough speed to get to the end zone from there. He'll be kicking himself when that comes up in film room tomorrow.
Another great coverage moment sponsored by Securian Financial. He read it perfectly. Altmaier stared the receiver down, so he backpedaled in his drop, went to the sideline, and almost had the interception. Another short punt here by Robertson. Bounces at the 20 to the 18, and it's down right there by the Illini.
The 18,
that is
17.
Resitich. And Minnesota leading by 6
with
1:21 to go third quarter. Will get the ball back from its own 17-yard line after a 34-yard punt. I don't think that Robertson is intentionally... I mean, I think he's intentionally short, but I don't think it's because he's mishitting him. I think it's intentional. They do not want to punt it to Coy Parrish. They'll take the 34-yard punt and call it a day.
Yeah, sometimes when you have an explosive return man, they just avoid kicking the ball to him, and Coy has become that guy.
I guess that's a good thing for us, is having an explosive return man.
Darius Taylor
put us in a decent position.
Remember, he limped off earlier. 94 yards rushing, 42 yards receiving. Gophers and Illini had pretty dead even game total yardage. Illinois 244, Minnesota 236, but Gophers leading by 6. Brockington in motion, handoff. Taylor trying the outside, breaks one tackle, turns it up to the 20, and he's got a nice 8-yard gain out to about the
and run the ball as much as we possibly can. Stay in bounds and just let the clock slowly sink down.
Taylor out on the perimeter. Actually, the ball he gets bubbled.
Can we get like a what was our
offensive lineman
what was their drive? They had one,
but he's able to
like,
get around that
6-minute
still
drive.
use his speed to get out in the perimeter and pick up about 7
Here
yards.
we go. We went
it is a gain
12 plays for 44 yards.
I thought, they kind of shorted him
6 minutes and 33
I thought he was
seconds. That's
out
what
to
we
the
need to
24.
do.
They say it's the
23.
23.
Slow.
Hood made the stop. Again, a handoff to Taylor, and he just took the whole stack forward. That's close to the first down, and maybe a favorable spot in turn. Seth Coleman on the tackle, but they rolled forward together, and now there is an injured Illini player on the field, and that is Coleman on the play. They're going to come out to attend to him. This is not only Dad's Weekend here at Illinois, it's Military Appreciation Weekend, and so all the coaches and training staff and everybody for the Illini have those camouflage hoodies that always, I think, look sharp. They had their rededication game, DT, a couple weeks ago, and they had a guy in Nebraska paint all 100-plus helmets by hand and made them look like old leather helmets. I don't know if you saw
those helmets were absolutely sick. That
awesome.
entire
uniform.
uniform.
It took him 2 hours, roughly 2 hours every helmet. And he had a pattern, and he did it, and then airbrushed it and did whatever you did. And, man, they look sharp. And then they also wore the Red Grange uniforms
here they
that
were.
looked, like they did in 1924. It was 100
this
years
the kid
and
who
a
painted
day removed from the first game here when Michigan was challenging Illinois. And Red Grange scored 3 touchdowns in the first 8 minutes, and Illinois got a big win to stop a long Michigan win streak. All right, so they wound the clock after the injury. That ends the third quarter. So we've played 3 quarters of football.
Classic
Gophers
helmets.
will have a 1st and 10 from the 28 when we come back, leading by 6, heading to the final stanza. Gophers 16,
Custom
Illini
hand-painted
10.
helmets
Let's
to look like the old,
Gopher Radio Network headquarters,
leather helmets. They also had those striped uniforms that remind me of Iowa State has got some similar uniforms to those with like the lines on the chest or whatever, except they're obviously like that maroon dark red color or whatever.
17-13 on third-ranked Penn State, 14 seconds left.
Such a cool look. I didn't know that they're hand-painted and like the individual stitches and stuff. That must have taken so much time.
But Hudson Card would find the end zone
with
a touchdown pass, and then Spencer Porath hit from the second field goal of the day to get Purdue within 4.
This will be a 24-yard field goal from the right hash. Snap is down, the kick is on the way, and the kick is good. So the Boilermakers draw a little bit closer here with 2:44 to play in the third quarter.
Yeah, again, 17-13 the score with 11 minutes left in regulation of that one. Oklahoma fell down 7-0 against Maine early on. It's been all Sooners ever since. This play kind of encapsulates.
We've got the Buckeyes game on here. We've got Ohio State is up by 4. They just got the ball back. And Will Howard just threw for 18 yards. I feel like I need to apologize to Will Howard for the comments I made earlier. He apparently is not fraudulent. I said that the week before. And, he is killing it right now. 14 for 19. He's only got 5 drop passes for 159 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 1 interception, which is a heck of a lot better. Well, I mean, like better completion percentage, but yards wise, pretty similar to Max Brosmer here. But Max doesn't have any touchdowns under his belt right now. We've got a lot of field goals and a lot of everything else here. So, interesting start. Let's see the start to this sport game. This fourth quarter.
Quarter number 3. Virginia Tech on top of Syracuse 21-18.
I just got a ESPN alert that says it's anybody's game.
UTSA up 31-24
it is anybody's game. And Illinois in trouble.
Of that game.
I don't want to say that,
Carolina
but
State over
hell yeah, they are.
52-21,
they are in trouble.
In the books there. Games that are just getting started as we hit the afternoon slate. Vanderbilt's kind of become a college football darling this year, taking on Auburn. And tell you what, Vandy was able to get the opening score in that opening quarter.
There's the snap to Pavia. Auburn rushes 3, steps up, he throws near side corner, and is caught. It's a touchdown. Vanderbilt's A.J. Newberry hauls it in.
Yeah, Peyton Thorne.
What did they say the score for that Northwestern game was? Because they're grinding right now. Let's check out that.
They're just about set to kick off quarter number 3. Our score, meanwhile, Minnesota on top of Illinois, 16-10. The Gophers looking for a ranked victory as we head back out to Urbana-Champaign.
All right, very good. Good work, Tanner. He'll have more scores in the post-game show and highlights in the whole.
So it's the start of the fourth quarter here for the Northwestern Wildcats. They're up by 4 against Purdue. Like I said before, Purdue has 0 wins in conference. They've got 1 win overall against an FCS school. I think that was Indiana State, I said. So.
At Oregon. Plus second-place scores, season tickets next year. Don't miss out. Register now at gophersports.com/window-concept. Gophers with a first down and 10. Darius Taylor with his 7th career 100-yard rushing game. That last carry pushed him over. He's got 105 rushing yards, 42 receiving yards. Gophers now with 247 total yards.
We're staying collected.
244.
And
it's a one-possession
we're going to let our
Gophers
offense do what we got to do.
And they have it first and 10 from their own 28. Taylor stays in it, running back. Jamison Gears is the tight end slotted to the right. Christian Driver in motion. Snap 2. Brosmer, handoff to Taylor, waits, and he is caught up high in a high tackle by Matthew Bailey. Trying to cut back a little bit, and good job by Bailey to end that threat, and it's a 2-yard pickup, 2nd and 8.
Duke finally goes down against Miami. They were down early in the first quarter, I think. Maybe it was even in the second quarter, but they've come back. Looks like Miami's putting up a fight.
He's not off to the races, but he's going to pick up a first down and some really positive yards.
Yeah, Illinois, that was not, like you say, not illegal. Illinois just 1 penalty today. That was the hold on the last drive. Minnesota 4 penalties, 30 yards. 2nd down. Brosmer on play action. Waits, looks, fires it out. This is Taylor. Puts on 1 move, but couldn't do anything with it as everybody caught up. Stop made there by Alec Bryant, a defensive end. Maybe a yard on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd and 7. Let's get a Seaman Carey report.
Come on, boys.
I'll just say it's
been
interesting to see the Gophers have to be so patient. This is the best defense against the pass that's probably been played against Minnesota in the last month. The easy pitches and catches just aren't there. We've seen Max be more inaccurate than he typically has been. It's funny to say that they've had to be patient and actually stick with the run today, but Illinois, I think, is doing a good job with the passing game.
3rd and 7. Minnesota on 3rd down, 6 for 12 today. Gophers this year are 4-1 when leading to start the 4th quarter. Brosmer to throw. Fires underneath. Caught on the run by Taylor. He has the first and then some. Tripped up from behind. May have lost his footing, but he's across the 40 to the 46. James Kreutz on the stop.
Let's go.
And Minnesota has moved the sticks, converting on the 3rd down.
Darius is going to check himself
18 for 30 for Max Brosmer. 152 yards. And we've still got 13:29 to go.
Nice catch out of the backfield. I think he would have been able to pick up quite a few bit more yards, but I think he's just still a little bit tender between that ankle and that bruised thigh that just kind of takes a little bit of your pep in your step away.
Marcus Major now in. That's 58 receiving yards for Taylor. He's got 107 rushing yards. Double tights, 1 to each side. Wide to the left now is the wide side of the field, and a receiver that way, Jackson. Under center is Brosmer. Hand off to Marcus Major, just lowers his shoulder into a stack of humanity, and that movement gets him out to near midfield. We'll call it a gain of about 3, just short of midfield at the 49. Edwards and Bailey combining on the tackle. Back to that stat, DT. To start the 4th quarter this year, Minnesota is 4-1 when leading going into the 4th.
DT's got 58 yards.
8 years now. The Gophers, when leading to start the 4th quarter, are 47-4. So you hope that stat holds up and they
Let's
make
hope
it
so.
48-4 today.
Absolutely.
2nd and
Let's hope
7.
so.
Major still the running back, this time out of the pistol set. Gears goes in motion to the left. 3 receivers that way. Straight drop, no play action for Brosmer. He wants to go up top. Far sideline, and it's incomplete. Intended target Spencer. In coverage, Torrey Cox. And it'll be 3rd down. Clock stopped. 11:58 to play in the ball game. Minnesota by 6. And from their own 49, it'll be 3rd and 7.
Nice coverage by Cox. I think that Elijah Spencer feels like, well, maybe it's Greg Harbaugh and the rest of the offense, so they could get him on a double move. Don't get him on the double move. He's there on that play, and unfortunately, that ball falls down harmlessly to the ground, but nice defense there by Cox.
Each team with a touchdown.
All right,
the
3rd and
Illini
7
a touchdown
here.
and a field goal. Gophers a touchdown.
I guess
and
we got to
3
ask
field
DT
goals.
to do it
Taylor
again
back
for
in.
us.
Good to see on 3rd and 7. Minnesota 7 of 13 on 3rd down. Wide side to the left, 3 receivers that way. Brosmer on a straight drop. Flag comes out at the line of scrimmage. Brosmer tucks and runs, dives forward short of the first by a yard. It'll bring up 4th and 1, but let's see what the penalty is. Likely from that spot, it's a formational situation or an offsides, one of the two.
Minnesota penalty.
Miles Scott, the safety on the stop. Here's the mark.
Illegal formation.
Yep.
Offense. More than 4
We can't win if we're going to have these offensive penalties.
So instead of 4th and 1, Bielema will accept the penalty. He could have declined it to make it 4th and 1.
So it'll be 3rd and 12.
But he'll make it 3rd and 13.
I don't know if that was such a wise decision by him. I think it most likely we would have still punted the ball in that situation to play the field position game with the 6-point lead.
Let's see what the Illini
Gives
do
us
here
a second
defensively.
chance.
They got the sirens playing.
I mean, 12 yards is a lot, but I feel like we've had a couple plays that have gone that distance.
5 receiver set, empty backfield. Brosmer pats both hands on both sides of his helmet on 3rd and 12. He wants to throw, has time, fires it up to the far sideline, and it is intercepted. Picked off, no, incomplete. It was intercepted and then dropped, and it'll be 4th down for the Gophers.
Fuck. Thought he threw
trying to get the ball to Lemeke Brockton, maybe on kind of a back shoulder throw, and the defender for Illinois is just there on that play and doesn't allow it to happen. So just another nice play defensively for this stingy Fighting Illini defense.
Yeah, as Guardsy was mentioning, you got to be patient here, and that was Clark who nearly had the pick, and it falls incomplete. Clock stopped, 11:21 to go. Double safeties again on the punt here, and Crawford will punt it away. Starts to run. They might run a fake. Here he comes to the midfield, diving forward, fumbled the football, and it's recovered by the Illini. I think he's short either way on 4th down. Akis was there tackling from behind. It'll be great field position for the Illini.
If the runner fumbled the ball short of the 1st down, it will be 1st and 10.
The fuck are we fucking doing?
So
punt the fucking football.
3rd and 12. That's a lot to ask of your Australian punter to try to rush for 12 yards.
It was there.
On 4th and
12-yard rush for a fucking punter.
All the time they talked about it, and it was there on that
PJ.
play. Unfortunately,
come
punters
on.
aren't very fast.
That's why on 12 yards, though. I mean, it's there on 5 yards. 4th and 12. You got to get that guy going.
He could have just kept running.
Fucking shitting me.
It would have been nice, but Akis is faster than the punter. We'll take the timeout. 11:11 to go.
God
Gophers
damn
down
it.
6. Illinois with great field position, and this is Golden Gopher football from Learfield.
So
Save money
they
at
have the
pump.
ball at their,
Helping
like,
Minnesota's
what? Like
economy
fucking
and environment by fueling up with
46?
E15, also known as Unleaded 88.
God
Unleaded
damn
88
it.
is a Minnesota-made renewable fuel that reduces emissions, lowers prices, and improves engine efficiency. Find one of Minnesota's nearly 500 gas stations offering Unleaded 88 at mnfuels.com or download the Minnesota Biofuels Locator app from the Apple App Store or Google Play Store today. Minnesota Biofuels Association. Minnesota-grown energy for today and tomorrow.
At Western National Insurance, nice is a little word that does big things for everyone.
What are we doing in
nice
that
is
situation
a
trying to
helping hand
run the
when you
ball
need
the
it most,
fucking punter?
and the peace of mind that comes from
Kick it
knowing you
fucking
can
deep.
trust the person on the other end of the call.
And play the
For more
fucking
than a
field
century,
position game.
We've been protecting individuals, families,
I know that the
and
time is on our
businesses
side.
with
Probably
nice as
fucking
our
analytics
foundation.
say some shit.
Experience the
Well, what the
power
fuck?
of nice for yourself. Ask your independent insurance agent at Western National.
I'm sorry, Doug. We're saying
Today's game is brought to you by Barbasol Shaving Cream. This is Golden Gopher football from Learfield.
This is Mike Grimm. Are you in need of high-quality concrete for your project? Look no further than AVR, your trusted concrete supplier. Whether it's a new driveway, a patio, or parking lot, AVR has you covered with iconic red and white trucks delivering top product across the entire metro area. Visit AVRconcrete.com. AVR, where promises are made and promises are delivered. AVR Concrete, a proud sponsor of Gopher Athletics.
Hey, Twin Cities and St. Cloud. Looking for an easy way to feed your friends and family this holiday season? Let your local Chick-fil-A cater your next gathering. Choose from a variety of trays, including Chick-fil-A nuggets, mac and cheese, and a chocolate chunk cookie or chocolate fudge brownie tray. Perfect for a get-together of any size. Order through the Chick-fil-A app, online, or by calling ahead. Then pick it up at your local Chick-fil-A or have it delivered straight to your door. Enjoy more of the holidays with your loved ones when you take cooking off your plate.
11-11. That's the time left on the scoreboard. Minnesota up by 6. I may have fooled you and said they were down by 6 going to the break. Up by 6. Altmaier throws on a little screen set up to Valentine left, too high. Cody Lindenberg was there to defend it if it was caught. It'll be 2nd and 10. Good field position. Let's reset all of that from the 46 Illinois. It was 4th and 12 for Minnesota, and Mark Crawford on a fake punt nearly had it. He was about 2 yards short. It was very close, but got caught from behind and was tackled. And so it was a risk, and the risk did not pay off on this time. We'll see if Minnesota's defense can turn them away. From the 46 on 2nd and 10. It's a straight handoff. That's McCray. Make it Valentine trying to spin out. He won't. 3 Gophers there, including Anthony Smith, who we've mentioned him a lot today. Lindenberg also there. And the 3rd Gopher was Devin Williams. It's a loss of 1. It'll be 3rd and 11 for the Fighting Illini.
And Anthony Smith getting a little bit more
yes,
of an
PJ believes in our defense.
Joe Joyner injured last week. I think just a little bit of an ankle sprain. And
I don't think that's the time
Smith
to make that
making
play. I know he's been trying to be a little bit more ballsy,
today.
but like
Anthony Smith,
there's a time and a place, and I don't think that this was either.
was
We're up by 6, we're not up by like 12.
Lindenberg was around there as well. 3rd and 11. Big play here from the 45. Blitz comes. Back to throw is the quarterback Altmaier. He's got Bryan, and it's make it Franklin, and it's a first down in front of Kerry Brown at the 40.
What we're fucking talking
about.
about.
A gain of 17. Man, had all day.
Yeah, just too much time for him to find his receiver. Luke Altmaier, you give him that much time, he's going to find his receiver, and right there he got to pat the ball, and eventually he found his receiver downfield to pick up that first down.
Yeah, Ethan Robinson in coverage, and then it was Brown who made the tackle. 1st and 10 from the 39. Minnesota by 6. Under 10 minutes to play. The running back is McCray. Under center now is Altmaier. And it's play action. Ready to throw on a wheel route the tight end, and he makes the catch after taking a hard hit at the 21-yard line. On the hit was Wally. On the catch was Goda, and it's first down Illini at the 21.
A lot of action in the backfield. They fake the handoff, they fake the reverse, and they find the tight end down the sideline there, and it feels like Wally.
He's hurt.
Yeah,
he took a knee there, and here comes the Gopher training staff.
Great. Now our second best
is now back up. He's going to walk off under his own power. That's a big man. Goda is 6'2", 235, a senior, and he was up in the air, and certainly the hit was intended to knock the ball loose, and Goda did a nice job of hanging on, and the brunt of that hit then, when you got a big body like that, falls into the guy that was trying to deliver the blow, a much smaller guy in Wally at just 195, about 50 pounds lighter. And that will then, remember, Zaquan Bryant, the backup cornerback, who whenever Robinson or Wally need a breather, or when Wally was hurt, Brian played. He is injured, out. So
who do we have?
Kelly out of Winnipeg, Manitoba, by way of a prep school in Clearwater, Florida, is in the game at the cornerback spot. 1st and 10 from the 21. Gophers by 6. The Illini could take the lead with a touchdown and extra point here. McCray, the running back, out of the pistol. In motion, Dixon. Play action, Altmaier. Waiting all day to throw. Fires to the end zone. Easy pitch and catch on Kelly. They took it right at the youngster who hasn't played much, and that is a touchdown. And the Illini will take the lead if they can make the extra point.
Just too much space for Ryland Kelly to try to defend on that play, and no pressure on Luke Altmaier. Don't put pressure on him. He'll eat you up, and he has done that. 15 touchdowns coming into today, and the 16th touchdown pass of the season.
Franklin's second touchdown reception, as that's a 21-yard hookup. Extra point here for Alondo, and he is perfect on the season, 23 for 23. This will give the Illini the lead. Boy, that fake punt could come back and haunt him.
It's almost like we shouldn't have tried a fucking fake punt at our 50-yard line with a 60-year-old punter.
And after the fake punt goes awry on 4th and 12, the Illini march it down the field and take advantage of a Gopher injury in the secondary. Hey, is your child ready to shine as Quick Trip's
and they
official
immediately
kickoff
found
kid?
our weak
Imagine
fucking
your
link
child leading
and
the charge
burnt
at a
him.
Gopher football home
And not
game.
only
There's one
burnt
left.
him, but burnt
Kick off
him
the action in
bad.
front of thousands of fans
There's
and cheering
7.
fans. That could be your kid. Simply
Now we're
download the
fucking
Quick Rewards
down
app,
with
enter
an
the fan
offense
zone,
that feels
and
like it
sign up
hasn't
your
done
child
anything
for the
all
experience
game,
of a lifetime
other than
only
like
from
sputter
Quick Trip.
out at the
Gophers
fucking
down
20-yard line.
17-16, 9:03 to play. This is Golden Gopher football from Learfield.
10 miles an hour over the speed limit. 15 over. 20 over. It just might put you 6 feet under.
A message from the Minnesota Department of Public Safety.
Your morning shave with Barbasol is a time for self-reflection. Look in that mirror and ask yourself, can I make a real difference in this world? Of course you can. Just not today. There's football on. Barbasol. It's a can of can-do.
If you can plan barbecues and weddings, you can plan to protect yourself from a natural disaster. Sign up for local alerts, prepare an emergency kit, and make a family communications plan. Get started at ready.gov/plan.
Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
Wouldn't it be great if every time you bought a cup of Holiday coffee, you got credit toward a free cup? And wouldn't it be great if that worked on other stuff at Holiday too? Well, join the club. Holiday Rewards. It's so easy. Just enter your phone number at checkout and you're in the club. We'll track your purchases toward free fountain drinks, coffee, cookies, sandwiches, hot dogs, and more. So don't forget to enter your phone number at checkout to join the club. Holiday Rewards. Here for you at Holiday. Restrictions apply. See store for details.
In the heartland, where ambition thrives, there are those who are made and those who are made for more. Just like the Gophers on game day, Kloss, a leading producer of ag equipment, unleashes the power of ambition in the field. Discover why our cutting-edge machinery and unwavering support aren't just a promise, they're a commitment to your success. Because at Kloss, we know you are made for more. Visit your Kloss dealer or CLAAS.com.
Head coach Bob Motzko and Golden Gopher men's hockey are back at 3M Arena at Mariucci. Tickets are now available for all games this season. Get yours now at gophersports.com.
Welcome back to Gopher Football on the Gopher Sports Network from Learfield.
Gopher fans, turn to the experts at CenterPoint Energy for high-efficiency natural gas equipment rebates for your home and business. See why using natural gas is better for the budget and the environment. For more info, go to centerpointenergy.com/Gopher rebates. Illinois' first lead of the day right now, 17-16, 9:03 to play. They take advantage of a fake punt that went awry, short by a couple of yards, and drove it 54 yards for the touchdown. Also took advantage of a Minnesota injury. Justin Wally had to come out, and they targeted the replacement, who has not played much, and he was beat on the play by a really good, maybe future NFLer in Franklin. So it's 17-16, and the Gophers still an opportunity here, certainly with 9:03 to go, plenty of time. And it's just one of those days, too, DT. It felt like you were in control, and then you look up at the scoreboard, and you're down 1.
Yeah, exactly. And that's why you want to get touchdowns, field goals when you get inside the red zone. But there's still plenty of game and opportunity here with 9:03 left and being down by 1 point.
Machowski drills this kick, sails out the back of the end zone. Slight breeze at his back, so Minnesota will take over from its own 25. Hey, this season, Minnesota Soybean is once again partnering with Gopher Football to highlight the environmental impact created through the use of biodiesel, a soy-based fuel that powers the team's equipment truck across the country. The mileage traveled for this weekend's trip to Champaign equates to the impact of planting 207 trees. Gopher Football is powered by biodiesel, cutting carbon right here and right now. Well, go time here for the Gophers as they trail now by 1. 9:03 to play. Fourth quarter. Minnesota with 278 yards. The Illini 298. Thought it would be a little bit of a low-scoring, one-possession type game, and that's what we have here so far. From the 25, Brosmer, who on the day is 18 of 32 for 152. Taylor, the running back, and to throw, Brosmer feels the pressure, flush from the pocket, rolling right, fires, and a back shoulder throw is incomplete. Brockington, the intended target, Patterson in coverage, and it's second down.
Actually, Max did a really nice job of managing the pocket right there. One of the few times that the offensive line's had a breakdown, flush him outside the pocket, tries that back shoulder pass there at the end of that play. Just not quite enough room there to fit that ball in.
Darius Taylor with 107 rushing yards and 58 receiving yards stays in the game on 2nd and 10. We'll keep an eye on him here on this 2nd and 10 after the incomplete. 2 receivers wide to the right. That's the wide side of the field. The tight end is Gears. Gophers down by 1. Illini showing blitz. They do blitz. Plenty of time, though, as it's picked up. They want to go deep to Jackson. He's out there. Catches! First down in Illini territory inside the 40, and they spot him out where? At the 38-yard line. He got Clark. He fooled Clark. Clark didn't know, I don't think, the ball was coming. Jackson kept those hands to the side till the last minute.
I'm really happy that
what
we got that play.
By the senior.
Jesus,
great job. Also great poise by him on that play to look that ball, and that's how they teach it. It's not easy to relax and catch that ball over your outside shoulder and try to kind of have that nonchalant look there for a 37-yard gain.
Gophers now 7 of 14 on 3rd down. That was a 2nd down play, I guess. I beg your pardon. Brosmer, handoff. Taylor cuts back, has some green space inside the 30. Good move inside the 25, and a gain of 14 to the 24-yard line. Miles Scott, the free safety out of Dalton, Illinois.
I know he believes in our
and
offense.
Minnesota, just like that, is in field goal range. But you'd love to see them punch it in. They've had to settle 3 times for field goals today.
If we get a field goal,
they've got
punch
the ball in.
Plenty of fucking time to come down and get us in field goal territory.
Right,
that's not going to be a win for us.
Darius Taylor,
we have to score a fucking touchdown.
Excellent at 80%. You know, at 100%, he's incredible. At 80%, he's still doing a fine job.
Marcus Major is going to give him a breather. Taylor now 122. Crowd now talking some defense. 58,088 paid attendance today. Couple thousand under sellout. 1 to snap. They do just get it off. No. A flag flies first. Boy, that was confusion. Ursary jumped on the right side.
Oh, great. So now we have another 5 yards to go for an offense that feels like it can't do fucking shit right now.
And there's a delay penalty as well. That was set up by Bielema in the first half when he was setting that up. So it's delay before anything.
5-yard penalty. First down.
Boy, they got to the 23-yard line. And now it's going to be 1st and 15. Taylor back in. Spencer into the game. And it's 1st and 15. 7:37 to play.
I don't even want to listen, dude. I'm just fucking sick.
Well, they've led since it was 3-0 until that last touchdown by the Illini. Crowd again. This is as loud as we've heard them. To throw, Brosmer wings it far side, caught by Jackson, puts on a move at the 20, spinning forward to the 18, and they got the penalty and then some back in front of Clark. And Daniel Jackson, who had had a relatively quiet start to this game, is now starting to make his presence felt. And for
can we get a fucking Daniel Jackson crazy catch in the end zone? That'd be great. I don't even want that, but that'd just be fucking fun. I just want to see him get a touchdown. I want to see anything happen right here. Points. I want to see 7 on the board.
2nd down after the gain of 10. 2nd and 5 from the 18. Taylor, the running back. Brosmer waits for the snap. Wants to throw. Looking left. Waits. Now over the middle. Caught. Spencer took a shot. And he has it 1st down at the 5. Miles Scott delivered the blow, and Spencer just continues to produce in that area of the field. 1st and goal from the 5.
Seems like they'd want to look at that. Feels like that was a helmet to helmet.
Have we need a target call?
A defenseless receiver.
Yeah, very well could have been. The sideline may have been asking for that. We owe you as an affiliate salute. We'll give it to you here after this play. First, now let's see. They do whistle it. Let's listen to see if that's what they're going to do here.
The previous play is under review. for potential targeting.
Oh, eagle-eyed Daryl Thompson up here saw it.
Good call, DT. Good call.
Planet Fitness. The officials are going to make a judgment, but you won't be judged.
All right, I'm going to take a quick hop. I got to go take a pee.
Go to planetfitness.com to learn how you can join the judgment-free zone. While they review this, that gives us a chance to give you the affiliate salute presented by Minnesota Corn. Using university research and advances in technology, Minnesota's corn farmers are driving towards sustainability while considering people, planet, and profit. Learn more at mncorn.org. 10 seconds on the Gophers Sports Network.
He's definitely defenseless.
They continue to review the play. Here's the situation. Gophers down 1, 17-16. Spencer makes the catch at the 5. He's defenseless. And even if it's the shoulder that hits him up around the head, because he's defenseless, that could create a targeting call. It doesn't, in this case, because he's defenseless, have to be helmet to helmet. That said, there's also things in the rule that says you have to make sure it isn't just, it looks like it, so we're going to side on it. It has to be 100% confirmed with all aspects and criteria of the targeting. So they continue to look at it. The referee is Larry Smith. No one gets you closer to the game than Sirius XM Big Ten Radio. Tune in for news, talk, and analysis from the offseason through the regular season and into the postseason. They've got your team covered anywhere you go. Get a free trial at SiriusXM.com/Big Ten Radio 2024. Again, we don't have a great view here of replay. We're trying to sneak peeks on the scoreboard in the booth next to us. And we just haven't gotten a great view of it. Well, you saw.
All right, let's listen to this call.
I think it's the. I think it is targeting.
After review, personal foul, targeting, defense, number 10. That penalty will be half the distance to the goal, automatic, first down. Number 10 is disqualified for the remainder of the game.
Okay, so that's Miles Scott. He is the starting free safety. And that's a big blow to the Illini, who have a really good secondary, as we've seen today. It moves it to the 2.5-yard line, first and goal from there. In addition, now Miles Scott will miss the first half of their next game. They're on bye next week. The week after, they are playing home here against Michigan State. He'll miss the first half of that game.
Yeah, that is, in the not really even olden days, that used to be pretty much a normal casual hit, and actually Elijah Spencer got up and he was just fine. So sometimes you have those hits and someone really gets hurt, and then sometimes you have those hits and someone does not get hurt, but that's just a piece of the game that we're all trying to eliminate for player safety.
From the 2.5 I formation, Bierman the fullback, under center is Brosmer. Handoff Taylor, working his way right, hit, still pushing forward, and I'm going to say maybe a gain of a yard to the 1.5 or so. A host of Illini trying to hold the stack up. 5:50 and counting. Gophers down by 1. And Minnesota will send the extra lineman off
set.
And the tight end off. And they'll go back to what will likely be a traditional look from about the 1-yard line. Nose of the ball looks like it's just outside the 1. Under center Brosmer, and only in the backfield is Taylor. Double tights each side. Clock winding, 5:23 and ticking. Brosmer with the tight end now lined up right behind him. It's a spin. The pass to the tight end all alone. Touchdown, Jamison Gears. And Minnesota's back out front. We saw that play against Bowling Green in Detroit for Gears' first college touchdown last year in Detroit. And he's got another TD today, his second of the season. And Minnesota back out front, 22-17.
We give him 5 minutes and 14 seconds to fuck with,
should go for 2 here, I think.
Yeah, it looks like they are going to go for 2.
And they will go for 2, yes.
A nice little, play on not going for that push quarterback sneak. He comes in motion, get out in the flat all alone, and you have that personnel that's for that push package on the inside. Great job, great play call by Greg Harbaugh.
Oh, and now Brett Bielema has to take a timeout.
They've had 2, we've had 5, 6.
They didn't have.
I mean, if they're gonna put something up, they've had 1 drive longer than 5 minutes.
Yeah, they had
they're going to
10
put something
out
up.
there.
It's
They
going
were
to be out
short a
there
guy,
on
and now
3.
he's mad at Larry Smith.
So
we'll take
they got
the
time
timeout as
We
well.
got to play fucking defense. Hopefully Newman's
5:14
back
to play.
in.
Gophers by 5,
Need to fucking keep
22-17.
our eye
A
on,
7-play, 75-yard drive. It covered
Pat
349. The drive summary sponsored by Affinity Plus.
Make sure
with
we
this
don't
and
have
all
another
scoring drives
hole,
this season.
gaping hole in the
Affinity
middle for
Plus
McCray to
donates
run directly
$150
through.
to Special Olympics Minnesota. So
You
we
can
will
see
keep
one of
it
those
here.
Pat did
That
Parrish,
touchdown play call is the
interceptions.
best
I mean, there
in
hasn't
game,
been any
sponsored by Old
interceptions at
Dominion
all.
Freightline, working hard to be the best in the game and proud to support those striving to be the best in theirs. And what a play call that was, as they line the tight end right behind the quarterback as if to say we're going to sneak it, and then they faked the handoff spinning and then rolled right.
And you also got to be concerned because Darius Taylor was going back out the other side. So there's the eyes are going there. Eyes are, the personnel grouping. Everything was a little bit off on that play. So it was a great
up by
play
7
call.
to at least give us a little bit of a fucking
to
buffer.
get it to a 7-point lead. In motion goes Jackson. To throw is the quarterback Brosmer. Flushed, fires back, end zone, incomplete. Nobody there. Caller up the closest man there. So the 2-point conversion is no good.
Game.
And with 5:14 to play, the Gophers lead by 5, 22-17. Boy, do we have a good one for you here in downstate Illinois. From the Federated Insurance broadcast booth, this is Golden Gopher football from Learfield.
With the Golden Gophers, every touchdown is more than just a touchdown. It's a testament to the teamwork, elbow grease, and can-do attitude it takes to make it to the end zone. And while our fields aren't the kind you throw passes on, Case IH knows every successful farm is more than just a farm. It's the product of top-notch tillage, planting, harvesting, hay, and forage equipment at the hands of hard-working growers. Settle the score with superior tools by visiting your local Case IH dealer or go to caseih.com/Gophers. Go Gophers!
Gopher Athletics is proud to partner with Salvation Army this season and offer buy one, get one free Gopher men's and women's basketball tickets for food donations during the month of November. It's simple. Bring Thanksgiving non-perishable food items to a game during the month of November and receive a coupon for buy one ticket, get one free for any future men's or women's game. Offer is subject to availability. The Gophers and Salvation Army, teaming up at Thanksgiving for those in need.
Your maroon and gold play here. This is Golden Gopher football from Learfield.
I've been told I'm made up, that dragons are nothing more than a myth. Unicorns and mer people, too. Believe what you want about us.
But your recycled items becoming new products is no myth.
Recycled paper and cardboard get made into new cereal and cracker boxes at a paper mill in St. Paul. While recycled food cans are made into new products like wire and parts for cars and appliances. Recycling exists. Learn the real story behind recycling at recyclingexist.com.
Why should your business bank with North American Banking Company? Here's Austin Bartz of Bartz Lawn and Landscape and Bartz Snow Sculptures.
I started banking with North American, I think, 3.5 years ago. All the people know me by name. I know them by name. It's fun to come into the bank and actually talk to somebody you know. So I made the switch and I'm very happy. It's the best bank I've ever been at.
To learn more about North American Banking Company, go to nabankco.com. That's nabankco.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Gophers going a 75-yard, 7-play drive. Max Brosmer on that drive, 4 for 5, completions of 37, 10, 13, and then 1 for the touchdown to Gears. Extra point, 2-point try failed, and it's 22-17 Minnesota, the lead. Time for the events calendar brought to you by M Health Fairview Pediatrics. With over 60 locations across the Twin Cities, M Health Fairview Pediatrics offers care that goes the extra mile without having to drive one. Learn more at mhealthfairviewpeds.org. Gopher hockey tonight hosting Penn State. You can hear that game on many of these Gopher Radio Network stations. Women's hoops hosting Central Connecticut State Monday. You can hear JG on that. And we'll have Gopher men's basketball on Wednesday. Oral Roberts in town. Here is the approach by Kesich, sidewinding kick, and it goes into the end zone, and that is going to bring the ball out to the 25, where the Fighting Illini will take over, now down by 5. And what a drive for Brosmer, DT.
What a drive, and you mentioned it during our break. He is a fourth quarter man, does a great job of managing the situation, being ready, and with his execution of the plays that are called. So, yeah, what a tremendous drive. by Brosner that last drive.
He's now 22 of 37, 213, and he got the touchdown there. All right, Gopher defense now has to step up with 5:14 to play in the football game. Lawfery is the running back, stands next to Altmaier, the quarterback. 1st and 10 from the 25. 2 linebackers plus the nickelback, and it's a handoff to Lawfery. Hit, spinning, and he's got a couple out to, we'll call it a 3-yard gain, out to the 28-yard line. Jackson Howard, the first man there, playing defensive end. He and Anthony Smith are the D-ends. Eastern and Jalen Logan Redding are the tackles. Henderson the nickelback. Baranowski and Lindenberg are the linebackers. Justin Wally, by the way, is back in the game. That's good to see. He is one corner, Ethan Robinson the other, and Brown and Gooseby are the safeties. To throw is Altmaier, looking left, fires underneath, caught by Lawfery at the 30, and then forced out of bounds there. That's a gain of about 3, make it 4, and it'll bring up 3rd and short. Lindenberg and Kerry Brown combined on the coverage and the stop. So a key 3rd down here with 4.5 minutes to go. 22-17 Minnesota, and it's 3rd and 2 from the 33-yard line.
Very key 1st down here. Need to protect and also make sure nobody can get back behind you. This could potentially be 4-down territory for Illinois.
As we approach 4 minutes. Out of the pistol set, Altmaier sends Bryant in motion, and it is a straight handoff to Lawfery, and he's tackled in the backfield. It was Kerry Brown on a run blitz. Jalen Logan Redding in the neighborhood. They lose 3, and it's 4th and 4. And let's see what the Illini want to do. They're going to send their offense onto the field.
I doubt they're sending out their punt team.
They're going to go for it. On the season, they are 6 of 13 on 4th down.
I doubt they're calling in the punt team.
The offensive coordinator will have to have a special dialed up here. 4th and 4 for the Illini from the 31. 3.5 to play. Gophers by 5. 7 tackles for a loss for the Gophers. Now they're going to have to hurry the Illini. McCray gets to the backfield with 7 to snap. And now they send another man in motion. That is Franklin. The snap comes to Altmaier. Fires. It's batted down. Incomplete. 4th down stop with 3:17 to go. Franklin, the intended target. Brown, the man in coverage. A Securian great coverage moment.
Nice.
And Minnesota up by 5 has great field position here.
Kerry Brown with a good stop. Let's give him a highlight.
Illinois was not in sync
Freshman
on that
from
play.
Naples,
Surprising. You don't really want to burn a timeout, but it probably would have been a good time for them to burn
save
a timeout.
the game
with
for
3
the
minutes
Gophers.
25 seconds to go in the game
quarter,
to get in the right situation at that 4th
3
down.
minutes, 17
with
seconds.
3 minutes to go right now.
Turnover on downs.
In this situation, it's not a good situation for Illinois, and is a tremendously great situation for us.
And they only have 1 timeout.
Let's see what we can do here.
That's part of certainly why they didn't want to bang the timeout there. Justin Guard.
That's exactly what I was going to say. They were kind of in a weird spot timeout-wise in time of the game. Is you can't really
they have no
give it back to the Gophers with just 1 timeout and the 2-minute warning timeout here. So I think their hand was kind of forced there.
So the Gophers are in field goal range. They're going to want to run some time. If they kick it, it still is a 1-possession game if they make it or miss it. And the handoff to Darius Taylor, dancing, works his way forward. They're trying to tackle the ball, and he gets a nice gain on 1st down. Finally tackled at the 25. Kreutz on the stop. It'll be 2nd and 4. And the time winding down. A couple of 1st downs here would most likely end this football game. Bielema does not want to use a timeout yet. Under 3 minutes to go.
Love the
Taylor
physicality.
29,
Love the physicality of the defensive line, and the young man Philip Daniels making his presence known. The people standing around the pile trying to push him around. He just jacked the young man. They call that giving him the gift.
The gift.
Yes. The gift.
Well, he had his first start today, and he's played well, it seems. It's hard to evaluate now, but haven't seen any major moments that were a problem. Down to 3 to snap, 2.5 to play. Rosemer spinning, handing off. Taylor makes the first man miss and then dives forward. And he's short of the first by about 2 yards. The stop made by Alex Bray, and a good job by Taylor on a little jump cut to avoid a tackle for a loss there. And we're going to let this run down to the 2-minute warning here. There's no need for Minnesota to snap on 3rd and 2. We mentioned they had 1 timeout. We also should have mentioned they have the 2-minute warning, and that's what's approaching here. So 2 minutes left to go in this game. The 2-minute warning there, 3rd and 2.
This is the 2-minute timeout.
If Minnesota, when we come back, makes the first, they can just about run the clock out. If they do not make it, then they're likely going to kick to try to make it an 8-point game. Let's take a break. It's a good one in Champaign. And this is Golden Gopher football from Learfield.
The game against Iowa on September 21st recognized the 12th annual Celebrate Ag and Food Day at Huntington Bank Stadium. Both the game broadcast and the presentation inside the stadium celebrated the tireless efforts in the agriculture industry. Gopher fans, we can all be proud of the continued efforts, results, and talented people that work in these industries to provide a sustainable food supply with so many changing variables. The Gophers would like to thank the presenting sponsors of this event: CHS, Compeer Financial, Undeniably Dairy, and Beck's.
Preparation is the key to success on game day. And like your favorite Gophers on the field, you need to be ready right from the opening kickoff. Cenex has your pregame routine covered. We've got your salty snacks, your sweet treats, ice-cold beverages to wash them down, and fresh tanks of propane to fire up the grill. You and your fandom at your local Cenex station. Gopher Pride, powered locally.
Get out of it alive.
Today's game is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. This is Golden Gopher football from Learfield.
Everlight Solar is the premier home solar company in the Midwest and a proud sponsor of Minnesota Gopher Athletics. We make going solar simple and affordable with $0 down. To learn more about solar for your home or see our employment opportunities, visit everlightsolar.com.
yards. He was out for a play with a knee injury.
Take a playcation to Mystic Lake.
Ohio State does have 2 turnovers. They lost a turnover battle, but
you can satisfy your cravings at our restaurants.
Penn State couldn't capitalize on the situation. They did capitalize on one. They got a pick 6 to start the game.
And don't forget to join Club Animal so you can
right here.
memories and bask in the rewards.
Will Howard interception. Z Tracy returned for 31 yards for a touchdown. And then after that, it's been pretty much all Penn State. I don't know how injured Penn State is, but they are not 100% healthy, which is not great.
Get your game ticket and first beverage in one convenient package.
Duke is fighting back.
Get yours now.
Just under 8 to go in the fourth. They are down by 15 points. Not a good margin for them.
Welcome back.
Arkansas just put up a touchdown. They're down 30 to 63.
Remember a year ago, the Gophers 95% chance
overtime
to win
game between
they go 3 plays, 85 yards to win it.
Northwestern
Make you ponder things
and
like,
Purdue.
do we want to go to the cemetery for a couple of cheeseburgers?
The bottom
Why
of the
does
barrel
phone
game for
always
the Big
ring
Ten
when you're in the
here.
bathtub? All kinds of things to wonder. If the Gophers get a first down here, they can just about salt the game away.
It'd be ideal to salt the game away here in this situation.
Darius Taylor has 131 yards on 21 carries. If he can get 2 or 3 on this carry, assuming he's going to be the ball carrier, the Gophers would be in great shape. Illini with 1 timeout. Out of the pistol. It is a straight handoff to Taylor. He's hit and short of the first and a timeout, Illinois. 1:56 to go. T-Raw Edwards on the stop. He lost a yard. They were selling out on the run. I thought they might try to fake the handoff and let Brosmer bootleg it like they did against USC for a touchdown.
Yeah, why wouldn't they?
You know what, though? Brosmer's not too terribly fast. Like a little bit like our punter isn't too terribly fast, so you probably don't really want to bootleg in that situation. I just thought also might be an opportunity to get Darius with a little bit more out on the edge with an option, something off tackle where you can cut it up, cut back, or bounce that ball to the outside to be able to pick up those 2 yards. But, you know, you elect to kind of keep the ball in the middle of the field and make sure that you run that clock. So still.
Kicker coming on. This would make it an 8-point game, so still a 1-possession game. And Kesich is 3 for 3.
Come on, Dragon.
There is some wind, JG.
Yeah, just a little bit of a crosswind kind of coming from where you are across the field to me, and it might be just in his face a little bit as well.
This will be a 41-yard attempt to give Minnesota an 8-point lead on 4th and 3. Waiting for the snap, Crawford. Flag comes out. Somebody moved.
We can't even kick a field goal with a fucking false start.
False start. Offense number 69. 5-yard penalty.
Oh, it was
That's Ursery.
Ursery, too?
He's a left tackle, but on field goal kicks, he's the right tackle. And now it becomes a much harder field goal. This will now become a 38-yard attempt. No, I beg your pardon. A 46-yard attempt. Line of scrimmage is the 28. So now a 46-yard attempt. Spotted the ball on the right hash. Crawford waits for the snap, the holder. Snap there, spot down, kick is up. It's on the way, plenty of leg, and it is right down the middle. Kesich knocks it through. So the Gophers have Kesich at 4 field goals on the day. Last 4 field goal game, the win at Iowa last year, 12-10, and Minnesota leading now 25-17. And with that Gopher field goal, Old Dutch proudly donates $250 to the Golden Gopher Fund. Old Dutch Foods is proud to be a longtime supporter of the Gophers and the University of Minnesota. Old Dutch Foods, quality lives here. Gophers go 4 plays. They move just 3 yards after the penalty. A 46-yard field goal good. The drive summary sponsored by Affinity Plus. With this and all scoring drives this season, Affinity Plus donates $150 to Special Olympics Minnesota. That said, Illinois did what they had to do there. They forced a field goal to make it still a 1-possession game. They're right in this thing.
No, absolutely. They're right in this game. But with 1 minute and 52 seconds to go in this game, and the energy that the defense is playing, as I do feel pretty good about it. And they do. I mean, obviously the best thing they could do right here would be tie the game, and they'd have to go down, score the field goal, and get the 2-point conversion. So it will be a challenge for this Illinois Fighting Illini team.
Yeah, the clock now under 2 minutes, stops on out of bounds for good, and on first downs until the sticks and the ball are ready. Kesich with field goals today of 20, 45, 38, and 46. This Illini team with 304 yards of offense. Here's the kick by Kesich, and it goes over the head of Beatty 5 yards deep in the end zone. And now the defense asked to make a stop late in the game again. Leading by 8, 25-17. Trying to stop a 3-game winning streak in this series by the Illini, and trying to beat Brett Bielema for the first time ever. From the 25, the Illini. Parrish is in the game at safety, along with Aiden Gooseby and Kerry Brown. So basically 3 safeties. Altmaier with McCray next to him. 1st and 10. With the way the sticks move and those kind of things, time may not be as big of an issue as downs. Can you get him to turn it over on downs? Altmaier on a quarterback draw. Turns it up. He's cartwheeled at the 30. A gain of about 6. Gerlach is in. Joey Gerlach on the stop. Is that right? Yes, Gerlach is in at one of the linebacker spots, a little quicker out of Woodbury. I'm not sure he's been in just yet. 2nd down and 4. Altmaier over the middle. Ball is dropped. That was Dixon. Colin Dixon, the redshirt freshman, and now it's 3rd down and 4. Clock stopped with 1:30 to play. Minnesota by 8.
Yeah, and this is certainly could be a running situation for Illinois right here.
Gerlach, we're told, has played some today. 3rd and 4 for the Illini. Altmaier, 16 of 28, 194 yards and a touchdown. Gopher defense looking for a big play here. To throw, the safety blitz comes, fire, it's caught, and a 1st down at the 40 in front of Justin Wally. Tackled there is Dixon, and the clock will stop while they move the sticks, and now it starts at 1:26 and counting. 1st and 10 from the 40. They need a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. Altmaier, plenty of time, fires far side. It's caught, and quickly out of bounds is the pass catcher. And that receiver is Kanari Wilcher.
To us, aren't they?
And he's out of bounds after a gain of about 8 to the 47-yard line. So that stops the clock at 1:16. They can huddle up.
Right, Mike, and you are going to give up those underneath passes, and that's what Illinois is going to do to try to work their way up the field, and we'll try to tighten the screws as we get closer and closer to this midfield and hopefully not into the red zone.
Yeah, they dropped extra guys into coverage that time. Rushed just 3. Let's see what they do here. Strigo at one end. Lindenberg is lined up almost as an end on the other side. They bring the heat. The pass over the middle is caught by Bryant in Minnesota territory to the 44. Ball is placed right at the 43. Clock stops again while they move the sticks, and it's 1:10 to go. Plenty of time here. Parrish on the coverage and the stop. Altmaier looking right, now wants to run, and without a timeout, he gets his way in. Oh, and a late hit. This is going to be on Parrish. No flag. Wow, can't believe it. As a sliding Altmaier got hit late by Parrish at the 31 is where they spot him dead. The Illini coaching staff screaming, and I think they've got a point there.
They do, but it really wasn't too terribly violent of a hit. It's kind of they were both sliding at the same time, and we got the benefit of the doubt, which is rare.
31-yard line to throw. Altmaier fires far side, caught, and again that's Wilcher, and he's out of bounds with 48 seconds to go at the 26. this prevent defense is giving too much underneath, DT. They're just chopping them away here.
Yeah, the prevent defense has never been a defense I was a fan of. Not many people are fans of it.
And that's part of why the quarterback draws work, because they're in man, they're deep, and you get 10, 12, 15 yards. Watching the replay on that Parrish situation, it looked like he tried to avoid him, and the quarterback almost slid into him. Maybe that's why they did not throw the flag. 2nd and 5 here. Again, it could come down to downs more than time. Dixon in motion from the 26. Back to throw, Altmaier over the middle, behind the intended target. Bryant was there. He was open. Wally was in coverage, and it might have been tipped. It was tipped by Lindenberg, which caused the throw to be behind. So good coverage there from our great friends. Great coverage moment from Securian Financial. 3rd and 5 now, and again, downs more than time will probably be the deciding factor on the outcome of this drive.
Just kind of starting to wonder when we're going to dial up a little bit of pressure to try to make Luke Altmaier uncomfortable in the backfield.
Yeah, maybe make a mistake. 3rd and 5 from the 26. Out of the pistol, Altmaier back. It's again a 3-man rush. Pressure comes, though. The pocket collapses by Finney. Rolling right, Altmaier. Now he's got room inside the 20, and he's out of bounds with a first down. P.J. Fleck yelling at the official. And it'll be first down with 36 seconds to go. Altmaier with his legs, and he is their second leading rusher when you take sack yardage out of it. I think he thought maybe Finney was getting held on the play. No flag. Illinois had just 2 penalties called all day.
Yeah, I don't think Finney was getting held. I think he just kind of lost where he was at, getting blocked on that play, and unfortunately allowed the quarterback Altmaier to break contain.
May have been Strigo they thought was getting held. JG whistles up for us. So 36 seconds to go. Minnesota by 8 from the 16-yard line. This is a fireable. I mean, you can fire it into the end zone from here. Sack, fumble. And Strigo's got it. Joyner sacked him. Strigo recovered. What a pass rush by John Joyner just at the right time.
Joyner on limited minutes today, just a little bit sore from last week with the biggest play of the game. Defensively there with the sack, strip, fumble with the recovery by Strigo. Great way.
Timeout. Minnesota, the first of the half will be 30 seconds.
Minnesota will just have to kneel on the football one time. And they will get the win on the road, a 4th straight victory for Minnesota. This will be the first 4-game winning streak for the Gophers since 2021. And what a way, Joyner to get his first sack. And then Strigo was actually being held trying to get to the football, and he fought through the hold and pounced on it. And that's $1,000 from Federated Insurance to select Big Brothers, Big Sisters agencies in Minnesota. Federated Insurance, where it's our business to protect yours. The Gophers will go to 6-3 with this win, 4-2 in the Big Ten. And Brosmer will take 1 snap and the kneel down. That is it. Good friends P.J. Fleck and Brett Bielema will run to the center of the football field. Bielema on a dead sprint. He wants to yell at the back judge as he's following him toward the goal line, screaming at the back judge, not happy on the no delay of game penalty, and I'm sure on the P.J. and pretty quick hug there. I think P.J. realized that Bielema is not in any mood to have any small
PJ
talk
wants to
there.
get the fuck out of there.
But how about that win for Minnesota? They notched the win 25-17.
There's a lot to be said about momentum, positive energy, and people starting to believe in themselves. It feels like the offense has found its identity. The defense has found its identity with the players, people stepping up with John Joyner, Strigo, Kerry Brown, obviously the young man, Corey Parrish, and Cody Lindbergh. People are making plays and feeling really good about themselves, and it's making a difference. And similarly with the offense that we see with Max and with Brosner.
What a job by the Gophers. Defense again eventually got it done with the sack by Joyner. As you mentioned, he was playing limited minutes today.
What
Joyner
a fucking
had
game
one
for us.
It was a sack. It was a forced fumble.
I don't want to hear PJ shit. I'm just glad we got out with a win. Just gonna get him out, row the boat, go Gophers.